Ah. Ah. Selamat siang, malam, brodi. Sobat judi. Salah, sobat prediksi analisis. Kan kita tidak judi di sini, analisis. Aduh, nikmah menang 2-0, indahnya hidup. Oh, nggak mulai ya anjing ya. Berapa sih? Draftnya belum kayaknya. Gila cok, oddsnya 5 anjing di gg.bet. 4 deng, bangsat. 3 lah, hitung 3. Di etop 4,6. Real shit. Judi lah. 2-0 ini, nikmah 2-0, percaya sama gue. Gue udah masang 9, gue tambahin lagi dah. 14. Percaya gue, 2-0 anjing. 2-0, yakin gue. AG gimana? AG keren cok. Respect ke AG ya, keren. 2-1. Yakin lah. Anda nih diam kalau tidak mengerti ya. Diam. Ini Twitch chat tidak ada yang peduli nih. Twitch chat tidak percaya nih, gue percaya cok. Halo Mina. Nama lu keren dah, Mina. Mina Sako Arigato nggak? Kawaii dong. Siapa tuh Liga apa siapa? T1 udah pasti lolos. T1 ntar gue lihat dulu. Halo Arga. Lawan RSG lolos sih. Terus ketemu di upper bracket final sama Talon. Lolos sih harusnya sih. Kalau mainnya kayak kemarin lolos ya. Meskipun mainnya morpling. Gak tau kenapa demen morpling. Kan lolos harusnya. Gue sambil makan juga ya Ler. Gue baru makan 1 bungkus sih, makan lagi 1 bungkus lagi. Karena ya membela NGX tuh butuh tenaga. Sama kayak ngebela MU lah, butuh tenaga. Begitu kemarin kalah lagi gue judi bola. Bayar Munchen padahal leg saat babak pertama lawak aja mainnya, babak kedua bisa begitu anjing. Emang babi emang. Gue ngambil di lower gacor, pas di upper malah burik. Kurang pintar loh. Lama banget anjing. Nah.
It's more than a game, it's a reality where a group of letters can mean everything, where runes are collected and Aegis can only be won in battle, where centaurs can give you a ride, where the true heroes are those in front of the screen. GG Bet, this is real.
Kan kalau Barca menang 3-0, iya tahu anjing Barca. Makanya gue berdoa kemarin Barca menang beneran anjing. Tai. Bacot bus. Kecewa gue sama lu bus, sering kelupaan, males gue. Giliran menang sorry lupa, bante. Bentar, CS gimana kabar?
And away we go, moving on to our
menang
second
tuh kan,
series of the day here in the lower bracket.
Kalau CS gue gak ngeblim dulu sih, CS gue ngeblim etop anjing, etop tai anjing.
Taking on Enigma Galaxy, and once again I'm joined by the wonderful Sheep.
Iya anjing, kalau CS gue gak ngeblim, tapi kalau yang lain tuh kayak LOL gitu-gitu sering anjing. Dota lu sering gak ngomong anjing.
And dropping them down here where the lower bracket run potentially begins for them.
I don't know. I actually really like Brain. As a team, I think they're very powerful. This team has been playing like last series, like Ivy. They've also been playing in all these third-party tournaments. You know, the 1X series, the European Pro League, Dota 2 Champions League, and in 2 of those, they came first place.
Baca Liga Bali. Ini anjing itu IEF anjing, International Esports Federation.
In this tournament, they 3-0'd Into the Breach. This is the same Into the Breach that just took a game of Secret.
Yeah.
So, if we're trying to look at skill levels here, Bream is definitely a contender.
Slovenia kayak di bet, nggak tahu gue.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said about momentum.
Seharusnya gue ngebet aja.
Through a LAN, through a tournament,
Makanya yang lain
through a
nggak.
qualifier, but even from tournament to tournament, they're on a 5 or 6 series win streak, so they're absolutely confident and feeling themselves in terms of drafting and playstyle. Now they just have
Void
to
ban, ya Allah,
transfer
void
this
ban,
into
void
these
ban.
TI qualifiers against.
Dari kemarin masalahnya void
star-studded
anjing, kalau nggak
squads
nge-ban void
such as
aneh,
Nigma
Jo.
Galaxy. And it's going to be a challenge, but I think you're right. They've definitely got what it takes.
Nggak, siapa di dunia ini main Lycan?
Mad confident. Bring in this Marcy Shadow Fiend into the mix. This team really highly
Ya, udah mulai dari kapan? Dia belum mulai. Qualifier ini.
I know they don't this game, but they love to take the Chen, the Undying, the Enchantress, the Dawnbreaker, the Marcy. These heroes they really like having. They just value it. I think it's good. I think a lot of other teams value it too in this patch. Giving yourself
Pur botak
lane,
kontol ya. Ban aja anjing,
good start,
Lloyd
really
udah
good
easy hero
snowball
to
things.
ban.
You take your earlier level 6s into tower taking. You can take that enemy safe lane. You can take that mid tower. We've seen DPs that Nigma have picked up being able to take this exorcism into a tower, into a Roshan, into a tier 2.
Gak ada yang ngomongin lu anjing, gue ngomongin pro player. Meta zaman sekarang gak ada anjing Lycan kentot.
Massively, it feels like.
Yeah, it gives you so many options to
Anjing,
smoke,
Brim
to
ngapain
think
coba?
about brute forcing stuff. I've got to say, I've been a big fan of this Shadow Fiend recently. It's looked incredibly strong. Now, you were saying very similar to Lina in terms of mixed damage types, long range right clicker once we transfer into late game, and a natural BKB buyer, which is always handy to have. Add in the fact that he's a flash farmer and he's accelerating as quick as some of your trolls and your alchemists.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and it's nice too that he's not just restricted to this mid lane. We've seen him being played as a carry, and his lane presence is pretty good too. Obviously, they've picked this in response to a Death Prophet. I think they are assuming that this DP will be going to that off lane, and they want Shadow Fiend to kind of match it. Obviously, you don't have the best lane matchup possible. You know, if it's a melee off laner, it's much easier because you can abuse them with raises. But at the same time, just the ability to out CS them super hard with those souls is very nice, and the ability to kind of clear these waves and keep them off your tower. The longer you can keep your safe lane tower up for, the better, right? And SF helps a lot with that.
Yeah. And now exploiting the fact your opponents of first phase Earthshaker, grabbing Rubik. So you've got two pretty nice supports here. The Marcy and the Rubik able to grab people, close the gap. Set up
Underrated
team fights
pick.
for the Shadow
Savain
Fiend.
4 bagus.
We saw even previously today, right?
Savain 4 bagus ini.
Marcy Pudge or whatever it was, hooking people into Requiem. Now you've got Telekinesis and Dispose to get them in on top of the Razors, the Requiem, and all the damage of the Shadow Fiend brings.
Yes, di pick. Yes.
Oh my
Menang
god,
ler.
we got a Faceless Void in the mix.
Menang ler.
There it is.
Alright, they lost to it enough times, they're mad. They're bringing it out themselves now.
I mean, best carry this patch, it feels like, along with the Troll Warlord.
I've loved seeing Troll. But yeah, Faceless Void #1 for me. This carry is insane. Pre Arlington, China heavily favored Faceless Void. I think they were the only region that was really picking it a lot and valuing it a lot. Kind of similar with Spectre, but more so on Faceless Void. And then at Arlington, we saw China come in, pick this Faceless Void, made it look really good. A lot more other teams started to then pick it up, and now we're just seeing it
DP mid.
snowball
Last
into
pick nyaman
a couple
kontrol.
buffs in the new patch, and he's looking really, really powerful.
Especially with the rise of Hand of Midas. Feels really good buying
Bacot anjing
golden
putih-putihan
money hand on
alay.
the void, and there is the Pudge again. Let's see this Pudge SF duo.
Yeah.
So it looks like SF going to be heading to mid. Pudge your carry, Marcy and Rubik your two supports.
10 seconds remaining.
If you got one nice hero
Lambar.
versus the Chronosphere, it's got to be Pudge. It does mean that anytime anyone's... I mean, Marcy too, honestly, if she does go Ether Lens build, gets a Telescope later down the line or what have you, you have the Dispose as well as the Hook to kind of help save people from the Chrono, which is going to be a very nice toolkit as well. Like Pudge with that Shard, he has another option there to eat. It's nice ideas. Obviously, a lot of how it plays out is going to matter. How many people get chronoed, whether Nigma Galaxy kind of go in and force spells to be used and then kind of follow up with the Chronosphere. Because a DP, something she's very effective at, is running in and forcing cooldowns, forcing responses. As well as that Faceless Void, when he gets that Shard, we've seen a lot of times.
2-0, ya Allah dibilangin 2-0 batu banget 2-0.
And then just jump back out. Very, very strong.
I mean, Nigma right now, quite a bit of damage from that DP into Chrono. They've got saves from Chen, bit of tower push from him and the DP. Lots of ways to convert teamfight victories off the back of like a Blink Echo or a Chrono to actually get objectives. So pretty nicely rounded draft here for them. I feel like maybe they're lacking a little bit of damage and looking towards this potential mid lane hero for Sumail. We've seen Lashrak in the past. Might be something along those lines. Lena's still out there, right? Hey, hasn't been banned.
That's true. She is. She might get banned next. Brame have one
Yeah.
more ban. I like those long-range heroes to kind of help deal with the Shadow Fiend. Something like a sniper, also kind of similar to that. Maybe not into the Pudge. Brame do have a lot of catch. I think that's probably the biggest thing about their draft right now that I think is scary for Nigma, because for them, they're going to be wanting to do a lot of
Tai Romi gue
bodies.
tanyain ya besok menang nggak Rom?
You take that safe lane.
Katanya nggak
tower,
tahu,
you
babi
go
emang
into the
Romi ya,
jungle, you
babi.
stand there, you have Chen out front with his creeps and stuff. But until Earthshaker Blink Dagger, they're a bit limited, and if they can bring faces for Chrono, of course, but he wants to get a Midas, he wants to get a Maelstrom, he wants to farm. So
Liger mau
looking
ngomongin
at Brame,
data ya,
they can
lu
really
lihat ya Gar.
exploit that. They have a lot of playmaking. There's an SF in the safe lane. You can bring your Marcy there to kind of threaten the off laner and maybe get some kills there. Your Pudge. Actually, I'm assuming this might be Shadow Fiend mid. Sorry,
Mid,
now that
yeah.
there's a Pudge. Yeah.
Well, we did see some switch ups earlier, right? We had the 4 Pudge. We had people
Ya,
move
apaan,
around
Gar?
to give that Shadow Fiend the safe lane.
Ini apaan
Wait,
anjing?
Ruby?
5 seconds.
Yeah,
Ya,
that,
apa, Cok?
that would mean what? Marcy would
Hah?
be
Ini apa?
Yeah. It gets a little bit messy. Then.
Berdasarkan data
Yeah, it's a bit-
20
yeah,
menit
so-
loh Gar.
In that situation, yeah, then
Bangsat.
your Pudge safe lane. I mean,
2-0,
definitely hard to kill
2-0.
DP, especially if you're a
Ah.
Pudge.
Halo, bos,
Because you
babi.
are just kind of suffering in lane from getting right click down, siphon down.
Radiant
But there's
team
kill
Romi
threat if
ngapain
they bring
emang?
both supports. I think these are like
Ini
quite
anjing.
aggressive heroes that can smoke
Fight
around
Romi
and do
anjing,
a lot.
Womi.
Oh no,
does
it's
this
gonna be a
mean DP
mid.
mid?
Alright, that's actually really good. I mean, Nature's Prophet is great at harassing in lane. It's also a mind control Nature's Prophet.
Bantai ini.
Everyone, really likes that and respects it a lot. But Nature's is way easier to kill than a
10
Death Prophet.
seconds remaining.
This Pudge Marcy lane, I'm assuming, with any Rubik rotation, is
5
now a lot
seconds
scarier for
remaining.
him. Potentially. It really depends on how the early levels go and if they're able to kind of deal with the harassment from the Treants and stuff.
Oh, see how it goes. It's another hero that can scale as well to give damage into Chrono. Now we could be seeing this.
Gue lupa pun ternyata Azura nggak dapat visa. Maksudnya?
Zooming around, finding pickoffs.
Azura nggak dapat
You've got
visa.
pairings of heroes. You've got the ability to play with Earthshaker, with DP.
Oh,
And then the push that comes, like if Nigma
It's a
are able
big
to
push,
win
yeah.
like any team fight, it's just towers crumbling.
I think Brame really need to pick a playmaker here. I need something that is able to sort of
Sabar,
alter
sabar.
the
Mana
tempo
topi
for
Habibi
Enigma.
gua?
I want them to be able to fight without relying on a core that wants to be farming. Because your Pudge wants a Vanguard, he wants an Ags. SF, he usually goes this right click.
Yalah Habibi.
He might want a Dragon
Yalah
Lance.
Habibi.
He doesn't really want to get an
Let's
early
go,
lead.
Habibi.
He'll probably have to. And
Woo.
so it's just someone that is like, okay, I'm not super reliant
Oh,
on
Choose your hero.
yeah, I'm not super reliant on items. I'm ready to just go do stuff. This Pugna's okay. It's not any kind of hard jump, but you kind of have Marcy for that, and Pugna's gonna help you just
so the-
threaten towers.
they are moving things around. It's Pugna mid then.
Yep.
And Pudge
Carry
off
Shadow
lane,
Fiend.
carry Shadow Fiend. So yeah,
Oh,
looking
yeah.
for that shift around. They do actually make it happen.
Okay.
What does this mean for our lanes then?
This takes
Like,
me
in terms of
right back to
matchups.
round. I think this is good because Shadow Fiend. When I saw the Nature's Prophet, it made me think, okay, Shadow Fiend going safe lane would now be better because he can use the raises to help clear the Treants. He is obviously a kind of a weak carry, so it gets a bit scary if you're getting Fisher blocked, if you're getting Treants body blocking you, right? But if they play it well, which they obviously can, they're a highly skilled team. This is very possible for them to bring heroes to rotate and get some kills on this lane, and then
Yeah,
Shadow
anjing,
Fiend
zero
can maybe
stunner,
rotate
Cok.
to the jungle, or he can take the mid tower while Wish goes top and pushes that tower. Sorry, take the mid lane farm
Yeah.
on that Shadow Fiend. Yeah, they
Ini
can do
siapa?
stuff. I
Marcy
think
doang, anjing.
Pugna's going to be really good at pressuring the map though.
Yeah, and
Good gila
adds
kalau hitung
adds
ultinya,
a
tapi
tower
pelan
push
dong.
for them. And outplay potential for Wish here is pretty damn nice to have. With decrep against Chrono, decrep against a DP Ghost, the Prophet with the right clicks. You've got ways to save people with potential Pudge Shard, the Telekinesis Shard, like you're mentioning, and of course, Marcy with that Dispose to get people away from the grass.
Cok,
of
usah bacot
Nigma.
anjing.
But yeah, I'm super
Gue buka
excited
Dota
here to
dulu,
get
Cok.
into
Prediksi
game one
Dota,
and-
Cok.
and see how these lanes go, because I look at this Nigma draft and I think if
Yalah,
they
Habibi.
get 2 or
Apa
3
komen
lane
anjing?
victories, the first 5-6 minutes goes well for them, this could snowball out of control pretty
Siapa, anjing?
quickly. Brame have definitely got to screw their heads on tight, make sure that they're not giving up any sloppy kills or anything early on.
Andi,
Get
Cok,
the,
gabut
get the
banget
SF
anjing.
up and running. So we've seen how great he could. No, Shadow Fiend's just such a great hero to like rally around and play around. If he does go for that early BKB timing, He just stands there, whacks people. You don't hear any requiems, and then you've got to
Gak usah bacot, Fis. Lu gak ngerti Dota, diem aja, Fis. Sumpah.
We also saw this combo, right? They hook into the Requiem. They kept trying to go for it, but they didn't quite get it. Maybe we'll see it this game. That would be really hype. I guess
lots of ways to enable the SF, right? Dispose, telekinesis, hook.
Puji-puji terus draftnya Brim.
I suppose the main thing I'm worried about is the last time we did see the SF, it was the build was going more for tankiness because he could rely on the Lina to do
Siapa coba stunnya Brim?
Daedalus MKB.
Rubik ngangkat
And this
sama
game there
patch
isn't
gigit
really
sama
anything
Marcy
that
skill 2
supplements
itu
that,
doang
so if he
anjing.
needs to build tanky to
Main,
survive
Cok.
like Chrono for example. It could limit their damage output for
Yalah Habibi.
But at the same time, your ability to
ketahuan.
burst with this
Ayo lo.
with this pudge
Ayo lo.
hook, and that was
Yeah.
everyone talk about it.
That's a fisher and a half from GH.
Iya.
Get the nether blast down, trying to give him move speed, but the body blocks from Miracle, allowing Sumail to get a crypt swarm in. The Treants trying to get in front of him, but Nunde's alive. Under his tier 1, safe and sound. Treants can't chase him down. That was incredibly close.
A lot expended as well,
Hampir.
that Fairy Fire. I mean, SF does not have the best damage at level 1. That Fairy Fire damage is pretty needed. Maybe he'll just buy another one, or... I mean, he doesn't even have the gold for it. Maybe when he gets those bounty gold.
Yalah Habibi.
And an early D-ward there for Nigma as well, getting rid of the mid observer. Looks like they're going to try and collect 3 bounty runes as well.
Anjing.
Ruby
Bikin
has moved up
miracle
top
anjing.
to
Mundur dia.
snag that one.
Temas.
Yeah, Nigma in
Temas KD,
position
temas.
to take top river, and bottom jungle bounty runes.
Belum mulai udah ketar-ketir, Ler. Belum mulai udah ketar-ketir. Gila lo.
Okay.
Hujan tuh hujan, abis
Nice
didoain
rest,
Kobo
but
gua,
I
hujan
didn't
itu.
secure those 3
Maka
bounty
paket
runes.
loss anjing.
Your mid is currently
Ya.
not going for a bottom,
Ya.
so
Ya, terima kasih Saki.
Wish is going for 1
Kon mina gua cakep banget, iya dah
Doing
selalu
that
dah.
stat build that we've seen a lot coming out with the Falcon Blade instead. Or maybe he'll just go more for trying to CS in lane. You
Yalah,
can't really
Habibi.
stop a Pugner's
Yalah,
Wish,
Habibi.
right? He gets this Decrepify.
Let's go, Habibi.
He's gonna be using
Yo,
it
bisa
on
yuk. Gila,
Yara,
masa
he's
tim-
gonna take range creep,
Tim
whether
halal
it's
tuh harusnya
force of
didukung anjing, bukan
Decrepify or just
malah lu pada
blast
kata-katain
whatever.
anjing. Ini tim paling halal sedota anjing.
I think they should just be
Sedota
trading
paling
farm a lot
halal.
in this mid lane.
Dan lu
Maybe-
tidak
I
mendukung
think
itu
support
maksudnya.
rotation is gonna
nggak
be the
respect
biggest
sih.
factor in how
Kebanyakan
that goes,
ini anjing
moving
ngumpul
into
di Monas doang.
game, especially
Tim
like,
halal kagak
on these
didukung,
power
aneh.
runes, if Earthshake is coming mid, how many times have we seen Earthshake get picked and there's just a quap? It's always some quap or jumping hero, void
A
spirit.
park.
Yeah, like God, it's so annoying. But this time there's actual threat.
Yeah, there sure is. There's so much to look out for this mid lane as well. Like, if you think about DP wanting to rotate with Exo, get involved in some of these side lanes at like level 7 or so, then Pugner's threatening your tower. So
Oh,
it
udah nggak
feels like
zaman
the
anjing
lane
ngumpul
stage
di
is gonna
Monas,
be
salah.
extended quite a
Udah nggak
while
zaman ngumpul di
in this
Monas.
mid lane, so
Sekarang
there's even more time
zamannya
for
melarang
Sage
membangun
support to
gereja.
rotate, think about guarding
Ya nggak,
runes
ya
and
nggak, ya
playing
nggak, ya nggak.
active.
Zaman sekarang kan zamannya ini bro, nggak boleh ngebangun gereja bro, nggak boleh, nggak boleh. Terutama masyarakat Chile ya, Chile.
Brame supports. I'm not sure about earlier levels.
Ya tau lah. Ini Rans Chile. Nah itu. Itu kan kotanya kota melarang ada ini, melarang ada gereja, Cok. Real shit, bro.
So if Brame was to come mid
Kayak
with say
gini.
Marcy and jump on her, throw her back into the middle
Chile
of
loh. Di
Pugner,
Chile loh, Cok. Di Chile nggak
she's
boleh ada
gonna get two
gereja loh.
siphons off and kinda
Lu
just
bayangin
walk
anjing,
it off.
Chile.
So I think they
Di
need
Chile
that-
hilang tuh
that
nggak boleh ada gereja, Cok.
life drain maybe to kill her unless Wish is able
Kalau
to
nggak
really
Jepon sama
kind of
Womi yang
down.
hahi main
That's so
RP
hard nowadays in
sama
the
biliar
different
bisa
things,
menang.
support runes.
Nggak, lu bandinginnya ya.
Yeah, war
Ya
runes,
bos, lu
wands,
bandinginnya masalah
raindrops,
kelas
all
Eropa,
sorts of goodies.
Dota kelas
And
Eropa
brain
sama
set
Dota
goes
kelas
to your
SEA.
lane.
Dota kelas Eropa udah pernah menang TI berkali-kali. Dota kelas
And
SEA
maybe
belum
have,
pernah
like, the
masuk
strong-
final
I feel like
TI.
this is the strongest lane of this patch. Faceless Void
Gue
Chat.
ngomong gitu aja sih.
Miracle is just going to get farm.
Kayak paling tinggi
Is there a way they
tim
can
saya
stop
paling tinggi di TI
this from
juara
happening? Like, what can
5
you do to
kayak, juara
combat
5,
the
juara
Chen's
4, paling juara
presence in the
6.
lane?
Nggak pernah dia nyentuh
First of all,
final gitu nggak
they've
pernah.
already done it. They've blocked the small cap and
Paling gede top 8 no, top 8 tuh. Ternyata.
One of the
Lu
most
bandingin
pervasive
kelasnya aja
moves
udah beda
people
gitu,
doing
nggak
against
bisa.
Chen nowadays. I think it started with LGD. You know, then we saw teams like Liquid doing it. Now
Panas anjing
we
rambut gue,
see
Cok.
Brame doing it. Other teams are doing
Yalah
it too.
Habibi.
But I can't recall the names of. But
TNC
it's
top 8.
something
Tuh top 8 mentok tuh
that
di TI.
is causing a lot of
Umur-umur.
problems in the early
TNC zaman dulu
levels.
tapi
I mean,
sebelum
Chen
ada
already has
ini
one
mid lane
sentry, so he'll
Frindavan.
probably get the D-ward off on the small camp.
Ayo
I wouldn't
cepetan
be
anjing.
surprised if we see the Rubik buying like more sentries. Just to
Sponsor
kind of
doang
keep
Main
it up front.
Republik
Like,
nge-lag
he
ngentot.
also has another sentry. Like they want to keep as many creeps out of the range of Chen as they can, and then you can look to kill him. I mean, it's a strong lane. You got the Fable damage. You got the hook. Like, you could probably pull Kuroki out of position.
Anjing gambar-gambar siapa nih? Kok bisa gambar
Sorry,
beruang,
we've
Cok?
got important stuff happening on the minimap.
I'm
GH has
looking
just
at it. What
won
is it?
2 games of tic-tac-toe in a row.
Oh my god.
Noughts and crosses. Sumail was trying to combat him, but GH just out-mind gaming him.
Cok,
Gets all the 3 X's in a row.
Dude, I'm not allowed to draw on the map.
Muse kapan nih adain nobarti ayat? Siapa tahu yang cash lo sama Bapak Pekanbaru, nggak bakal kalau Muse. Itu masalahnya gini, pasar Dota di orang-orang yang ngefans 2D itu kan jarang, Cok. Apalagi dengan fans anime wibu-wibu tuh jarang, Cok. Fans Dota
Having a bit of a laugh.
masih pakai Speedy. Gila, tahun berapa anjing Speedy, Cok? Udah hilang dari 2000 berapa tuh?
Yeah, looking at this bottom lane, mind control profit with GH
Ngecit ini,
Earthshaker, that
ngecit,
is a
Brim,
very
ngecit.
scary one. Especially, like you said, Shadow Phoenix spending Fairy Fire. Not having that additional bit. He has bought himself a new one. It's on the courier coming. He's got a pretty long walk down to bottom lane, and he's going to be there after the creep waves meet.
Ya udah, ajak collab mabar sama Dek Kobo aja, nggak tau lah.
GH has gone for kind of hybrid build of not going boots all in, but he wants to basically just like block the waves and give mind control a good equilibrium in the lane, and that's like the most important thing, because sometimes you'll see Shakers do a multitude of things. They might go boots level 1 and they focus on just dragging the wave as much as they can, and that's all they want. You might see a stats build where they get
Ini mouse 2-0 GG sih.
branches, and just try and
Duanya apa, Mos?
trade. And that could be an option, honestly. Like, Shadow Fiend level 1 is not the biggest
Yalah
threat in
Habibi.
the world. So if they wanted to just work
Udah live,
together to
anjing.
use Treants to kind of click the
Duanya
Marcy
apa?
down,
Goblok ngapainnya sih?
then that could have been an option. But instead, he's going to go for Windlace, which gives him
Cing,
the
udah
speed
4-0
to
ya bangsat, das tuh.
play away from Marcy a little bit, potentially go for that drag if they want, but also getting the stick so that he can trade a little bit more, and the clarities to help block the waves.
Sama-sama nggak pernah main
Yeah,
das
and
tuh,
then-
anjing.
So go on.
No,
Bangsat.
please,
I
Gary.
just like trying to play against what you've
What's
just
that,
said. It's kind of difficult to get pulls off against Earthshaker and Nature's Prophet as well, right?
Oh,
They're very good at
3,2 anjing,
contesting
real shit,
Fisher
Cok.
and Treants to make sure that while they're upsetting your lane equilibrium, you're not able to reset lane equilibrium yourself.
But
Miracle getting a bit of frantic scribbling on the map. He's come on, let me get started. I want to hit some creeps.
I feel that, but I guess on the other side, like, yeah, sure, these are all the highlights of like how this offlane can play, but if they don't get what they want and Brame gets levels, it's really scary to play against. So Marcy is going to have this rebound, like level 1, especially knowing that GH doesn't have the stats to really trade properly. You can just rebound onto mind control, hit him up. You have the raise level 1 on Shadow Fiend. They're probably just going to try and like go on him. At level 2, if they're able to get their level 2 first as well and not get too many denies from this Treants, another effective thing is if they hit 2 first, you have this.
Kok ada yang gambar
you have the
titit ya? Gue dari tadi
back,
nunggu
yeah.
ada yang gambar
Triple
titit,
raise,
Cok.
that's
Belum ada yang gambar
exactly
titit,
that.
Cok.
That yeah, absolutely can.
Got a bit of
Iwan jam
disadvantage
berapa,
for
anjing?
Fisher, of course, but at the same time, like, especially if you somehow end up near the tower, like if Earthshaker steps a little bit out of line, you can just throw him under the tower.
Iwan besok, ngentot.
They definitely might. It definitely looks like they might have to play around some pulls and not just focus on lane domination, because one misstep can cause death against Brame.
Yeah, then you add in the effect of, later on, maybe we see the like TP rotate in from a Pudge or a Rubik, even more displacement abilities can drag these heroes around.
Kenapa posnya nggak sebelum mulai, Cok? Biar gue bisa ngepredik nanti.
Mid lane, get into the side lanes, get that action going.
Dude, this is so
can-
weird. In game, I can only see DP's drawings on the map. That's why I was so confused what you were talking about. Because now I'm
Oh,
looking at
really?
the stream feed and I can see everyone's.
Yeah, I see
Hello?
everyone is scribbling. On the map.
Supreme Leader.
So
Yeah,
I'm
that
like,
was the-
tic tac toe, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, GH and Sumail were playing it. They had like 3 rounds of it.
Hmm.
Some of them were cheating. So both of them were playing X's, so there were no noughts, there were no O's.
Do you prefer to be naught or cross?
Cross.
Yeah, same. Just feels more satisfying.
Oh, internetnya apa sih, Cok? Speedy anjing lama banget, ngentot.
In that box.
Yeah.
So, is there a chance for Pudge to be left alone in that top lane against a Void and a Chen? Like, I'm looking at this
No.
Rubik and wondering if he can start rotating around early. Just have to play the lane.
You gotta. Okay, you can do it, but you
Stiker
gotta.
pack katanya selamanya pun nggak hilang. Oh ya? Oh, real
'Cause
shit,
if you
Cok, kalau
can
gitu, Cok.
well, I don't know if you want to drag away so much on Rubik. Sorry,
Dur.
but if you can have if the hard camp's unblocked, if you
Mati dong
pull
gua,
it,
jangan dong.
if you
Apa yang
I don't know,
DC-mu?
say you
Itu
use
anjing,
Baseball,
Brem
right?
anjing.
This is a key tool of laning as a Rubik. It reduces the damage.
Player with the most last hit.
Creeps, right?
Player with the enggak sih,
Your
enggak
lane
mungkin
will
sih anjing.
naturally
7
push,
menit
because
tuh
you're doing
berarti
damage to creep and
mid
you're
lane
doing
anjing.
damage against creep. So it will push under the tower. When you push under
Player
a
with the high
tower,
total
it means
physical
that the
damage
wave
done
will
at game
naturally
end.
push back
Total
in the
number
opposite
3
direction,
destroyed
which means
mentok.
the tower, kill all that wave.
Terus
the next
Roshan.
wave will end up under the tower as well. That gets killed, and then it just pushes to your tower. In a situation like that, suddenly,
Dah.
I'm speaking way too fast for how long we're being
Dota
paused.
pon ya, ini lagi
I'm
nonton
gonna
Dota
move
gua.
at this point. Sorry.
So, in the top lane,
As soon as that tower has killed both waves, now it pushes back. And when the creeps
dapat
end
gratisan
up
7 hari, Cok.
on
Ya
his
ntar lah.
tower, he's pretty safe.
Alnanda.
Yeah, he's very happy. The main tool that
MV
Nigma
teaser
has
Blackpink
in
udah nonton,
top
udah
lane
yang shutdown
is the
itu
creeps
nggak
are
jelas.
under their tower instead. They have a long lane to chase the Pudge down. And
he's
really,
slow.
Yeah, he's slow. You can do a creep block, all this stuff.
Itu kalau mau cari semua player,
Obviously,
iya
the
ya.
nice thing about
Baru lihat
Pudge
gua.
here is that he can hook the creeps that Chen take over. So
Bro, gua mau nonton Dota anjing, bukan nonton orang ngepost kan.
it means he can't use it aggressively to kill, but it does alleviate some of the pressure. But yeah,
Right.
if he can get this creep wave in front of his tower,
way with these
Oh, jig,
crazy
6-0.
buys because they are able to pip the gap. They hit a couple of nut shots, and they need to start manifesting some of that now because this hole is massive.
What?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go. Yeah, the scout.
Take
it
it
definitely
back.
works.
My skepticism has been proven incorrect, and it will be Torshi though to answer back. It's a nice shot towards the long, and he's trying to get out of there. Exertion continues to deliver the pain.
side.
That's the AK-47 from the back of the A bomb site, all the way at the long pier. Absolutely rails him. Wow.
Ding.
Cadian can have the scout shot, especially if Exertion's going to be hitting those. They have to go away. They have smokes, sure.
Dapat
There's
satu ini.
nothing else.
Dapat
Torchi
satu
won't
ini,
be
dapat
flashed off the
satu.
line. Should be his every day of the
Ah.
week. Can tuck in. His teammates can take the next exchange, and then coming up the rear.
Ya, goblok.
Cadian, the opener and maybe the closer here.
A chance, considering he's got the smoke down.
7-0
An opportunity
anjing.
to get towards the A side, but Exertion slams the door right in front of his face there. Denied access, and remember, that was a force buy once again with no plan. I think they have to...
Ini
take
siapa,
part.
anjing?
The scout shot
Kayak
was
mas-mas
great,
random,
everything
Cok, itu,
up,
Cok.
They cannot convert, they cannot capitalize. Let's have a look at that shot again, Jad.
Oh, what?
When did he fire?
Did he even
Okay.
shoot? Okay. Well, it's a nice kill, but that's all it was.
So, as mentioned,
Dexter,
they have
oh,
to
itu
give in at
Dexter.
some point.
Kayak mas-mas random anjing.
Yield to their adversaries, and they will be coming in with the...
Kayak mas-mas
Desert
random
Eagles and
ketemu di
Tech
pinggir
Nines.
jalan ngentot.
A gimme round, you would say, considering the setups here. AK-47 is now available on the mouse side.
This is the B pop I mentioned earlier.
Sure.
But they already have Torji
Dexternya
close
Ends
towards
itu ya?
mid-speed to help out. So there's essentially 3 players here.
Eh,
did
Ends
they
apa
want
mana
to go
Dexter
for
tuh
the
dulu?
variation or just send in 5 through the tight choke point of the B tunnels? If you get that opening kill and make things very uncomfortable with the CTs, it can have that snowball into an avalanche effect.
Oh, Renegades ya, Renegades.
Response from JDC. It's given them a grey screen upon arrival as well.
Masih ngepost anjing gak
So
kelar-kelar,
they have
Cok.
a smoke for the doors. They have a bunch of flashes. Oh, don't worry about any of that. The
So much intel.
shark is in the water. Now, in Malta, there's not too many of them around. I've read the law. Right now, it feels like Exertion is making up for that fact. JDC, he's been mollied out of position here, but still
Kanan.
one down, completely
Dua.
blind. Frozen chiming in here as well. And guess what? The
Bounty
rotation,
alive.
it's already here.
Yeah.
Everybody wants some of this, and JDC will take 3. 8-0 for Maus. The half has been won. Look at the smile. That says it all. They're having a
2-0
ball, having a
anjing, udah
ball.
kebantai, Cok. Heroic. Lama banget, Cok.
Is biting Heroic in the arse here. It looked like there was a chance there. The Molotov burning JDC down to a crisp, but he still capitalizes, manages to find 3 kills in total, a ton of damage. They survive with 4 players there. It's absolutely fine. And we get into another buy round, at least for Heroic. They got the AWP out this time, 4 AK-47s.
Enggak, Bus. Bus ya, Bus. Bentar, Bus. Nih ya, Bus. Lu kan orang berotak ya, bisa punya otak, bisa mikir ya. Nih ya. Yang bermasalah itu Brem, kenapa Nigma yang forfeit? Yang ada Brem forfeit anjing ini. Lama banget ngentot. Udah ini mah cabut anjing.
I'm in there on the smoke and peek from Shush, but he is very confident. Now, I suppose he wants to bait them into the changes setup they have available. Look at Torsi just run. This is an AWPer's dream. When you
Jing,
don't have a
8-0.
secondary AWPer on your side that is taking some of your real estate, you're here, there, and everywhere. The more active, the better for a CT AWPer if it could be facilitated.
Especially on Dust 2. Keep things unpredictable. Shut down their options. It feels like nothing's working. You can't keep track of them. So far, so good. Mouse Sports yet to give up a round. Torsi has mentioned.
He's ahead of this. Ahead of the
Ooh,
low.
nice.
Brilliant.
He's just reading the play here.
World-class AWPing there.
And now they just have to run out short because that is the best option available. Dexter's aware of
Dibantai.
this. He just needs to stay alive. You kind of...
Ler, cara menang debat lawan cewek gimana? Tonjok.
And he's just gonna peek over
Tuh,
the top of
tepat
it.
tuh.
It's going for
Cepet tuh
a
menangnya tuh, kayak bener-bener
heroic.
menang loh.
Can he find another through the smoke? They just have to commit. Try and see if they can claw this round back. There's a
Nembak.
chance.
Iya, aduh.
Cadian can't convert it. Finally gets him through the smoke. 20 seconds remaining. They have to go towards A. Not too much presence there, but Frozen is towards long. Still has a bit of utility as well.
Udah dibantai. 9-0. Gak ada duit, 10 udah. 10. Mulai anjing. 10. Kasar.
No one ever
Gak bakal bisa lu menang debat lawan cewek, jujur aja nih. Tonjok aja udah
that amount of farm.
ketat, ya Allah!
Lodine tried it in the previous games, right? He was like brown boots, ogre axe, and then, well, I'm trying to get BKB for a long old time.
Yeah.
Well, looks like Brave having a few issues. Hopefully they can get that all sorted. Swap the router out or something. Definitely going to get under the skin of Nigma Galaxy here. They are itching to play.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
Miracle's even dropping the Sleepy Keeper the Lightning emote in there. What's our observer looking for? What emote is Scriff going to... Oh, he's got the Meepo surprise hovered over. There's a Sleepy Cottle there. You're going to put the...
Proper Scriff. No one will hate you.
Just disappear. He's
Wait,
telling
I
me
can
to
also press
disappear.
something?
What are you doing? Are you going to type in all chat, Sheepo?
No.
No.
I just wanted to see if I could, but I'm too scared to
don't know,
press
man.
enter, so I won't.
It's a little bit spooky.
We
I mean,
can win.
glad
Jadi lu pun kalau debat sama mama lu, tonjok biar menang.
Casters can pause. You know,
Seperti
think
yang
back
gue
to
bilang,
the
debat
final
sama
pause
perempuan
in
tuh
the middle of the
susah.
game, accidentally
Mikirnya nggak pakai
pressing F9.
otak, pakai hati.
Mhm.
Udah,
I
gue jawab. Iya,
accidentally
Nat.
slammed on my keyboard
Nah,
at the
biar lu
major,
puas
and someone
kan?
paused
Iya,
at the
Nat.
same
Iya.
time as that happened.
so
I
scared or
got
what?
so scared. I was like panicking, like, oh
Bro.
shit, I've paused the game here.
This is
No, we-
mortifying.
Yeah, it's like, what have I done? Going down in history as the caster who ruined a team fight by pausing in the middle of it.
Yeah, imagine that. Like, you just, like, feel every single player look angrily down at the chat and see that you pause the game.
I don't think so.
You want to stick to it here.
Force
So
play loh.
something scared him off.
Yeah, 3,000 people in the crowd.
Still lots of utility left over here for Mouse to play their trade. That long control, sure, you've lost that, but I don't think it matters. And the fact that they continue to test exertion, right? I understand it's Dust 2, they're going to be going long a lot, but this guy is just having his way with Heroic now, throwing them around the...
One of them did say DDoS, and I really hope that's not the case.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sekarang DC semua satu tim.
That kind of scenario.
I've been very excited to watch Brain plays.
Sudahlah. Lelah gue, lelah.
Yeah, they'll smoke
Ini nonton
across
CS
it.
udah paling
One
bener
flash
anjing.
remaining.
Yeah, it needs to go perfect, and that's why the util on the other side's a problem.
There's no Molotovs either to really make the CTs
Oh,
uncomfortable.
and they missed a smoke. You can see it in the sky over here when they come around the corner.
What is that?
Yeah, so they have
Come
to
on,
use this
lads.
extra smoke. Well, that's mad they don't play. This is what
Come
happens.
on, lads.
These little details, they don't just gonna
Wow,
happen.
lu lihat itu ada yang smoke di atas
that's an
atap.
absolute shit show.
It's a bit of a mare here. The nade's not bad. No, and Insertion finally is going to be silenced here. Now it's Dexter's turn. He's been
That's
Nope.
better.
oh, having a bit of a time, and he's gone. So 2-on-4 situation. I think this might be Heroic's first round.
I think it might be with the misthrown smoke as well. They make up for it. And Frozen will be gifted a freebie perhaps. I dare say this round might
Smoke
be
biar
on.
gak kelihatan granat masuk.
Nice movement to get
Tai.
himself up towards shore. Smoke
Tai.
should signify the end of the round.
Bangsat juga lu.
And there we have it.
Anjing.
Heroic do post their first.
Ah,
intentional
oke,
that they missed the
91 ler.
It was all rules, yeah.
91.
Right.
Balik.
Lured Mouse into
Playing on Nightmare mode.
Yeah, they thought they made Mouse. Look, these guys can't even smoke long cross, and then they were like, we don't even have to shoot back. And then
Tapi dia mati semua abis ini, Cok. Nggak ada duit, nah kan?
they're gonna lose it all here. I think Frozen's gonna stand and deliver the rounds. That's a lot of damage done.
Aduh.
A lot of damage done.
Salahnya nggak ada duit anjing Iko, Cok. Ah, bacot Adi Angsa kontol. Oh, ada duit. Kayak dia ada duit buat AWP.
True.
Udahlah, Cok, nyerah lah, Cok. Call GG, Pante. Bilangnya nge-lag, yang nggak bisa main,
There
babi.
we have it. All 5 players go down. And
Kiss gue, bapak lu gue kiss anjing. Jangan, enggak, mak lu gue kiss.
It will be
Bapak
a
lu,
little bit
gay gue
compromised to say
bangsat.
the least, but a good job after missing the smoke. You can see a sigh of relief there. Can't even believe we won that round, lads. That we we actually messed it up and somehow won.
Ini kalau
So
kalah
they
miskin,
missed
Cok.
more
Miskin
spots.
banget, Cok.
Let's see how many more they can miss here. Little
Belum
total
balik.
boost in the middle to facilitate the pick of Cadian, but nobody comes a knocking. And here we go again. We get the short boost one more time. You do have to worry about this scale down mid. This is the difference maker. Cadian might be able to pip the gap.
Kiri.
There's Torji.
Ya,
and all looking the wrong
goblok.
way, and now the acceleration for the mid to B. Cadian's out. He's trying to stifle the rotations back, but Frozen and JDC still on the site. The bombardment is coming. The onslaught is here, and this is the first time they've truly been tested. Dexter with the orb. Apparently, not known to be an AWP, and now JDC's turn. The German stepping up big.
Ah.
2.
Dan dua, Cok. Real shit.
Are we going?
We're blessed. We're blessed.
Oh,
Alright. I
We're
nearly
blessed with
stopped.
Dota 2.
Yeah, you're lucky. You got out of this one. I was about to talk about Meepo for like 10 more minutes, bro.
That's what I was about to start asking you questions about me, but what kind of items do you
Oh,
build?
pause
do you
the
do?
game!
What's your-
Pause the game! I'm cutting the internet!
No, we're back underway. Game 1, best of 3 if you're just joining us. Lower bracket round 1 here. Nigma did get dropped down by Goon Squad, so they're playing up against Brame to try and find their way towards the International 11. Brame, no
Alright.
slouches.
We have exhausted every single possible way that these lanes could go. I don't even know what to talk about anymore. I will simply narrate what's going on. Miracle with the last hit on the range creep.
That's my job!
No! 11's about to get a last hit, bro!
Oh, the rebound in onto mind control. And then run away.
Okay. Alright, so let's take bets. Where's
gue
the
tebak,
happen?
gue tebak menang yang ada Puknanya.
I
Lu tolol.
think bottom lane.
Dimana ada Pukna dan gue nonton
also think
Puknanya kalah. Kan gue jago main
What
Pukna,
should be
30% win rate.
Well, Chen, get the first blood or be first blooded?
Get the first blood up. Alright, I think the nicest thing that maybe they could do bot is harass the Marcy down as much as they can, because she wants to jump in, right? If she is jumping in and trying to dispose you back or what have you,
Kemarin Thompson pakai Pukna. Gue
she'll
nonton
probably
nggak?
just die if she doesn't.
Gua
know
nonton
well.
nggak?
She doesn't want to risk that.
Apakah
So
gua
if you
nonton?
can just harass
Nggak
her, keep
nonton
her
gua.
off the lane, then when she hits that level 2 timing,
Harus
it
gua
makes it much
tonton, anjing.
harder
Baru
for
kalah.
them. They do have a salve though, which means that they should be able to be fine for that.
Jangan
timing.
so
If
iya
they
lu pada
feel
ya.
it
Nggak denger lu
going.
tadi ngomong apa. Siapa yang megang Pukna terus gue
definitely
tonton
see how
kalah.
difficult it is,
Karena
though,
win rate Pukna gue kan
contest
bagus.
pulls and reset lane equilibrium in that bot lane.
70%.
Treants against
Kalah.
Fisher. Up at top looks a little better for Brame. Pudge 10 and 5. Storming his way up the last hit chart. Miracle 6 and 1, having a few struggles, but like you said, he's a slow starter. He blooms a little later as Nande does get that first blood in the bottom lane on mind control.
We were
Spartan,
right.
they hit level 2.
Fuck anjing.
I'm really surprised they got it so deep in the lane, but yeah, I mean, good dive. The heroes have really good range on their spells to do it. No, they're going in aggressive on Nande.
And yeah, TPing straight on the SF. Treants on the right hand side, so no body blocks coming. And they've got a rebound back in. Potential
Close.
with the mangoes, but doesn't go for it. Just hands a tango over to the SF. There's another big juicy wave going to arrive in front of his tier 1. And that is that ebb and flow of the lane. You push, you pull, you drag back, then it pushes straight back into the SF again.
Yeah, sad for mind control that I mean, he had to summon the Treants and they're like on the other side of the fissure, but great for Nande, and they're going to be super aggressive right now on GH.
Oh, the fairy fires up. They'll turn and try and kill him. The Treants block the path of the SF though. And Spartan, well, he's got a fairy fire himself. Oh, he's away. Nothing really lost there.
Ooh,
Mind
gotta be careful.
control. Oh. He's diving. He's got Treants trying to scout out this SF. There's no way to cut through the trees.
Nice, good
Trying
kill.
to raise himself out of here, but
Nice.
he'll have it. Retribution for the Nature's Prophet.
Miss satu
There
creep
is
wave.
nothing
Nice.
scarier on this earth than getting ready to take a wave of creeps under your tower and they suddenly get glyphed. You're like, oh no. Oh no.
Oh god, what do I do?
Yeah. Good pressure. They nearly got that Earthshaker kill, would have been nice and kind of helped stop that from happening, but come back with full health and mana.
And up top, Kuro had the little cyclone creep, put it onto the Pudge, which was very irritating. As a whirlwind following him around. But similar story here, Wave has been pushed in towards him, so 11's going to get himself some nice last hits under tower. And
He's he's had these creeps on the tower like the whole lane, it feels like. He's having a really good time.
yeah. Yeah, like the first 2 or 3 minutes, it felt like, just looking at the CS board anyway, that Brahim were starting to pull out ahead pretty heavily. But Nigma have done a decent job catching back up. Nature's Prophet really the only one lacking at this current moment in time.
Ooh, they got him in.
Telekinesis back Kuro. I've got this hook still. Doesn't even need it, though. 11 just takes him down with the rock while down at bottom lane. They will find MC again with this Marcy SF combo. Brame getting the upper hand in both of the side lanes.
GH gave up bot just to go on mid.
They get Wish, yeah.
Oh.
So GH comes in, swings forward. Helps Sumail get the kill there. So even if their side lanes are going a little poorly, they've got that
Aman.
Death Prophet in the mid getting the kill on the Pugna.
GH did a good job of body blocking the Pugna, even though the Fisher didn't completely wall him into the river.
Nice
Allahu
hook.
Akbar, Kuro.
Grabs Kuro. He's just come back into this lane. I don't know if they can finish him. Oh, yeah, with the telekinesis they can. Drag him away from the tower. Nothing Miracle can do to really combat that. Get some hits in onto 11. He wants the bash, but it's just not coming. One more hit. There it is. 2 points in the bash will find the kill at long last. While mid lane, they're diving again. This time looking for Spartan. XO from Sumail, pressuring tower with the early counterpult. Nigma, they're done with Brame's laning stage nonsense. These lanes are broken down 6 minutes in. They just come for the mid tower push with MC here.
Nice, 5 menit.
My God,
Dapat tower.
Wishes
Yes.
push towers, but yeah,
Tower
5
mid,
minutes,
5
take the
menit,
call.
real shit.
This is a classic Nature's Prophet maneuver. I didn't even should have thought about it, to be honest.
We did. We just didn't think it would come so soon.
Oh,
No, we were
yeah.
talking about how they get a kill, they get a team fight win, they push towers. But yeah, sure. They don't necessarily need any of those things. Just get on top of the objectives.
I think Brame, at least, I will say, doing a very, very good job of punishing the side lanes when this is happening mid. Like, yeah, sure, your GH is going mid to kill Wish, but what is Nande and Spartan doing in the meantime? They're killing Nature's Prophet. Like 11 and Desire top lane, anytime Kuroki moves out of position, they just kill him. I think Desire's done a really good job in this top lane of keeping the camps blocked and like contesting them a lot. It's like one of the reasons why Pudge has a lot of experience as well. Just kind of keeping out of his way, letting him farm under the tower, stopping Chen from doing whatever he wants. So they do have two pretty good lanes.
It's making sure Chen doesn't get the free farm of the jungle, which we've seen previously from these Chens. It gets him the fast mech. And Sumail, his rotation will lead to nothing. Well, it forces the TP from Rubik home and the Pudge away from the creep wave, so I guess it at least releases Miracle, allows him to get some creep kills.
Yep. Sad to have your rotation not work out, but the good thing about it is that you aren't losing your mid tower as a result. Like, you're not being pressured because you took that tower, the wave is super pushed in. Pugna's kind of just like farming and not taking your tower.
Nande, half health, does get the ulti out and goes for the TP. Anything to stop it? And GH already spent his Fisher, so that's a nah. I'm getting a good amount of farm on these core heroes, Brame. But like I was saying at the start of the game, Spartan, it always worries me when I look at him at 500 net worth with a sentry and 2 tangos in his inventory, you know?
Gak ada EXO ya? EXO dipakai
Yeah,
apa
I'm not
tadi,
sure
Cok?
they're gonna have space to give a lane to their
belum.
supports
Oh, baru
on
ada.
Brame.
Gua
Maybe
kira
someone
anjing.
like Rubik could sit bot and push the wave later, but I think Nande's just kind of happy to take these camps, swing to bot, push that wave out, go back into the jungle. They have a ward down on both teams, but most, especially Brame having that ward there is gonna mean that SF is always aware of who's in his jungle and if there's like danger afoot.
That smoke was scouted. Enigma had the vision. They saw it coming, so MC's already TP'd away, and they're playing into mid again.
Mati MC, Cok.
MC getting drained of his life through the decrep of Wish. Not enough to kill him, while on the high ground, the DP gets disposed back in towards the SF, but it's Sumail who's fighting back harder than Brame imagined. And now this map starts to become really, really tight and confined for Brame, with both mid and bot tier 1s going down, the ward coverage from Nigma allowing them to play into that bottom jungle. This then, by extension, allows Miracle just to free farm wherever he wants to go.
Oh, they got the chrono. Gonna probably have to use it if they want this kill.
He's pretty tanky, he is. Didn't get his flash heap off. Damage from the bashes. Add in the Spirit Siphon. But a good save from Desire.
Nggak dapet anjing.
Throws them back as Nande does get a kill on GH back into that bottom jungle. It's just all kicking off. Like 9.5 minutes in, we've lost towers. People are battling in these deep areas.
I'm definitely feeling for Sumail in this game. I think a bunch of his moves have not worked out. The one mid where they took that tower was great, but this is like the second time he's come top now and not managed to get a kill. Like, 11 is getting this top tower for free. He's getting a chrono expended on him. He's living through it. He's keeping his life. I love his itemization of this Vanguard, Ring of Protection, and a Wraith Band. So he has so much armor coming out, more than like a typical Pudge, on top of that damage resistance from Flesh Heap. So great space creation top.
They're getting so much farm on all their cores. I mean, it's a slight net worth lead for Nigma, and that is the gap that we obviously see with Kuro and GH getting a lot more farm than their counterparts. So we have the Chen mech, and we're starting to work towards that Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker, as he's saved up 700 gold so far. And these are definitely items that can turn the tide of battle.
Yeah, they got mad timings as well. Like, just in general, even though that chrono didn't work out, they understand their like ability to pressure this Pudge now a little bit better. Next chrono they can maybe use for something else, or just bring more heroes. Understand you need someone else as well. Invis Rubik top. They're just looking at Miracle.
Yeah, just giving him a stare down. So Mascumanus treads into Mel.
Babi, GH yang mati mulu ngentot.
Into the Shadow Fiend once more. And GH is trying to find these little pockets of farm, but Brame doing an exceptional job of making sure that he's not getting any closer to that blink.
And
yeah, what's the reasoning behind Mom over Midas here? Is Miracle just wanting to play faster with the rest of his team?
maybe his lane just didn't go as he hoped.
Oh, mid lane, the blast on Kuro. Mech buys him a little bit of space, but Spartan able to finish the job off with Wish. GH with a Fisher, though, allowing MC to TP forward. Catch out the Marcy, no rebound available to escape.
Yeah, when it comes to this Mask of Madness, to go back to what you asked, it's definitely something that I've seen Voids go when they're struggling. Because they use the lifesteal to be able to farm the jungle. Because otherwise you just sit in the lane, you're happy, you're taking, you're getting your Midas, you're just sitting in the lane. But this definitely went quite poorly for them. I think they did a good job on Brame of just pressuring, killing Kuroki, making the lane difficult and uncomfortable. God, they're smoking top again. If
they don't connect on a meaningful kill, it's a good Fisher block.
Great
That
block.
should be the end of 11 now. Pudge gets the Dismember out. He's incredibly tanky, nearly taking GH with him. Needed the mech from Kuro to make sure they're all topped up.
I can translate this into a tower.
Looks like they can, yeah. Like in the meantime, we've got this SF who has a mom himself. Going into that Dragon Lance.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
A very fast farmer, this Shadow Fiend. Closing on 7k, just 13 minutes in.
This Pugna definitely hasn't played out the way I thought it would. I thought he would be the one pressuring mid tower and being the one that helps take top, but he's actually played a lot around mid. It's sort of nice in a way, just because it alleviates a little bit of attention away from the Pudge early on, and this SF is recovering. I mean, his lane was fine, to be honest. It's pretty good, actually. But, yeah, they've kind of just been skirmishing around mid with supports and stuff. And letting people do their thing. But for now, like, Nigma, they've put this ward up top at the entrance to the river. So they're just going to see any hero that decides to go up there to farm. Because sometimes what heroes will do is they TP top or they walk top, and they don't show on the wave there, even though it's kind of pushing in. They'll just farm the hard camp and hide and wait and see if they can get a kill like that. So this ward just means that Nigma are always aware who's top, if they can go for a kill there, if they can go for smoke. They've got that sentry on that high ground cliff, so they know there's no ward there. There's nothing scouting them. I don't think Brame have really invaded their jungle at all, so I don't think they think there's any deep wards either. So I think top is pretty secure for
MC
Nigma
mati
right
di
now.
bawah.
Yeah, they already brute forced mid and bottom lane, so they can
Yeah.
breathe. Oh, mind control. Caught by the rebound, dispose again. Spartan and Nande pairing up beautifully to find that kill, but the escape might not be as easy. Chrono is here, ready for Miracle, but the Requiem is going to fear them away. Spartan with the Unleash finds a double kill for Nande. Shadow Fiend picks up the double. And Nigma not wanting to chase any further because the reactions from Brame, they're bringing 2 additional heroes down here. They want to continue fighting. Nigma kind of stuck on an island, but good time walk from Miracle. Gets him away. But the pressure on the tower will come regardless.
Oh, that SF move was sick. Just hiding behind the trees. I mean, that should, you think you're gonna die there. They're kind of trying to pincer you. Earthshaker coming from below, Faceless Void coming from above. It's kind of like you're in a lose-lose situation. But yeah, using that vision advantage and hiding yourself with that ult, what it turns into a kill, turns into a live. Like, that's really nice. And I think now Nigma just try to aim for some timing where they think they can take a good fight. They need this BKB on the DP. They can look for pickoffs with this Orchid. I think Mind Control. He's finishing that soon in the next like 100 gold. This as well. Like GH is slowly working his way towards that Blink Dagger. He has to seed this farm bot to the Faceless Void. I think who's also pretty poor.
Yeah, kind of in catch-up mode.
Yeah, it sucks when all your heroes are kind of clawing for some money. Like Kuroki playing Chen, who's like a naturally greedy support as well. Generally, you want to steal like enemy farm space with a hero like Chen or Enchantress. At least he has his mech, so he's kind of like core item's done.
Yeah.
And now you just let your other heroes have the space.
I mean, Sumail probably also itching to use this Exo to get stuff done, but he's going to have to sit back a little bit, take a back seat in this game for the next few minutes.
Nggak bisa smoke play anjing.
But yeah, that move down bottom also meant that 11 was able to push out a couple of waves top, got into the jungle, farmed himself to Aghanim Scepter, which he's basically got done already.
Oh yeah, he just finished it. It's coming on courier.
That's like carry punch timings.
Yeah. I'm just thinking now, like, are they ready to go? We're about to finish a vessel on Pugna. I mean, they're smoking on Nigma now. They do have the Chrono. Like, they can definitely take a good fight.
It feels like they need to.
Yeah, the Orchid is done on Mind Control, which is a big point.
Well, this is one of those things, right, we pointed out in the draft. If they win a fight here, get 2-3 kills, they could think about Roche. They could think about these big objectives on the map. Spartan's going to be the one that breaks the smoke. Good silence from Sumail, though. Catches them both. The supports are down. Chrono landing on SF means they'll all vie for control of that high ground as they sprout and catch Nande. Deep rep, life drain, heal back up. The save from Wish gets him away. He's hasted. Speedy SF gets out of danger. Echo Slam from GH will catch the Pugna, though. Find the extra kill. So do slip through and find 2. Marcy somehow escaping that with her life, rebounding away from danger as well.
Oh, so she did. I totally thought she died.
I thought she was gone.
I was gonna correct you, like, actually, it was 3 deaths.
Ay, coba nggak dapet haste tadi dia mati, Cok.
Alright, I mean, it's not ideal that you didn't get the SF, but it's definitely a successful smoke. Any kind of move like that, which alleviates a little bit of pressure from your map and gives you that gold from kills,
Rosan.
it's gonna be alright. But you can definitely make moves now that Chrono's down.
That's the thing, though. Like, does it alleviate pressure?
No, it doesn't. I lied to you. I lied to you.
You spent all your cooldowns, got a couple of kills, and again, you know, we pointed out this during the draft. They just wait to respawn and go out on the map to play the game. Get the Roshan, get the Aegis in the hands of the SF. He's gonna Requiem the Roshan as well to make sure no one's jumping in, no stealing at all.
Alright, well, you know, it alleviated pressure for 1 minute while they did the Roche.
Yeah,
you know, just during that one moment, free CS, baby.
Yeah, free farm for Miracle. He's got his Maelstrom now. Trying to work on that BKB.
DB's about to have hers. Miracle's quite far off his. So is Mind Control. Frame, I would say with this Aegis, they can use their Pugna to take top tier 2 if they want. Looks like they're already angling up there with other heroes a bit, but they're taking it kind of slowly. You don't have Echo Slam. You don't have Exorcism. This would have been a good moment to kind of brute force it, but I think they just still scared. You can always get that like Fisher block off it and get bursted down, right? You gotta play a little bit safe.
SF doesn't know the meaning of safe, just pushing out waves, getting up in that top lane.
Hey, he's got the Aegis, he's feeling it. I think Brame still want to play for their map control, because Nighbot, on the other hand, like, what are the things that they can do during this Aegis? They want to keep farming. They are aware that the later the game goes, the stronger Miracle is. This is their win condition. The Faceless Void outcarries all. So he's happy to just sit in this triangle and farm as much as he can. Meanwhile, Mind Control with that global presence and the teleport, he's able to just split push and throw out these trees. If they commit all their heroes to top to try and take a tier 2,
ini kelamaan anjing nunggu Miracle,
he
Cok.
wants to defend it, it looks like. And Mind Control's just going to pressure bot with the tree ants, and you might lose your tier 2 while not even taking theirs. So I think not GH, but Nigma just want to delay.
Yeah, they're all green lit now. Everyone's got their ultis ready. And prepping with wards kind of shallow in their jungle. Try and see anyone coming. And Miracle just sticking out that triangle, like you said. But MC will TP up top. Keep that wave pushed back. Yeah, it felt like Brame maybe were in a position here where they could start invading a little deeper, hunting for the Faceless Void, but it's been a good move from Nigma to create that barrier in front of him. Make sure there's no real way to get towards him.
Now all their teamfight spells are up. We've seen how effective teamfight was in their series
Nigma.
versus Goon Squad. Yeah.
Sumail, the one leading the charge. Smoke breaks, Wish and Desire. Another good two-hero silence,
Nice.
and the Chrono from Miracle aiming straight towards Pugna. No one to save him now. And two heroes dead just like that. DD
Jadi
will
bawah.
spawn bottom lane. And it looks like Brame is still trying to get themselves back into their triangle to get control of the map again. But Chen, he just stands his ground and says, yeah, all right, yeah, come on then.
Yeah, he's got those creeps.
Come on then, Shadow
Nothing's
Fiend.
moving in.
Yeah, you're gonna keep hitting me. Oh, sidekick on SF. That's a little spooky. And the hook from 11 lined it up, reels him in. Spartan jumping in. I'll aim for the Chen army instead. Remove all of his troops.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So now another
look-
window. All the ultis expended. No, they still got Exo
No,
Echo
no, no.
Slam.
They have two ultis, but the Chronosphere is the biggest. As long as you have a BKB up and you're not getting caught by surprise by GH, you're kind of okay. I do think they should still play, a little reserve. You don't want to be diving tier 2s because that is how you sort of start to group up by accident and then you get Echo Slammed. The Nigma have a really good way of disengaging
Spartan.
this as well. Oh my.
Spartan. But if you can jump the Earthshaker and stop him from jumping you, great start to the fight. Blow up GH. Mind control, trying to give chase. Nande thinking about the Requiem. But BKB popped by Sumail to move towards 11. Gets the Dismember onto Miracle. Silence comes as well onto this Pudge. Miracle has to time walk away. Can't deal with the Aghanim's rot.
11 is just standing his ground. He's so tanky. It's so hard to kill him, even using this exorcism. I didn't think that mid jump would go well. I genuinely thought that they would expend the Hand of God. I thought that would be why it's hard for them to ever dive a tier 2 tower, but they didn't feel like using it on GH. I think just because they understand, okay, well, he's gonna respawn pretty quickly anyway, and he already got
Tai
his
itu
fish
talent
rock.
tolol anjing.
I mean, this
Kasih
game is
aura
slipping
efek
pretty
building
quickly.
tuh tai anjing.
There's not much in it net worth-wise, but in terms of cores getting farmed, Shadow Fiend is right up at the top, a good 4,000 ahead of the nearest counterpart in mind control. They've got map control as well, and taking out that mid-tier 2 into the top jungle to grab the outpost. I mean, Nigma, yeah, you've been saying, going into late game, they're going to feel reasonably comfortable with this Faceless Void in their hands, but they need more time to get there. Weather this storm for the next 5-6 minutes.
Well, we're bound to hit the mind control BKB timing. Miracle also kind of getting in there. And Aegis has expired. I mean, they've been using their smokes on Nigma primarily around this Chronosphere. And now that it's up again, maybe we see that again. It looks like Brame are trying to beat out that timing and start by themselves. They smoke up first. They want to taking the initiative.
Kuro aja mati, gak apa-apa Kuro.
Nigma are trying to be greedy. They are trying to get a lot of net worth. So they're splitting their heroes on the map. Like Void being bot.
Just look at Spartan. He's just sprinting towards. Is there a hero here? I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it.
That is what one tends to do with a smoke.
Yeah, well, he's like 1,000 rage ahead of any of his teammates.
Yeah,
He's got no one to rebound off. Nothing.
Oh, he doesn't even have a blink. It's very, very.
Oh, he's incredibly poor.
Yeah, I mean, you were right, by the way. He is position 6. I've been watching his net worth on the net worth graph the whole game. Oh my god, he had brown boots for the longest time.
DBKB cok, Miracle DBKB bisa Chrono.
I remember the
Tiap
days
aja
of him playing Bane and not having brown boots 15 minutes in.
Jesus Christ.
That's how selfless this guy has been through his career. But he brings great huddles, great team fight shot calling. And he is definitely the voice and the leader of every team he's been involved in.
Yeah. It's like, oh guys, I noticed there's a sentry in stock. Don't worry, I'll fix that for you. Alright, well, here comes the smoke. They do not have Faceless Void with them. His BKB is arriving now. Maybe he'll TP top or just connect to his team.
Is under attack.
It looks like they're just going to kind of smoke towards Void instead and play it that way. Play off this haste rune.
Thanks. MC set up bottom tier 2 as well. The great strength of this Prophet. Similar as the Dawnbreakers, the Spectres of the game. Able to play away from your
Nice,
team
good
and then
kill.
TP in.
Nice.
They
Sebelum
catch the
mulai ada
Marcy,
kill satu, nice.
quickly take her down. MC didn't even need to TP, so he can stick it bottom if he wants to.
Yeah. I think Mind Control's been doing a nice job of using the Treants to scout things as well. He's just been like sending them around the map a little bit. Like even then, I think 11's Pudge was scouted by a Treant. And he's just like
Ayo
forced a
cok,
little
ini
bit
void
back, was, like, in
anjing.
position to save the
Carry-nya
Marcy when
para
they went
carry
on.
anjing.
Well, it feels like they've broken past that period of spookiness with the Aegis on the SF. Now 30 seconds to wait until fast spawn, and that's where it's really going to start brewing, these team fights. Like if Brame aren't able to get a pick off and go into Roche, I don't know, I struggle to see them like sneaking in or going in there raw, because Nigma do have that chrono, the blink echo, you know, they've
It's
got
so scary.
they've got to set up for Roshan rather than just go for it. They're trying to come bottom. Nande, Invis with a Requiem, left across. Fear is there onto the Faceless. The heals aren't enough. They tried with the Hand of God to keep him alive. Now he's dead for 47. And
Don't
Roche
have a
alive in
smoke.
40.
I think if they had a smoke right now, they could just run back top. It's where, you know,
The important stuff is.
exactly, yeah. But they won't have that, so they'll just kind of run instead. This gem on Spartan, I really like that pickup when you're ahead or trying to play a lineup like this where you're a bit, you know, afraid of getting to that late game. Being able to limit how much vision they have, especially when they're playing so many teamfight heroes that want to initiate and want to have vision to know the targets to get. Like this gem is very important. I mean, Nigma have amazing wards down right now and have had for quite some time. This one in the triangle has gone undewarded for the entire duration. They have multiple cliff wards. This top is so secure for them. Whereas I don't think there's any vision for Brame. They need to think about how they want to tackle getting into this area as Roche starts to approach.
Yeah, it's definitely definitely one of the struggles when you're playing this 5-man unit against, you know, the Chen, the Prophet, the DP. They're all split pushing, shoving out top, TPing bot to get that lane pushed out as well. Yeah, you know, ping-ponging around the map, trying to contend with and deal with all these issues. And that leaves, you know, Roshan potential team fights open around the pit.
Yeah. So they used scan on Brame, so they knew Nigma Galaxy was playing up there. They're gonna play it carefully. I think both teams are now aware that this Roche is the big thing, and I think they're just gonna kind of slowly poke and prod it on Brame. They have the gem, they'll want to like slowly deward as they go. I think Nande being up like this is a bit scary, because yeah, this is, you know, he got scouted. Miracle's literally staring at him right now.
Yeah,
There's that punch hook.
Doesn't want to make the jump just yet though.
Yeah, he'll just get hooked out. It's really risky to do that with no vision. I mean, they had vision, but it, you know, it's gone now.
Time to go again? Oh, they're just gonna wait. No, you can't just walk into the pit like this.
No.
Oh, the Treant dies. They're going for it. Nigma.
That is damage.
Nigma have a scan, and oh god, you're right. This sidekick SF doing 400 damage a pop.
Well, they're running.
Roshan is nearly dead already. He's trying to go for the Requiem, but he's been bashed up. Fisher from GH.
Oh, no, ya
they
Allah.
know they're inside, and they chrono the SF. Miracle with his BKB by the save with a hook. Requiem now from Nande.
Aegis!
Spartan's about to drop the
Aja, cok, Aegis, kena block, cok.
11 grabs the Aegis inside the pit. MC with his BKB TP. Oh, inside the Sprout. He's away safe and sound.
Keluar,
Fisher
keluar,
block as
anjing.
they buy back Marcy. Pudge holds the Aegis. Nigma spent the majority of their team fight ultis for this, but a minor win from Brame?
Kena ini anjing, kena apa?
That was hype. They stole the
Kena
shot on
fuck
Nigma,
Fisher anjing.
but the Aegis steal was great. I mean, I thought he was gonna go like 8 different ways. Like, okay, SF's in the pit. He's gonna get the Roche, but then the Fisher
gets
from the
bashed.
Earthshaker. Yeah, he can't get it, and then Miracle's just in there. I was so sure he had
Watch
that
it back.
Aegis.
Watch it back.
It was like so scary.
Rosana kena block Fisher
Like,
anjing.
total clip on the edge.
Ah,
What
yeah,
a
that
great hook save.
decrep, life drain, hook save. 11 blinks in to grab the Aegis. And a stolen chrono in the end as well from that Rubik.
11, the massive MVP of that fight. Like, not only does he save the SF from the chrono, but then he makes up for like no hero being in the pit anymore to then go and steal the Aegis. Like, what a Chad.
Dire's top tower
It is definitely super sad for Nigma though. Like, they get a shard as a, you know, a little pay prize, but like you just weren't like kind of set up enough. I mean, they stole it basically from right under your nose. They gave that one moment where they walked back and suddenly they lose it all.
are now really a lot on the shoulders of GH with this blink, level 2 Echo Slam. SF doesn't have Aegis, so they make the move on him. With a quick lift, the telekinesis stops the combo. No chain stuns for you. 11's in the midst of it all as well. It does die. First life gone. SF takes the fight.
Selamat Sumail, selamat. Alhamdulillah.
Pudge now stuck up on this high ground, being drifted away. Was that the seal totem allowing him to bounce over the fissure? Miracle wants blood now. Desire is in the trees. Fissure is there. So the Void can unload a bit of damage onto him, but the hook across into the Unleash Nod. Just a bit of a poke onto Nigma. Make them feel uncomfortable. As Mind Control TP's forward, but won't be able to catch any of the retreating members of Brave.
Tower tier 3 buat core 1, 2, 1 lah main Aegis 1.
But it's such a fearful situation for Nigma to be in right now.
Yeah, that was definitely a pretty poor high ground siege from Brame. Maybe relying on, or 11's been so tanky all game, maybe they thought he would live for much longer, but he died pretty fast with that Aegis, and SF got put down so low. You're playing into no Exorcism and no Chronosphere. I think they could have taken it maybe a little bit slower just to kind of siege with this Pugna, not overcommit. Now you've lost your Aegis, which feels bad, and you've given Nigma time for their cooldowns to come back up. So I think Nigma in a very commanding position right now. You see already in their moves, they're just taking this triangle area, trying to get as much map as they can in this period of respawn. This is the kind of mistakes that I think are going to give Miracle this way to get the Skadi, get the damage item.
Waduh, kenapa dagung, cok?
MKB, a butterfly.
Man, adek lu, man.
Be very effective. Just more and more attack speed, more and more agi.
Yeah, it feels like...
Man, abang lu, man. Asli, man.
I'm struggling to really describe my emotions on this. Because, oh god, Nande. Oh, he's been dusted. He's been spotted inside his silver edge. Caught out by Miracle and Sumail. They've got a hook across on the Faceless Void though. Gets his BKB off before the Dismember.
Ada Chrono. Nggak perlu, masih belum perlu. Chrono, nice! Good kill! Itu dong!
Nigma have broken past the fearful phase of this game and got towards mid to late game now with this Faceless Void. It was looking like Brame were in such a dominant position with the Roshans they've taken, with a move up to high ground, but maybe handing too much to Nigma now.
Yeah, you can never get carried away. It's the one big problem. You gotta keep it tight, keep it clean. And we've seen how slow some of these games can get with these teams not wanting to give anything away. One small mistake. Obviously now they did use their cooldowns. It becomes another back and forth of, okay, they've used Chrono, guys, we can go fight. I think SF, when he respawns, he needs to just recouple his, souls, and then maybe they could make a move. This is a Skadi finish now, a Miracle. He's looking really good. I think Mind Control as well, finishing that Bloodthorn, it really showed off for them in that last fight. Just how easy it was to kill Pudge in that.
Kenapa lu nanya fans Unity anjing bangsat, bos.
Apaan tuh?
This Faceless Void just feels like such a trump card.
Diam lu, Kul, anjing lu ya. Diam lu ya, anjing lu. Bacot, nentot. Menang ini 2-0, babi. Gak usah bacot lu, nentot. Menang ini anjing.
Safety nets you have here as Nigma having
NGX Omega Lul, NGX laut tuh. Omega Lul anjing. YD kalah 2-1, najis buat YD kontol.
He goes up high ground, hits into Sumail a couple of times.
Gak bisa fight, bro. Gak bisa fight, gak ada Chrono.
Wait for that Blink Echo Slam. He's hidden. There's no vision. Oh, but they have spotted him. They get a bit of ward coverage on the high ground and trying to play towards Miracle's Void. Hook into Dismember, but the BKB comes. The stolen Chrono onto Sumail. Locks him in place, but they found the Rubik kill. Snipe him in the back, and Sumail's too tanky to contend with. Spartan tries to unleash. And Shadow Fiend thinking about the Requiem.
Echo.
Brame trying to reset around this Marcy with a Requiem Fear, pushing Mind Control back. But
Echo.
with these fissures and the shard,
Echo, ya Allah.
stunning people for days.
Allah Akbar!
Blink of the Echo. He's got
Itu yang ditunggu-tunggu. Itu dia. Itu dia. Lanjut plus one. Ler. Modar gue asu. Modar.
Doesn't do a damn thing. A triple for Sumail. He's going to be crowned the king of this game.
Gak usah bacot anjing ya.
Look for these tier 2 towers in the middle lane. Maybe
6 anjing, 6 buat 0. 6 buat 0, cok.
5 of Brame.
No buyback. HG. Ada EXO.
There's not very many buybacks. You have 30 seconds till SF's up, but that's without souls. So they can take this top here. Maybe then
2 set ini mah, 2 set. Ada NP, 2 set.
But Chrono's back up, Gary. You're respawning into a Chronosphere. They're starting to play their cooldowns the right way, hey? We're like, okay, Chrono's down, now we got you with the Echo Slam. Now Echo Slam's down, we got you with the Chrono.
ulti cycling to perfection.
Yeah.
Samael with his Exo takes top lane, mid tier 2 is easy. And they just walk up the ramp.
Ada Chrono, relax, ada Chrono, masih
I
lengkap.
feel good to be a Brave
Masih
fan right
aman.
now, but they still got tools. You know, if there's a Chrono Sphere, but they still have the Punch Hook to save from it. You have the Pugna saves potentially as well. But this is looking like maybe another Rax here if they can't stop them.
Mega ini mah, lanjut nggak? Enggak, tenang, relax. Tahan dulu, tarik nafas.
To push that lane in. And Brame.
Oh, lanjut ler, ada Chrono ler, ada Hand of God, ada Chrono, lanjut.
They've got to do something here to get in behind Nigma, find the Earthshaker, stop that surprise initiation, because allowing Nigma just to come up high ground here. Risky prospect, Requiem left, dismember in, they found Miracle, they've got the Faceless Void. Beautifully executed by Brame. Hand of God will try and keep mind control alive, but that's not working.
Jangan kayak kemarin, ya Allah, jangan kayak kemarin, sumpah demi apa, jangan kayak kemarin. Gak apa-apa.
Area control with the SFL is so sick. Just
Kenapa
like,
pakai acara
no one can
ngetrol
really get in and
ngentot?
save him because everyone's feared. It's very nice. And just being able to cover it as well.
Udah jangan kayak kemarin,
where
babi
Desire
ya,
just
jangan
gets
kayak
that
kemarin,
off, Just
tai.
make sure that they cannot react at all to the ult. I know they were doing that earlier. I didn't check if they did it then. but yeah, super well executed, good defense. I was getting worried because I was like, yeah, they don't really
Ya Allah, jangan
have
kalah
that
game 1 anjing.
typical team fight spell like a black hole or
Enggak nih Aler. Ini kalau game 1 ini menang, game 2 Brame udah gak ada mental, Cok. Kena mental, jadi easy ntar game 2-nya.
Very well. Gives
So
them
nice.
bit of breathing
Harusnya
room.
begitu
They
sih.
still have Chrono when they respawn on Nigma though. And
Blidas, babi, gak ada yang blidas nih pasti nih.
In the Radiant Triangle,
Gak bisa
so
ngeliat
they
item
managed
lagi.
to find that back.
Tuh kan? Cok.
2.5 minutes.
Rank doang Immortal kagak blidas, kentot ya, babi. Blidas anjing.
Get a team
Artonnya
fight,
blidas, Cok,
use
babi.
them, reset, and then go roast for the next round.
it felt like seeing those previous fights, Brame really struggle when their initial jump goes poorly. Because we saw Nande just walk in and start to click away. And you had this like Rubik Chronosphere onto the DP, but I think Void kind of jumped away and he just sort of altered the quick, snappiness of Brame's initiation. And because it elongated how long the fight went off, like the BKB started to run out, everyone was sort of starting to be a little bit out of position for all this team fight.
Smoke.
And it just kind of, I don't know, put Brame on edge and
repat
they
dulu,
had to kind of start to run
item.
away, and everything sort of fell apart. It feels like they really need this sort of, in a situation like that anyway, it feels like they really need that quick jump and kill. Like someone's dismembered and then they're dead, or someone is requiemed and then they're dead, right? Anything that goes longer, you start to be a threat of all this DP damage, this Chronosphere, this Echo Slam. Even like Mind Control now is just scaling as that third core where he has the Nullifier and the Bloodthorn.
The Doomstick, it's ready.
Yeah. But a great close game.
Thinking about item progression, I keep looking at Spartan, honestly. Like Shiva.
Please don't look at him.
He's
He's
a fluffy
flawed.
hat, he's got a wind
You're making
lace.
fun of him.
Oh, poor little guy.
Rosan 50, Cok, tahan aja anjing.
Ooh, baiting off
Everyone's
the
ready. 11 Pudge blinks away. Caught, but dragged away with telekinesis and dispose. Spartan
Okay, good
is
kill.
open. So they'll chase him down instead. And now Brame a little separated. Yeah, Nande has to TP away.
Cok, Rosan 30,
Dante's
Cok.
like terrified as his Marcy's just running directly behind him and in his direction. It's like, can you run somewhere else, please? You're leading everyone towards me.
Go south, go south.
Go south. Run.
This
That's
entire
okay.
map just crawling with Nigma heroes, though. And they go top, they swing there, take control of triangle, they're into mid, pushing wave. MC grabbing outpost down bottom.
I think anytime you're Brame, as
Sumpah
long as
Miracle yang
if
kebiasaan
they're
anjing, gak ada
using
buyback
their
bangsat.
smokes and they're not
Dikata
getting
apa
caught
game
out, I think
anjing.
You can be pretty happy with that as Brame.
Oke,
Oh,
aman.
he is seeing mind control.
They do have eyes on him and kill off the Nature's Prophet. But I think that's a price Nigma are willing to pay. 2 heroes, 3 heroes showing bottom means Roshan is a freebie for them.
It is. Good heads up though, I think Mind Control has been playing bot the entire game. which is obviously really good because he's constantly applying pressure. He's making you have to think about that lane. He's making it so that Braymo committing a Rubik to the bot lane and stuff throughout the mid game instead of being able to run as far.
Carry Marcy, lu lihat net worth-nya 4.700 ya Carry Marcy.
Okay, he's gonna be there. Let's go gank him, and it was a really nicely executed gank there.
Oh, going on 11. Oh my god, yeah, Miracle. Just goes in with a Chrono, the Ags, the stolen Chrono back. Spartan's already dead, and 11 trying with his BKB, with the life drain healing him, but Wish becomes the focus of Miracle now. There's another fight in the back as well. Focus all over the place as Nande. Oh, can he get away from this? He's spent everything. No Silver Edge and no Hurricane Pike, but he has the life drain until the stuns come. GH and Miracle landing the fishes and the bashes right when they needed to.
Oh yeah, they got that.
Anjing goblok ya. Halo, My Republic, kontol ya, PGL.
Nullifier now on mind control that makes the save from Wish so much harder to put out. I mean, they're dealing.
Gak ada SF bro, gak ada SF bro, aman. Gak creep ini mah gak ada SF anjing. Damage lu dari mana anjing? Gak ada SF, kontol.
Mind control TP's back across after buying back himself. Desolator there for MC, gonna shred through these buildings. Miracle trying to take down the Nether Ward, but he's poking at Wish a little bit there. Try to put this game out of contention now. This Aghanim's Void, incredibly irritating with this shard on top of it, just time walking, rewinding, bashing on his way through. And Tier 4's open season for Nigma to break down these buildings and close out game 1, 41 minutes in. 20 more seconds for SF, but in comes Miracle. Bashing, cruising. GH with a Fisher block, keeping them in their fountain, and Miracle, yeah, just time walks in and clears out the Rubik. GG called, game 1 is done, and Nigma after maybe a shaky start.
Aman leher.
Play from Brame.
Babi ya.
Nigma come back with their
Bikin panik kontol Nigma babi emang ya.
Indeed, yeah, they definitely executed.
Ini anjing time kill-nya kali 2 tadi kalau nggak salah. Oh kali 1,7 anjing bangsa.
We need this Faceless Void to get his items. Whenever he has Chrono, I think they did a really good job of getting him involved and using that spell. Obviously, they had a lot of problems
Easy bro.
On the
Merem
way.
juga menang itu anjing.
This game, there was wasted Chronos and mistakes made that led to
Kenapa nge-share bokep?
losing those Roches, not being super on top of testing it, for example. I think Brain played incredibly all game long, like considering how hard.
Gue tadi jujur ya, sejujurnya nih ya, gue tadi udah ngebuka time kill-nya map 1, terus gue merasa Brain pasti anjing map 1. Nigma slow start, cok. Untung gue. Tapi gue nggak melakukan itu karena gue pendukung Nigma ya. Nah, Complexity Astralis. Astralis anjing ngebantai berapa sih ininya? Purpurannya? Astralis 3,5. Bro. You what, mate? Astralis 3,5. Complexity bukan tim gagal ya? Ya bos. Complexity bukan tim gagal ya bos. Nah iklan anjing. Iklan judi.
Didn't really work out. He was still farming like through the jungle towards them or back from them and keeping up in net worth to be able to have that impact. Ini
siapa anjing? Gue cuma tahu Grim anjing.
And just got to their timings. Obviously, like Brain messing up on that high ground push was probably a big key turning point for this game.
Terakhir ketemu kapan?
Yeah, it was a rough one having 11 holding A, just not ideal for them. But
Astralis.
One, a good solid lead for them. Lower bracket run begins now. We'll take a quick break and return, see if Brame can maybe even things up as game 2 will be coming your way right after.
Lustrik anjing Complexity, cok. Tapi kalah sama Saw anjing. Astralis kalah sama tim lawak ngentot apaan anjing. Lu chat will Allah Akbar. Gak mungkin anjing. Tadi gimana? Kenapa ini? Lu bet 2-0 gak? Astralis. Lumayan nih, odds bagus anjing. Oh, oke. Nigma win berapa? Belum gua. Kagak ngebet game 1 gua. Apa tahu ya kan? Gak ada yang tahu. Siapa tahu. Oh, itu qualifier. 10 menit ngapain ya layar gabut anjing? 10 menit ngapain? Scroll YouTube.
Hai semuanya.
Mitya Batford. Mitya Batford anjing. Kenapa ada Mitya Batford, Cok? Dota GB yang bos Yaki. Apa yang mau di GB anjing bos Yaki bangsat?
Data virus. Maksudnya dihitungnya berarti dari yang terakhir dong. Kalau misalnya Agumon gue jadi Wargrave. Oh, apakah Miu berubah juga teman-teman? Shakomon akan berubah lagi nih kayaknya.
Gue nggak ngerti anjing, sumpah sama orang itu gue nggak ngerti anjing. Random banget Cok game ya Cok. Tapi kalau Digimon oke lah ya Digimon gitu, but still bro. Lu tau game dia kemarin nggak yang chat-chatan anjing? Game apa anjing ngechat Cok? Gue nggak ngerti sumpah. Kayak lu main panah nih, tapi ngechat anjing kayak tutorial jadi kuli Jawa apa gimana ngentot? Gak ngerti gue anjing. Ini udah diupload nih. Ada siapa? Backroom.
Wih, liatin anjing ngejar, Cok.
Liatin nenek-nenek goblok banget.
Paunet.
Paunet, Pasatpam Rossi. Lain lu jangan pakai cewek.
Anjing cakep, Cok.
Jangan. Nah itu udah itu.
Nah, itu tuh tadi.
Mana tadi?
Tapi itu woman anjir.
Enggak apa.
Kita adalah keluar dari ruangan ini, Bro dia. Ayo, cari.
Mari kita COD dulu, kawan. Tai gua awal-awal enggak ngerti anjing ginian, gua kira udah horor ya, babi.
Apa sih namanya tuh?
Ternyata enggak ada setannya yang di awal-awal.
Selamat minta duit. Jangan petunjuknya beda lagi.
Iya, pastilah beda.
Oh, iya,
Enggak kaget. Ya, Kasumi enggak kaget.
Bang, kita mundur aja, Bang.
Ini sih
dulu.
Ini mah biasa. Bacot aja.
Bro,
setannya
scare, bro. Gigi, aku bawa gigi deh.
Udah, tukul bawa gigi.
Itu ada setan babi, ada setan bikin.
Serius lu?
Nongkrong semua.
Ada instant kill, Bibi, ada instant kill.
Terus gimana caranya kita nongkrong di sini semua anjing?
Kalau ada instant kill jangan dilihat. Kalau ada instant kill jangan dilihat.
Kocak gue tadi. Ngumpul anjing berempat.
Nggak,
Itu yang mana sih?
jangan disenterin, dia suka cahaya.
Jangan di center cengok goblok.
Ayo jalan yuk.
Gitu dia.
Aman, bro. Merah, bro. Masih
Merah,
merah.
Ada
ini hantu instant kill. Oke.
Yaudah jadi senterin, ntar nggak bisa lewat.
Ikutin gue ya. Lurus, belok kanan, lari ya. Aman. 2, 3, let's go.
Meninggal.
Gak ada yang ngikut, oh ada tukul ngikut.
Aman. Udah. Kalian terlalu jauh, Cok. Masuk kanan dia, sini aja dulu sini. Ini dulu sini kanan, ayo.
Setannya di mana sih?
Plan hemat stamina anjing. Hemat stamina. Ya, ntar pas monsternya muncul untuk gigi.
Ayo, depan yuk.
Halo, bro. What happened, bro? What is happening here, botak?
Ayo nenek tua tolol aja. Yaudah yuk, jalan yuk.
Musiknya tuh gimana ya?
Kita masih kurang ini tangan. Tinggal tangan doang. Di mana? Kul nggak ada, Kul di kamar mayat, Kul. Ayo.
Coba sini lihat dulu, gue pengen tadi tur.
Ini kamar mana ada rame, Cok.
Sini.
Tur di sini, sumpah.
Suara tutut. Wah, apaan tuh?
Sini.
Emang kalau
Ini
ventilasi
pintu. Nah, lu pada kerja ya, lu pada kerja. Sip. Lu pada kerja.
aku sembunyi dulu, kawan.
Main game ini lu mual nggak? Mual anjing.
Goblok, tolol.
Nih, Almond Water gua ambil lah.
Gila ya? Ambil coy.
Berapa, Kul?
5, 10 lagi, satu lagi.
Udah.
Yang jarum panjangnya lewatin. Ke kanan, ke kiri kau.
Ya bentar.
Cok.
Ayo jalan yuk.
Rio.
Iya, dulu.
Nih, ayo.
Di depan. Oh my god, bro. Bercanda, bro. Relay aja kali, bro.
Outlast multiplayer gimana? Enggak ah.
Instant kill di depan ya.
Itu ada instant kill depan, Cok. Jangan lihat. Aduh, ngeflick lagi.
Terus gimana nih? Valen mati nih.
Apaan sih orang gak ada orang?
Ada instant kill. Oh, udah nggak ada. Ayo depan kiri.
Iya, Pak.
Jangan lihat ke kiri, tai. Jangan patung yang dilihat. Nggak ada.
Kopi ketemu setan nggak ada ekspresi. Iya anjing. Kok bisa ya?
Apaan sih? Pek itu tutup ventilasi.
Apa sih, Cok?
Anjing emang.
Aduh, nggak usah pakai soundboard kontol.
Mengamuk.
Tinggalin aja apa, Cok?
Anjing. Sumpah gua langsung pusing, Cok, anjing ya. Ada apaan, Pon? Hah? Enggak pusing di real life, anjing.
Nggak ada apa-apa, anjing.
Ngentot, ayolah, jangan gitulah. Asas, biasa ada kartitan. Gas. Oh, nggak ada nih.
Skin doang polisi anjing, hatinya Hello Kitty.
Nggak ada kosong, bro. Biarin aja, anjing.
Ayo anjing gede pakai cara tutup-tutup bangsat.
Ayo karma dari Jepon.
Sumpah, lu kok suka. Ayo, ini suka.
Untuk setan kotor.
Belakang gue instant kill.
Lagi gue instant kill. Woi, monyet. Woi, sumpah responnya susah kalian anjing.
Di body block anjing lu bayangin ngentot.
Ada kartitan. Rame banget. Sumpah.
Rame banget sini. Sini kan?
Iya sini lurus. Ini yang nongkrong di ini anjing di tempat itu, Cok. Lama baca nongkrong di situ bangsat.
Asep scam anjing.
Ya lu pada kerja ya, gua sembunyi di locker.
Liatin setan dong, Pon.
Ya ini gua liatin setan nih dari locker.
Nggak kelihatan anjing.
Sementara aman, Bro, belum ada apa-apa. Yuk.
Cari tangan kanan. Itu ke kamar mayat.
Ini apaan?
Tutup dong.
Ini
Nggak ada, nggak bisa ditutup. Nah, ini siap nih. Ini bakal banyak nih. Cool, Pon, jagain dong. Ini bakal banyak banget, sumpah.
Yang gue bingung ya, Upi ini nyuruh jagain tuh maksudnya gimana, Cok? Gue disuruh ngapain, ngentot? Gue disuruh ngeliatin kayak, weh ada ini nih, ada kartitan gitu. Gue suruh jagain, weh. Nggak boleh lewat. Masa gitu anjing? Ya enggak dong, lari, Cok. Hari-hari suruh jagain anjing, jagain apa gitu? Ada bubar ya, ada bubar anjing.
nggak ada, nggak bisa ditutup.
Tutup gua. Dia. Kartitan. Nggak ikut. Saya autokill. Jangan, Cok.
Chaos banget anjing.
Masuk locker, tak peduli.
Chaos anjing.
Udah keluar bilang ya. Di luar.
Ini dia apa ini? Lu dikejar anjing. Ngentot gitu. Gak ada ekspresinya anjing. Lu bandingin sama gua ngentot. Gua dikejar kartitan kayak gitu, gua lari, Cok. Gua udah gak peduli ngentot. Hidup gabut babi. Mana ya?
Coba aja intip.
Enggak mau.
Iya, jadi suaranya gua.
Belum ini anjing jauh.
Center anjing. Centernya.
Ini ada saya tipil nih satu nih.
Mau dong.
Mau
Mana
dong.
ya?
Kontol. Kamu ngeliat ke belakang.
Anjing.
Ayo kawan, kalau udah masuk sini bilang kawan.
Oh, ini.
Ke tempat bunga.
Ujung dong. Gua enggak bukan ini anjing. Setelah ini apa ya? Setelah ini kayaknya. Sumpah, ini 90% gua dalam locker sih.
Anjing di gua sih sumpah.
Anxiety pill dong.
Iya, Cok, aku butuh anxiety.
Oh, ini yang kedua R, yang pertama apa? L gitu?
Merah cool di kita cool.
Belum ini anjing.
Instakil.
Dia tuh sensitif sama suara fast.
Mana?
Sumpah aku.
Di kita cool.
Mana sih? Setelah ini. Mana sih
apa-apa.
ruang mayat?
Cing diambil, Cok. Woi. Terus gua sembunyi mana? Gua sembunyi mana? Lan.
Oh, ini.
Lan.
Ini sebelumnya buka ya?
256.
Yuk jalan.
Siapa ini minum pil samping gue nih?
Dia punya pil kop.
Ria.
Koplo, lu punya
Yang
ini kabel telkom, sumpah demi Allah, kabel telkom.
Oh, udah.
Tegang banget ya gua ngentot. Halimawan dikejar setan aja. Babi emang.
Tutup. Dia baru keluar tadi.
Bisa lari. 255.
Satu. Kok gua nggak ngeliat ada darah sih?
Lihat tuh, masuk.
Udah nggak ada. Let's go bro, itu malah merah lampu.
Keblok temen anjing.
Kill.
Wow shit. Fogging.
Ini ada ventilasi. Len,
Woi,
instant kill.
Anjing udah keluar semua ya.
Si gaming
Udah kelar anjing.
Bro.
Mana sih?
Cari tangan.
Oh.
Udah tuh ke kamar mayat.
Yuk. Kanan kartitan itu.
Siapin ventilasi belakang.
Oh ini nih.
Nggak ada, nggak bisa ditutup, nggak bisa ditutup.
Tutup.
Kartitan. Terus gua ketemu. Wah.
Jangan cok. Masuk loker. Nggak ada. Masuk.
Makentot emang. Ali mau dikejar cuman yang gitu doang anjing, apaan cok? Telkom depan gua di luar nungguin lu. Santai banget anjing. Kabel Telkom di luar. Babi ya.
Aman.
Oh.
Gua catat.
Enak banget cok.
Kabel Telkom anjing. Kabel Telkom.
Beda banget ya. Susah emang anjing. Masuk. Udah
Di
mulai.
depan dia nungguin di jalan keluar.
Lu mana Pon?
Hah? Gua di lemari depan situ. Gak bakal 10 kill lagi anjing.
Keluar lah.
Enggak?
Ya udah aman cuy. Ayo.
Makanya jangan rusuh, ditantan. Kalau kayak gini lama loh.
Halo.
Cool, tolong tutup.
Wah, kontol.
Kaget gua ngentot.
Oh, kaget dia, cok.
Cool, tolong tutup. Kaget gua ngentot.
Masih ada anjing.
Bangsat.
Kagetnya gitu doang anjing. Lu bayangin kalau gua ngentot yang itu gua di situ gua bisa langsung lepas keyboard gua lari beneran gua ngentot. Tempat gua anjing diambil, cok. Hey, terus gua sembunyi mana? Lihat. Mana? Gua ngapain anjing mas itu, cok?
Anjing.
Bangsat.
Tempat gua anjing diambil, cok. Babi. Baru keluar anjing.
Goblok, kaget gua.
Masih ada anjing.
Bangsat.
Susah, cok.
Ini kalau kertas ini ke mana?
Sini.
Dia lumayan lama nangkringnya ini.
Kabel Telkom, sumpah demi Allah, kabel Telkom.
Ini kartitannya masih di sini.
Ahli mawon santai banget, cok.
Gak bisa.
Tuh. Gua anjing habis sembunyi ini. Sini.
Dia lumayan lama nangkringnya.
Gua mana sih ngeliatnya?
Ini di kalau kertas ini ke mana?
Sini.
Dia lumayan lama
Oh ini nih anjing, ada di sini, cok.
nangkringnya.
Nggak betul kelihatan tapi ada tuh jalan-jalan tuh. Nggak tamat, udah tamat. Kabel Telkom, sumpah demi Allah, kabel Telkom. Gobloknya apa? Dia kan di sini ya, dia kan depan sini ya. Gue nyamperin ngentot. Gue muter, belok, terus balik lagi ke sini anjing, nyamperin gue bangsat.
Ini kartitannya masih di sini.
Mabuk lu Pon ah, salah lihat lu anjing.
Nggak denger lu stepnya anjing. Anjing ini. Oh iya kaca itu, udah.
Oh udah.
Ini aduh sur.
Anjing ini. Udah nih gue nggak ikut anjing, gue tunggu kelar baru datang gue.
Bro.
Darahnya.
Saya tip.
Doang kayaknya. Cepat gue mau lihat Nikma pusat kalah, sabar belum mulai. Draft aja belum.
Palu. Mirror itu jangan-jangan di
Si anjing
Ini aja bro, sini bro, let's go bro, Kamir.
nggak gitu cara mainnya.
Mati Len,
Si anjing moonwalk bangsat. Bisa moonwalk anjing nih, mak.
Udah nggak ada, let's go bro, itu mah
Beli VC.
Bang.
Oh iya. Iya lupa. Nggak bakal habis nih, tenang aja. Bar. Mana cara belinya? Gimana cara belinya, cok? Fuck you mean, bro? Cara belinya ngentot. Hah? Gimana cara belinya? Mana Raman gak pernah beli-beli juga kayaknya. Gak jelas anjing. Pembelian hanya bisa dilakukan lewat website. Ini webshop nih. Bro, this is fucking stupid. Ini mah kalau udah ini coming soon. Apa sih? Daftar, gue udah daftar ngentot. Taralah, Cok. Udah ngedraft. Ntar dah, kelar draft. Aneh, Cok. Goblok.
Assuming he's going there.
Tanya Levin aja, gue tanya Levin.
Makes it very scary. They're clearly like, yeah, we want to force Death Prophet off this mid lane, go to the off lane, and we're just gonna ban like the Queen of Pain, which seems to be the biggest.
Tanya Levin.
Every rider players having issues with right now.
Oh, lu ikut konser 17?
Yeah, like something like Storm is no longer needing to be banned, so I don't think they care about that. They'll just ban other stuff that Nigma likes to play. Is GH IO a big one?
What do you mean?
You maybe even consider coming back for, I don't know, the Omnis and the Abaddons, stuff like that. They can dispel all of that stuff.
Konser apa anjing 17?
I don't know, might be a bit tricky when you've got Chen on your lineup. You want GH on these active playmakers.
Judul apa? Nikma Galaxy masih nanya.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good to put him on here like that. It's not like he's not good at them. Obviously, you know, GH
17 siapa anjing?
In that similar vein, and he's fantastic at that.
17 ini
So the
boy
biggest
band.
issue I see is just it becomes again a game of we have no support
Oh iya.
that can do stuff.
Oh, yang di G-Spora ini.
And when Batrider is just gonna
gimana sih?
get his boost of travel and
17 boy band kan?
if you don't have stuns and stuff like that, it really sucks. And even if you have that support, usually these support
Bukan ini.
Omni Knight Abaddon, whoever.
Jangan, kalau ini udah bubar disapu bersih sama air laut.
They don't have mobility.
Oh, enggak ikut lah, ngapain anjing. Boyband laki gua enggak demen. Enggak demen laki. Kalau perempuan mungkin ya. Kalau Blackpink gitu mungkin.
It does, you know, it can put you in a risky position. I'm not saying that they won't pick that 100% because I've definitely seen it.
Puro belajar dari kesalahan.
It definitely has downsides. They become these static, like, you know, servants to the
BTS enggak, BTS harga tiketnya mahal.
With their saves, yeah, a good bit of respect being put on GH's name there. IO and Earthshake are both removed, like you were talking about.
Yeah, I want to see either something that can play make, something that has some damage.
Lu tau nggak sih? Kalau Earthshaker sama IO di band, GH main apa? Rubik. Main Rubik. Konser bertabung bintang KDI. Kenapa KDI anjing?
Then what do we see from Brame? Because they've
KDI apaan anjing, Bus?
5 and their potential 2/3. So we're still looking for some of these hero pairings.
Yeah, what can they? I mean, the ball's kind of in their court depending on what they see next. Because at that point they reveal. Well, they probably reveal.
Never mind, bro.
Oh, yes.
Never mind, Rubik.
GH Earth Spirit.
Exactly what you wanted. That's perfect for me. It's a playmaker. It can respond to mid dives. Literally gives me everything I want.
Kontes Danuk Indonesia nggak tahu gua.
It doesn't deal with the tomb, so that might be something you look for at the end here.
10 seconds
But they kind of need to see what Brame take and then counter that, and then also think about something that can deal with the tomb. Maybe there's an Ursa Bear in the future. Maybe Troll Warlord could see that. But yeah, for Brame, right now there's a lot of magic damage. Not very many reliable stuns. You could probably abuse that in some way. I've seen people play like the Morphlings. There's silences to play around. That's probably the biggest problem. But yeah, stuff that doesn't really care about stuns. I mean, you could pick a Terror Blade here, for example, would be pretty nice. Some high armor versus the physical damage and the DP ult and the Chen creeps. Something that can go jungle if you get pressured really hard. Pretty nice matchup there against DP2. The only issue is obviously Nigma have the last pick of this phase and they can abuse you potentially. So say you picked TB plus whatever else support, maybe then you get PL'd, for example.
Yeah. Things get rough from there on out.
What?
Oh, Tiny.
Dead hero. Whoa.
Potentially their position 4 here. So I was starting to think of, you know, do we go for like a Dawnbreaker or something for Brame? Because that's pretty good when Batrider's chasing, you know, your Solar Guardian on top of them. You keep that fight going around a Tombstone. A decent amount of heals.
Tiny. I know Wish. Oh no, I guess Wish is gonna play the Batrider, right? Oh no, 11.
Rubik 3x3 biasa berapa yang bagus?
There's a potential this could be a mid Tiny and
tahu ya?
a offlane Batrider.
50 ribuan paling, 30-40 ribuan paling, nggak tahu. Gue lupa punya gue berapa harga.
Smoke and mirrors, keeping everything hidden.
Yeah, this dumb flexible drop. Every drop is so flexible. I don't even know if this is mid or offlane. I genuinely have no idea what they're doing.
flapping wings in unison with the bat, though.
Yeah.
It's a lot of lane pressure, though, having Undying and Viper. Bat Rider as well.
Ursa udah nggak
There's
mungkin.
a lot that you've got to deal with here as Nigma.
10 seconds.
Yes, you need to just pick a carry now that can lane into either Bat or Viper, which is a tall ask, tall order.
We've seen a bit of Slark come back into play. What are your feelings on that hero?
Slark is a little risky, only because like if you're playing into Viper, it's you kind of get spit on
Viper
right
Undying
quite
lane,
often, to
anjing.
the point where the Q is not enough to
Gak ada
really-
hero yang
So
bisa
I feel like
ngelawan
when
itu,
using
Cok.
yourself,
Viper Undying.
3-6 you can be bullied pretty hard by Viper.
Hmm.
It's definitely an option though if they want to play more for a mid game timing. I know they've Jug is
Udah beli
fine.
tiket
I was
PC.
gonna say
Gimana
people
caranya, Man? Gua nggak ngerti, Man.
That's
Iya, Man. Gua
I would
tunjukin
say
ya,
it's
Man.
the same problem where the spin
Belinya
is
di
on
mana,
such
Man?
a long cooldown that you can't
Belinya di
see
mana,
it.
Man? Bangsat.
But I think the hope here is that Chen
Nggak
will
ngerti
be
gua,
enabling
anjing.
him to lane well. Like
Nih,
Brave are gonna have
pesan
to
di
block
sini.
those
Mana
corners,
kontol?
and stop him from getting creeps. Because when he gets creeps, I think Tiny and Viper both kind of struggle to deal with them.
What?
And then you've got Healing Ward to fall back on.
What?
And the one thing Brave have got to do is keep tabs on their mana pool, right? Bringing mangoes, bringing more mana regen by a Ring of Bassi or something. 'Cause they
Logan
do
login
spit
itu
out
apa,
a
Man?
lot of spells very quickly.
Sabar, gua lock out dulu dah.
Oh yeah.
Gua lock out dulu
I was
dah.
gonna say I'm a huge fan of Tiny Viper as well. Just as a duo.
Salah, lu
One
ngeliatin
of
ini aja.
My biggest issues with Viper
Gua lock out
is
bisa di
that
samping.
he is so slow. And when you're
Yeah.
playing a slow hero like Viper, it makes it hard for you to get on top of people, and the Atos build kind of got phased out a while ago. So having a Tiny who's able to go first for you, avalanche, toss someone back into you, it just makes your life a lot easier. I'm not talking about the lane, I'm talking more into the mid game. Just, Tiny really helps you. If you're like farming nearby, he can always kind of help connect heroes to you.
Gak ada, Man. Gua udah lock out login nih. Gak ada, Man.
Group stage, one of the most popular duos in first phase pick was Marcy Viper, right? You have that displacement, you've got decent lane, got the ability to keep chasing people down and kind of unlock the potential of the Viper to keep going.
Gua ngeliat jadwal masih kosong nggak orang-orang ini?
Now,
Indah udah sold out.
MC getting banned out. Nature's Prophet and Darkseer both.
Wah! Shani Indira Natio. Chania Gracia, Ashel udah penuh. Marsha masih ada tuh. Ika udah. Itu di bawah daftar anggota apa? Di bawah daftar anggota apa? Gak ada. PT Indonesia Musik Nusantara apa, Cuk? Ini hari apa, Feni? Ini hari apa sih? Ini hari pertama ada kalau nggak salah. Pencet jadwal.
That being said, Sumail had a baller game on Death Prophet, and I think that sometimes factors into who plays the hero the next game. He probably feels great. He's having to play it again.
You know what? You're fucking smart, bro. You're fucking smart.
In the mood for a little bit of DP.
Yeah.
Dua berapa?
20
sama 27.
You could play Visage.
Ada masih itu Fanny tuh.
You don't have an initiator like other than Spirit, but that's not the worst. Like DP's gonna be able to just have a BKB and run it.
Gua mesti ngisi JKT point anjing.
I mean right now I think Brame.
Ella abis loh.
Dude, they struggle so hard.
GG Ella.
If Mind Control wants to just take some Lycanthrope, Visage. It looks actually. I guess the Clinks' the barrage spell is not that bad, but it's dodgeable, right? You can just
Terima kasih, Rahman.
Walk away from it.
Ini gue bisa beli 2 ya. Jadi beli 2 beli 1 apa nih?
Clink's gonna give you a lot of physical damage, decent tower push there as well. And I guess with like burning army, burning barrage is pretty good in choke points to try and burst people down. Definitely a unique pick though, and unusual to see it here. Also unusual that it's not an absolute last pick, right? Usually with these flavor picks that come out, they are grabbed completely at the very end, but maybe
Fanny, satu Fanny,
here, right? If Nigma have not
Enggak,
played
bos.
against this,
Gini,
like,
bos, bentar,
what
bos.
do we pick against the Clinks?
Gue mau ngomong apa ke Fanny, bos?
I just feel like you can abuse this.
Ada salam dari lu. Terus gue ngobrolin apa? Gue nggak demen Fanny. Masa gue ngata-ngatain dia? Enggak dong. Enggak dong. Dum. Dumit itu.
Yeah, okay, I can see it.
Oh enggak.
This works too. It's just the different.
Pasti ditanya-tanyain. Gue mau jawab apa? Gue gak demen Fanny. Gue males ngeliat layar.
You're letting Sumail and Miracle have like free reign over a fight because you've doomed like the only thing that can stop them. Seems like a perfect.
Pantai, gue mau ngisi, sabar, ngisi JKT point.
It feels like a similar story to what we saw between DGG and Ivy. Like you think about these matchups, Those matchups, Ivy wanted to play a little bit faster. DGG wanted to play into that late game to get pleb built up. And maybe a similar story here where Nigma feeling game one, feeling that they can be a little more patient, waiting until 30 plus minutes. So Miracle and Mind Control and Sumail all have the farm that they need. Doom is always one of those heroes that's going to get the gold.
Yeah, he does.
Bilang aja pon saya sebenarnya disuruh VC temen disuruh temen buat VC Fanny. Iya, terus gua ngapain? Terus gua ngapain? Abis itu selesai apa? Setelah selesai itu tuh apa? Gue bingung anjing. Itu 5 detik dah. 4-5 detiknya gua ngapain? Diem. Ditanyain apa? Sumpah, kalau tanyain Fanny gue malas jawab. Jujur aja nih, ditanyain Fanny gue malas jawab anjing. Abi ya.
So yeah, maybe they can get.
Gak tahu, gue gak kenal Fanny anjing, gue gak ngikutin Fanny anjing. Gak peduli anjing.
It's like, what's the scaling like for Brame? Like I look at this and I think Bat, Viper.
Kenapa sih gak malam atau malam minggu?
Like they're gonna hit a brick wall 25-30
ya ada kegiatan bos, jawabannya begitu.
That Storm get through lane stage, they're in a good spot. Then Clinks is thrown in there, and I do not have a good read on where Clinks is, what he's meant to be.
Ayo gimana? Sekarang gini, gimana? Enggak, gue tanya bos Caki aja dah kan, ini kan duitnya bos Caki. Ya, bos lu mau beli, lu gimana jadinya? Kan lu nggak bisa VC. Apakah gue harus beli 1 tiket Fanny, 1 tiket Catherine? Atau ayo cepetan gue mau nonton Nigma anjing. Atau gue bebas, atau lu bener-bener kayak ngasih nih dah bebas lu milih apa, gimana? VC EV, kalau bisa VC EV gue anjing, udah nanya Dota bangsat, lebih penting itu malah daripada ini anjing. Enggak VC, gue nanyain VC bos, gak foto bos. Kalau foto lu gue kasih dah, foto Fanny kayak mau fotonya Azizi gue kasih bos, nggak masalah gue. VC Marsha, ya gue juga maksudnya bebas apa enggak? Kalau bebas gue pengen nyoba 2 gitu sekalian, Marsha sama Catherine gitu, atau Catherine sama Jesslyn. I don't fucking know. VC bebas, suka-suka lo. Oke udah. Ya udah.
Yeah. The hands of Midas.
Udah kalau gitu.
Udah. They have really strong lanes. They have Undying.
Bar ngisi dulu 200.000 poin.
They have the Bat Rider. They have abilities to rotate and contest these runes. They have ways to take tower with this Clinks. It's definitely not looking bad at all.
Pretty wild bounty rune fights, honestly.
Weird.
People backstabbing, going in around. Still going to end in a 2 for 2.
Yeah.
But the reward mid from Spartan there going to be denied by GH.
Oh. JKT 48 no. JKT 48 babi emang ya.
Starting to see way more picks recently. In general, whereas before he felt pretty unseen, and when he would come up, people don't really know what he does.
Enggak benar, kenapa ada 203.000 ya? Masa gue disuruh ngisi 3.000 ngetot OVO babi! OVO babi! Sumpah OVO babi! 203.000 anjing, gue ngisi 200.000 ya babi!
He can do ancients. He can farm the jungle. He is a much harder farmer now than his old designs. Also, Spawn doing a great job here of walling.
Suruh ngisi 3.000 gue anjing babi emang. Mana bisa OVO 3.000 bangsat.
This lane to the one that GH is pulling. Yeah. Unfortunately, doesn't get the range creep. But that's fine.
Tai lu mau top plate? Ya nggak plate juga sih benar. Gagal nih pembayarannya nih tai ya.
That he buys, he goes like a lot of
Bar
damage.
lagi.
Get, like, Daedalus. I've even seen like some rapiers coming out.
Udah bos, nggak usah bos, udah ini.
This hero does a lot of damage. The amount of little skeleton burning armies as well, like that seems to be quite value, and it makes it so hard to fight because they do a lot of damage, and they are just.
Gak anjing, kenapa 203 anjing?
Like feel super hard.
Tanggung banget cowok, gue suruh ngisi OVO 20.000. Udah.
If you're not building a lot of armor, it can completely demolish you.
Tanggung banget 3.000 anjing, kenapa kalian 10.000 gitu, masih gak apa-apa gue cok sekalian gitu. Oh masih bisa ngisi OVO. Abi emang. Untung masih kepake OVO-nya.
Every little thing makes fighting into Clinks quite difficult, but the counter to him, obviously, he's just a little boy. If you can get on top of him, you can.
Dilarang menggunakan green screen, black screen.
Well, Spartan, like you said, doing a good job getting up in the face of mind control with all these.
Sabar, baca peraturan dulu cok. Video call akan dilakukan menggunakan aplikasi Zoom.
Do a similar job on Nande there. Of course, we got that mid DP against the Bat Rider where it looks like Sumail taking.
Tuh anjing gue tambahin 110 bos.
14-2 against the 8-0 of the Bat.
2 cukup, nggak usah 3. Gue 3 mau ngapain, bos? Gue 3 mau ngapain? Zoom, iya pakai zoom.
Yeah, the level 4 is a big one to watch for.
3 siapa aja, bos? Catherine 2 udah cukup. Catherine 1 juga udah cukup sebenarnya. Bisa 3 member. First blood Kuro. Tolol. Enggak. Cijes, Catherine, Marsha. Iya kah? Terus 50 detik lu bisa cerita Nabi, babi. Iya nggak?
I'm seeing this so reliably now with these teams where they block them.
Atau mending yang lama, diambil lama satu gitu. Gue bingung aja mau ngomong apa kalau kebanyakan orang.
We'll see teams start to just bring the sentry early and like
ditambahin 110 sama bos Yaki. Gue harus menggunakan ini berarti Brody.
Like if you give your carry the last hit as well on it. I don't know, it just seems like I've seen it twice in the series in a row and I've seen it in other series.
Masih 50 detik 3 ayat bisa. Iya sabi kali.
I think teams will start to pick up on it soon when they watch replays and or just from when they deward it, because they do deward it eventually.
Yeah, it's there. You know, the vision's
Ayo gue baru pertama kali ya udah disuruh 3 orang anjing.
Wish has hit level 4.
Nggak, lu pada ada yang mau nitip nggak? Siapa gitu? Flora kayak siapa kayak masih nggak apa-apa gue ngobrol sama Flora. Kalau sama Fanny gue nggak mau anjing sumpah. Pakai anda kan pelangga-pelongo di luar tunggu, iya dong.
Going for a bit of a dive. Could also see Desire's tiny rotate, but currently very focused on keeping this Viper farming. Dragon waves back away from Miracle.
For Doom, we see a distinct difference here, where we've seen these lane presence Dooms that max or put 3 points in Scorched Earth, and they just try to, be there and pressure the carry and not give them everything for free. But Mind Control understands that this is not.
Atau Fanny di tai.
It's so hard to lane into Undying.
On share screen bisa. Share screen pas lu
so
VC. Gua rekam aja. Kayaknya nggak bisa kalau share screen dah. Gua rekam aja. Jangan deh, gua malu anjing gua ngomong apa ntar anjing enggak. Ntar gua dicengin anjing enggak. Babi. Ntar lu ngeliat awkwardness gua anjing enggak. Ntar lu ngeliat gua melewat enggak mau gua ngentot. Gua rekam aja ntar terus gua edit dulu anjing biar lu tidak melihat gua melewat babi ya.
Scary as they just go straight onto the clinks. Tombstone's dropped, his lightning creep the mind control's picked up has not only secured him range creeps but almost a kill on the clinks. Places the branch, gets the salve off and mind control dunk to zombies.
Lu ngecengin Levin juga ya makanya, Cok.
That was such a good branch.
Maka Marsha kan melihat gigi Anda. Enggak. Enggak, gue nggak mau Marsha, bingung gue mau ngomong apa kalau sama Marsha. Enggak. Anjing kenapa udah 2-0 babi ya.
Lightning creep. Doing a lot of magic damage, 140 burst. And a good roll in from GH. I mean, maybe now thinking about going on Spartan. Infernal blade there from.
Ayo jadi siapa aja, Cok.
Roll back. They want the clinks. Sentry drop.
Pakai jaket FTH. Catherine, kalau Catherine tuh udah tahu gue mau ngomong apa. Pasti ntar dibilang lucu pun sama member ya nggak peduli gue. Ntar lah gampang lah itulah. Lu ngejahit. Iya gue ngecengin Levin ntar gue dicengin Levin gue abis ini babi ya. Jesslyn gue mau nyoba Jesslyn sama Catherine dah ya. Ya guys. Gimana guys? Setuju nggak? Apa fake? Gak ada Fanny. Coret Fanny dari situ. Azizi gue gombalin member. Mau gombal apa? Ini karena gombalan Addison GG Gaming 212 nih. Kenapa orang Jepang suka sama wasabi? Bacot kontol. Babi. Duh.
Falcon Blade build seems really nice. He's gonna rotate under.
Dah, gue mau beli yang Catherine dulu 2. 1K, 2K.
If Nande dies here, that would be really bad, considering they know what's happening.
Yeah, they see it all coming.
Akan berapa ini?
A little pull off there. They'll go for the Undying instead, a little freebie. CP rotations coming in as Sumel does use Exo. Tiny cancels. Pressure very quickly again, similar to game 1. Straight onto tier 1s with this exorcism. And while the Tiny's been rotating, he went back to stack, he went to look for runes. That's completely left Kuro and Miracle to reclaim control of that bottom
Tanggal
lane.
21 Lev.
Viper on his own, not able to really do the job they desire.
Lu setuju juga kalau Jepon share screen? Jangan share screen gua. Gua record. Nggak bisa share screen, nggak ada share screen, nggak ada share screen. Gua record. Nggak ada share screen. Nggak ada share screen ngentot ya. Jangan malu-maluin gua. Jangan malu-maluin gua babi ya. Udah.
I guess they
Nih,
the first win or the first condition
khusus
that
bos
they
Ciaki gue record gue kirim full dah. Kalau yang lain kalau mau nonton gue cut anjing babi ya. Malu-maluin aja lu pada ngentot. Beli sendiri babi. Jangan mati dong.
Not much mind control can
Okay,
do
nice.
here, but watch Sumail
Kill itu.
attempt to TP home, and the Spirit Siphons keep him
Nice.
tossed up long enough.
Dua-dua, nice.
While MC does bring down Spartan and down in bottom lane. They've got in on top of 11.
Satu apa dua ya Katrin ya? Beli dua ah, gue pengen nanya-nanya tentang ini kehidupan.
Give him the safety he needed.
Beli dua, Katrin beli dua.
I guess that is one thing. No stuns. They even brought GH bot. So I guess at
Real
this
shit
point
ya.
you just commit to trying to take this
Real
tower
shit.
here.
Ya udah berarti gue upload, nggak boleh dia upload bos, nggak boleh, jujurnya sebenarnya nggak boleh di upload di sosial media.
They're gonna go for anything on Brame right now. Just there's no lasso. Clinks isn't gonna be killing anyone really.
Terus satu lagi siapa nih?
That rune bot, but it's not
Berapa pon? 100.000 satu tiket babi. Satu lagi siapa nih?
I mean, obviously Sumail making do without and still going top and making that.
Satu lagi siapa?
Getting that tower to half
Azizi
health.
apa? Gue pengen tahu Azizi itu ngapain sih?
Just unsettling the rhythm of
Iya bos,
Brave.
mending lu pendem aja bos.
So
Jangan
far,
di
the laning
share.
stages look superb in game 1 and
Marsha,
game 2.
bodo amat lah ya, cobain Marsha lah ya. Marsha kemarin ya, kalau nggak salah.
This is super even.
Anjing, yang malam sold out.
Clinks is getting his
Apalah.
Maelstrom delivered. So
Jam
it is
6 aja
that
gue
very
nggak ini
similar
kok,
build we
nggak
saw,
sholat.
I don't know, like a year ago or something when Artesis
Marsha ada
Solo
berapa
playing
sih?
it,
Marsha ada yang lain nggak
Maelstrom
jadwalnya?
rush, farm stacks of ancients, accelerate yourself incredibly quickly and become a force on the map.
Marsha ada yang
I'd like to see Brame stack.
Tapi lama banget,
a little
27
bit more.
anjing.
They only did it once so far, but just it's kind of like an alk. You're just investing really hard into your clinks. Yeah, and they're just gonna take the current stacks in the
Apalah?
jungle on Wish as Bat Rider.
Ini ada
And get him
20,
closer to
20, 21
the travel.
sekalian
Smel's
dah.
actually coming in with a ward as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they
Snipes
have
out. Couple of large creeps for him, very nicely done. And a little bit of high ground vision. Well, 11 on top of Miracle
Dah.
and finds the kill on him. Thanks
Kacau.
to Desire's tiny rotation, they
Udah,
kill
anjing.
off the jug.
Udah.
And he had 2 heroes
Total
behind him
berapa?
as well.
3-3.
Miracle dying there, a bit of a
Tanya sound
surprise.
Jepang. Aku ingin dijadikan wibu oleh Marsha.
I didn't see how it went. I didn't see how it went down. I just saw that his spins on cooldown, and I'm assuming they just like Viper striked through it and got that kill.
Yeah, they managed to catch him unaware. It looks like Desire will be stacking up the Ancients a little more as well. So Clinks can start to make that migration from top lane through his top jungle down towards bot.
Yeah, nice. They're bringing EXO to take top, so Fernande, he's got his Maelstrom, he's feeling good. He should just... it looks like he's waiting for that rotation, that creep respawn. He can super elevate his farming now with this Maelstrom. He can just like run it through the jungle, head to the triangle, take that, swing to bot, help take that tower if he wants.
They're smoking up top to connect with him though.
Okay.
So they know Sumail's here pushing away with Exo.
Jangan deket-deket jadwal VC-nya sama Catherine, kagak.
And this is still a position in the game where Enigma are waiting for key items.
Beda sehari.
Midas Doom still a little away from them. A good realization from Enigma that danger was coming. Tombstone from Spartan, Sumail with the 3-man silence, gonna create a bit of a gap between him and the rest of Brame. So a wasted rotation.
Emang harus banget pakai OVO kan buat beli JKT point, bisa transfer bank tapi gue males repot.
Smoking and wrapping around in behind them.
Pasti repot aja transfer banknya. Gue takutnya transfer bank terus disuruh apa? Yang cuma bisa lewat ATM tuh, nggak bisa lewat M banking, males tuh.
Soul rip for now, and in comes Desire. Avalanche toss back Sumail, but Miracle and GH with a long roll forward, whipping on the initiation. I'll try and aim for the tiny. He's the straggler. Kick the rock at him, spin him down.
Night good sih dapat satu tapi.
That's not bad for Brame. I would say I really like their move, because even though it doesn't result in anything, you're wasting the exorcism. I think that's still going to get the result of what they wanted from the fight.
Yeah,
still.
GH just keeps going in deeper and deeper. He got the dust off on the Clinks, kicks some rocks at him with a magnetize on him, but he's got himself that death pack, tanks back up and looks for a next round of brawling. Viper now decided to join in, but Doom
bisa itu fight.
clipped by another magnetized pebble. Mind control being burst
Nice.
almost immediately by the burning barrage, and
Aduh, dapat dua dia,
Sumail
anjing.
up. Wish finding the catch and the kill on GH here as the Viper is still alive somehow. He's on 10 HP. Survives through the Doom. Miracle chasing in towards Spartan with a spin on the Undying. Throws the Tombstone down and Miracle decides he has to TP home.
Shit, anjing trade-nya jelek banget, cok.
Blame, what a great punch back there. Yeah, they lose the Clinks, but taking 3 with him.
And Kuroki hit level 6 just now. Literally just now. Imagine if that had been able to change. He was sitting bot the entire fight. He never came top. He was desperate for that level 6.
That would have been a game changer.
Udah MC
Yeah, God,
babi.
nice re-initiation from Brame, like turning, even with low health on Clinks, he's like, I can get these kills if I just turn, maybe give my life, get this barrage off. I think Nigma, a big mistake there to keep going without your exorcism. They lost a lot of damage, and it did give Brame that space to get those kills. And, like, you give Bat 2 kills, I think, off, like, just by running in there. He's now gunning for a Blink Dagger. He's got his travels. Like, I think this is kind of a mistake. We've seen a couple times these Bat Riders, they get fed a couple kills and just have an amazing game off the back of it after a rougher start.
Just seeing that damage from the Clinks on the Doom is pretty insane though. Like from 100 to 0 in one barrage.
Tai mereka Omninya pindah anjing.
Undying Soul Rip 2? Actually, it's only level 1. Yeah, it was definitely mostly the Clinks.
That's pretty huge damage. And Nande clearing through these Ancients. Looks like they're going to give a bit of control in that mid lane. Tier 1 being chipped away at by this next Exo from Sumail. But again, it is patience from Nigma. That's the name of the game for them. They need these Hands of Midases to kick in. Hanses of Midases.
Hanses and Midases.
That's the one. And they're TPing in to defend now. Tombstone's there. Avalanche catch on Takuro. Chen just too far forward.
Bet siapa masih nanya anjing, gue dukung siapa lagi, Cok? Antara dua tim ini siapa yang gue dukung kalau bukan Nigma anjing?
Good defense there. I thought they might just give it, but the ability to just throw down Tombstone, I mean, there's a reason Undying is so popular right now. You can just throw this down and then get complete area control. They're just going to play now towards a high ground, cliff ward. Look for another kill. Lasso's back up. It forces Miracle out of his farming space. He'll have to go top, but Mind Control's up there. He's farming. Yeah, the map becomes a little smaller when they play like this. So hopefully they can just keep this ward up for themselves. They're losing the one on the cliff in their own jungle, so they won't be able to see Nigma going in there. It even looks like they might want to fight.
Yeah, I mean, GH. He's actually got the catch on Clinks. Trying to solo kill him. Maybe turn onto the Viper now, but quickly realizing that's not where he wants to be. Lasso will be there to catch out MC's Doom, baited in by the Earth Spirit roll. And Nigma, yet again, paying dearly for these aggressive moves into that top jungle.
Tuh,
a quick move from Nigma to just go de-ward that cliff ward as soon as they see.
Sekarang yang lagi kuat siapapun jarang nonton Dota.
It's still map pressure.
Bung Maidi tuh lagi kuat tuh, Bung Maidi.
Feeling afraid on Nigma, no matter where you go. Like, your wards are all up here on Nigma, and yet you're still dying as your offlaner.
Bung Maidi lagi
Brame is
kuat.
showing that they'll just go from one side of the map to another and hunt and hunt and hunt and look for these fights because they...
Bung Maidi kuat.
The nice thing about their draft is that they're not...
Gila, masuk DI loh. Gak usah qualifier loh masuk DI, kuat.
The exorcism and then grouping up and doing stuff together. Meanwhile, you have Brame who like, okay, we
NGX
have
NGX tuh lagi kuat. Terus siapa lagi?
Can combo them with Tiny. We can just go...
Lil Gun tuh lagi kuat.
It's still quite long.
AG kuat banget, Cok.
Yeah.
I wish. He doesn't have Lasso. Miracle trying to spin away, but look at who's coming for him. Nande and Desire with a Tumbler's Toy. Avalanche Barrage, kill off the Jug.
TNC juga, TNC.
But they also want to consider this mid tower. Thinking about traversing across this bottom jungle, even smoking up under a Radiant Ward, though. So GH is going to pop the smoke on some of them.
It's just the pressure. They have to sit there to try and take the tower, but they're TPing in. They're going for the kill.
Tower falls. Mind Control getting run at, though. Good silence from the DP to stop any more poison coming, but 11 is going to break past it, keep the hunt on, and MC denied to but not coming. Wish there with a final touch of damage. While Desire has got the Avalanche toss on Sumail. Back into Spartan. Flesh Golem, Tombstone again. Oh, the stuns, they're all on cooldown.
Nice TP for him.
And bottom tower falls to the creeps.
Oh, nice!
Swing bot, swing mid. Clinks, though, caught down
nice!
In the bottom lane, found by GH and Sumail. Everyone's moving so quickly across this map. Wish and Desire, they're back down here as well, with Spartan getting in front of GH will stop the roll, and a Lasso finding Sumail. They've got the Hand of God to heal him up. Sumail with the Spirit Siphons.
Balikin, bisa.
These Brame heroes, though, as Spartan still trying to focus GH, but they're back on the DP. 11 finds Kuroki, a little deeper in the jungle, and Desire's there with a great avalanche. Find them the kill on the Death Prophet.
Sorry,
GH with a roll back in, he's gonna get killed as well. Kicks Desire under tower, but he's done for.
Jelek banget anjing. Kayak kepisah satu-satu, Cok.
I was like, wait, didn't the Tombstone?
Fotonya mana? Belum ada, Bos. Ya Allah, belum keluar. Ya Allah. Masya Allah, belum keluar.
Anyway, it wasn't that impactful, but it was just something funny. And
belum bisa di download, sabar.
This game, they are everywhere. They take bot, they put a
Baru
ward
gua
on the
cek
cliff, and they
pengumumannya.
run back into their jungle, get a kill there, then they run back to bot, get a kill on Miracle, then they smoke
Tanggal
back
rilis
into the front
16
there, then
nih,
go
nih, nih.
back to bot again. They are
Tanggal
just
rilis 16
not giving up
September.
anything. They are not letting up. They are
Sabar,
just
atuh
trying to cover
sabar.
as much of this map as
Nih gue
possible.
kirimin foto
Their
dah.
movements are super erratic.
Lu
The only
pengen
thing
foto
it's
kan?
giving
Nih gue
them is,
kirimin
like,
foto.
solid warding control.
Yeah.
Like this is obviously the bad point. Is
Nih.
that you go somewhere, you put a ward down, you leave it, the enemy just come and deward it.
Oh.
But that's the only downside. Otherwise, they are kind of running them, and it's
They're
not like
losing
the network
towers
is.
though.
Dah.
They are a little.
Tanggal
bit.
16. Scam tanggal 16
It feels
juga.
like until the Clinks is like fully online, they're not able to bring down objectives themselves.
Yeah. Usually I just feel bad when this kind of movement is happening because one core on the enemy side.
Siapa
is
itu?
like,
Itu
oh,
height on
bombing.
bush.
But it doesn't even really feel like that. You look at the net worth and everyone on Brame is keeping up. Just by running into these areas, it's
Bukan
forcing
Raman anjing, bus.
Enigma to leave their farming
Ngapain gue punya
land.
foto Raman, Cok?
And that seems to be why it's quite equal. I mean, they're not gaining a massive lead from it, but they are buying time for Clinks to just get super online. He's got that Gleipnir now.
Yeah, Sumail having a much more challenging game this time around. Previously, what, he was like 13-0. Now he's 3-2-2. Not as easy as it was previously, but we're still looking for these timings for Enigma. The BKB on the Death Prophet, Maelstrom on the Juggernaut, and Doom with his own BKB. So in the next 3-4 minutes or so, we will have
Next team
everything
gue udah
click
Fanny
into
banget.
place for Enigma in terms of items. But of course, that's 3 or 4 minutes here where Brame, they can really rack up a serious amount of net worth on this Clinks, who already has Gleipnir working on his Daedalus now. And the Batrider going for this Blink Force Staff. So opting not to go for the BKB, going for full maneuverability to drag people around and displace them. Spartan just going to take a step too far forward, gets his mech off, buys a bit of time for his team to arrive, and there's the Clinks with the Gleipnir on the damage. GH being burst down along with Kuroki. Spartan making sure that the tombstone's dropped and a lasso dragged back Miracle. His spin's about to end, and that means the magic damage going to pummel him down into the ground. Hits the floor with a thud. Tier 1's unlocked for them, and Brame just rampaging over this middle lane.
Oh yeah, that's really nice. The heal with the mech plus the soul rib just makes it hard for Enigma to burst. They don't have that burst. They are quite sustained damage all at once, and it's just getting that tombstone down afterwards makes it really hard to fight into. I'm just looking at the differences in. I mean, they're still going for more. I mean, this is Brame at their max confidence going in.
They go on mind control. You just
pengen nge-force BKB anjing ini mah.
Use it. The rest of Enigma are trying to come here, and he's actually battled back enough to force the Tiny away. But look at the Clinks! Destroys Kuroki.
Gak ada EXO, oh ada.
Sumail has to EXO now to chase down this Viper. Spartan lurking in the shadows, mind control back in, and a roll with a Doom on top of 11. Should be able to finally find this kill. Brame were considering going back in, but they've run out of mana and cooldowns. And this will allow GH to chase in for more. Spartan, he's got his eyes set on the prize there. Desire being hunted, but the Clinks with the damage.
Anjing, oke banget.
Locked in place for that barrage to burst him down.
Halo Faris.
And now the opening. Yeah, the move back in by Wish. Omni Slash does jump onto the Undying, bounces back off the Tiny, but Miracle now has to spin to survive any further aggression from Brame, because it just keeps on coming. Desire forced out forward, drifts into them with a Gleipnir, catching their kill off. GH. The Nande Clinks shredding through these Enigma heroes. Meg from Kuro buys a bit of time for him, but he will not survive.
Gak bisa anjing kalau lu nge-fake terus bangsat, cari space. Babi.
It just keeps coming. The net worth lead is still not massively growing, but it feels so bad for Enigma.
Malam Jeko, malam juga Faris. Babi ya.
Never seem to have any sort of handle or.
Gak gerak anjing. Bentar gue mau nyari bos Caki apa sih namanya?
Kill lead is growing, and it just keeps trending this way. Then eventually Brame will take these fights where they actually have like a solid purpose. Like, okay, we're gonna go kill them now, and we're gonna get a Roche off the back of it. Because right now it's just like trying to keep Enigma away from farming. They're trying to stop them from hitting creeps, stop them from getting their item timings. Just keep snowballing. I mean, Clinks is getting super involved, so his levels are just going up. He's getting all that XP from being involved. He's getting his items.
Enggak. Lu umur berapa, bos?
To a good place.
Lu umur.
And you just see, like I was gonna say earlier, you see a difference.
Lu umur berapa, bos?
So Miracle's gone for his Midas Maelstrom.
Ini 2022, bos, bukan 2015, bukan 2012. Zaman Facebook, zaman BBM.
And then he's going for a Lincoln Sphere. He is playing to be a little bit afraid. Whereas you look at
I don't know, man.
Clinks, he doesn't.
I don't know, man.
Gleipnir into Daedalus. He wants to output the most damage possible, and he trusts his team to keep fighting and doing well.
And they're getting a catch again. High ground vision gives them the jump on Kuro. Roshan available to them now. And Kuro might have to buy back to defend this. Oh, I just don't know about that. And yeah, I mean, what Clinks is probably thinking, hey, if Doom...
Kayak gue nggak gitu dah, Pon. Sama gue juga enggak.
Why should I buy a Lincolns? I think it's a thought process going through a lot of cores' heads nowadays with that AoE Doom available.
Gak sempat.
And here we go with Nigma smoking. They're going to the pit, but Aegis is already grabbed by the Clinks. They are standing their ground, thinking about making a jump in this mid lane, though. Roll towards Spartan. We'll find the Undying with a Magnetize, and a good kick. Gonna clip the bat as well. That's a tanky boy. Flesh Golem's out. Still has his back. Another huge avalanche. Desire will toss the DP back in. Your Scepter catches the Viper. Mind Control going to get the Wall Stomp of the Doom onto him. Focusing 11 and killing off the Tombstone. Miracle slices, dices into the Viper's back. And now the move in towards the Undying will find the kill at long last. Burning Barrage, though, takes Miracle to half. Doesn't finish off the job on any heroes, though. And GA just keeps rolling onto the Dusted Clinks.
Udah cukup, terima aja 2 kill. Cukup.
They've spent cooldowns, they're low HP, they need the Yules on the DP, the roll gonna be cancelled, and Desire with a double kill, find another.
Udah anjing, lu dapat 2, cok, gak mau balik anjing ya.
Get some huge kills, and they're forcing Nigma back again.
Looked good for a hot moment for Nigma.
Kuro, the final casualty of war. Oh, I say that. I say
they're
that.
Running him down.
Mind Control. Oh, that's us forward. He does get the preemptive War Stomp down, but Desire has another avalanche. Get into their base. They're just diving tier 3s to team wipe Nigma.
Wish is out of control. 0 deaths. He's speedrunning this best of 3.
7-0-12, yeah. Huge performance out of this Batrider.
Goblok anjing.
Now manifesting for Brame.
I'm very impressed just by how they're taking these fights. Even when Nigma get sort of like a little hold back into the game, like getting that roll in, it's just like they're holding their turns for the last second. If you watched like Undying, for example, you know, they go on.
Kagak sirik, bos. Kagak ada yang sirik anjing. Cuman lawak aja nih Nigma, cok, tolol.
Before he gets that heal off, gets the soul rep, it's nice kind of trying to bait them in, and then you see as soon as they overstep, as soon as they go too far, suddenly Brame turn. They look back around, and then they kill you. They wait for this Gleipnir cooldown. They catch so many heroes all clumped together as they chase, and do so much damage. This Clinks is...
Ini udah dia harusnya cukup. Blok dapat, udah cukup anjing. Gak lanjut, kontol.
It feels like.
He's doing like 6k damage a team fight. Pretty ridiculous numbers. I mean, that was Sumail with no BKB on that fight, right? So now he has it. Maybe a bit of a change for Nigma here. But I am starting to wonder, you know, game 1, they had the patience. They knew that their team fight was overwhelming. They had Chrono, Echo Slam, Exo. This time around, they're much more reliant on this Doom to blink War Stomp. And I think more importantly, GH, every initiation he makes, every catch that he finds, it has to pay off.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
One thing that makes it really hard for mind control, and I do not envy this, is playing into a Tombstone is so hard. Because your blink can get cancelled just... you know, off the cuff, and it can ruin the entire team fight. They need to be able to start the fight on their own terms on Nigma. Either Brame needs to like step out of position and they punish it, or they play around some super good ward, get like the Doom off to start the fight. What do they want?
They're going high ground. They're going up here with the Clinks. Doom's in, Lasso's there, gets stunned up so he can't drag her back. The DP
bisa ini bagus. Masih ada Hand of God, nice.
Doom focuses into Nande, trying to catch him here with a Magnetize on him. Yules into the air, they need the reveal. He's still dusted in fact, so they see the Clinks on his run back. First life gone. What can Brame do to return into the fight? Omni slash ready. Here comes Miracle. Slices into them. The creep's going to attack a little bit, but it jumps on the Nande again.
Nice!
Down they go with the Clinks. Nothing the back can really do to combat this. They'll TP away. Try and escape.
Got that little throw on the high ground again.
Desire. Oh, Desire blows him up. GH trying to catch him. Demolished by the Tiny. But yeah, the little poke up to high ground there. Nigma really showing that they can't be pushed over quite that easily.
That was a very key problem for why that failed so badly, and it was just Spartan.
Kenapa iri dan dengki? Kagak ada yang iri dan dengki, cok. Kenapa gua, bos? Kenapa gua yang iri dan dengki? Kagak ada yang iri dan dengki.
Why are you clicking the tower, sir?
Kesel aja gue sama game ini anjing.
He's the one with the mech. He's the one with the soul rift. Like whoever gets gone on in front of you, you're meant to be the one saving them and putting down that tombstone to keep area denial. But when you step up like that, I mean, really, really snap decision making from Nigma to just punish it and kill him, and give them that good fight. Because yeah, that's pretty much key for them. If they can kill Undying, their fights are so easy, or so much easier, I should say.
Oh, GA just found him. The roll missing that time. Wish very speedy with his windlace, boots of travel. Four staff helping out. Spartan just going to chuck the tombstone down. Chase into Miracle and actually find the lasso thanks to the Ether Lens extended range. And in comes Desire. Avalanche toss. Miracle destroyed by Brains. Counter initiation back in. And look at this Clinks go. Just a glide near into a barrage. Nearly breaks Kuroki. Wish. That's aggressive. Does find the pick-off in the end. But just 3 heroes are diving tier 2 while the other 2 are killing off the tower.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Oh, they're playing brave, and they have
Nigma hero-nya hero ini, Cok.
as well. If you look at their items,
Hero apa?
Hurricane Pike.
Hero pelan anjing, kagak bisa enggak beg.
4 staff as well. Like on the bot.
Bukan hero tabrak lari anjing.
When their Clinks got gone on and Omni Slash, they had 2 4-staffs to kind of keep pushing him back and try and disengage. So in maybe a more controlled fight where they aren't dying on their Undying and the heroes are in a good spot, like initiations from Nigma do become a little bit harder into stuff like that. You look on the other side and Spirit's going for a BKB. He wants to just be able to go in and use his spells right without dying. This Gleipnir is disrupting their team fights so much by making, halting their mobility. You're taking all this damage from the barrage every time you get Gleipnir. So GH wants to just get in there, not have to care about all this magic damage, use his spells and enable his team, get the kick, like whoever needs to be kicked out of position, get it off. And Kuroki just itemizing for a little bit more save, going for a Gleipnir. They don't have 4 staffs of their own, but they are all starting to get towards that magic community, like you pointed out, Sumail having his BKB, Jug as well having that spin. Just BKBs and Glimmer Caves. Maybe they can get a 4-staff on Kuroki as well later. I would like to see that. Just ways to kind of get people to safety so they can re-engage and get, reset the fight. They need to be able to reset the fight.
Yeah, or if they're getting jumped, if they're the ones jumping, make sure they can actually finish people off before the Clinks turns on them. 11 on this Viper, also scaling incredibly well. Manta on top of Hurricane Pike. Skadi is coming. Now we start to get 30 minutes in, thinking about the next Roshan. How do we Viper control around the pit as the smoke is broken, the illusions baiting and tanking. The initiation from Nigma there as Clinks just waltzed in invis, spotted them coming. And look at Spartan, he's going enemy high ground. Miracle, gonna give him the Omni Slash, 4 staff across, Spartan still alive, the toss there, gonna kill off Spartan and his Desire. Does destroy his own teammates' chances, but they got the kill on Miracle. Nande was able to stand his ground. The wall stop now, finding the Viper. He's caught out of position, but the double 4-staff up to the high ground. Not going to allow him to escape, though. GH lands his roll. And now they move towards the Bat Rider here. Wish trying to get away. GH, if he spots them, he's rolling on them. Desire's low. Clinks could still turn around and play with this, though. With an Avalanche and a Gleipnir, they'll burst through GH. Find the kill on the Earth Spirit, but now the Clinks is doomed. What can Sumail and Kuro do? Penitence in on to Nande, and they've got the damage. The Acorn shots in this Ancient Granite Golem pummel him.
Great fight for them. Honestly, I was a little bit scared when they decided to fight into the exorcism, and yeah, it did not pay off.
Wait, is Desire doing it?
Oh, nice!
Oh, they're blinking to blink.
Oh.
Oh, no.
He went for it.
Oh! 250 damage off that talent actually gets them the kill there. Helps them out. Kill off the Tiny. Right, this is a fight
4 buat 2 boleh lah.
Blown up initially, and Nigma fought 4v5, right?
Yeah.
I guess Undying died, but
yeah. It's just usually when you're able to get someone to waste exorcism like that with Death Prophet like he went in, the smoke got popped, they had to back off.
Now Spartan out of position. He got his ward down, but Nigma all in position. Wish gonna drag the Doom up towards the high ground spot. Unload a bit of magic damage from the Viper, but Mind Control has a BKB and dewards the Obs. Tombstone dealt with. And Brame now, 3 heroes down. Roshan's available.
Balik anjing.
I was going to say Spartan just going to buy back for this. make sure that they can continue to contest the pit.
They don't have Tombstone though, and Nigma are very aware of this. They don't have. Oh, they do have Omni Slash. Sorry, and they have Exorcism coming up. This would be a really good time to smoke if they want to make that fight for the Roche. They don't have Doom for 40 seconds, so if they want to be super safe, they can.
Gue nonton NGX harus 2 tahun dulu subs baru bisa chat. What the fuck?
Got to deal with these waves as well.
Map 1
first.
Inferno.
MC going to show on the mid.
It's
Clear
good to
it
get
out.
your mid pushed in when you're trying to contest Roche because it gives so much
Bet mana lu, Bus?
vision. Like no one can stand on that mid lane without being seen by
Masih
creeps.
kebuka emang gak sih?
Enigma all grouping up again. Roshan has been begun. 11 inside the pit. Tombstone dropped. And Spartan with a damage amp out of this Flash Golem. As they make a jump on an illusion. Wish baiting mind control in to make that initiation. And Roche down to 2,000 health, dropping quickly to the Burning Barrage. Picked up. Aegis claimed by the Clink. Says Nigma. They strike, trying to fight inside the pit, but the Tombstone stacking up zombies. GH aiming for Spartan. Trying to get in on top of this Undying, but he's got mech, he's got heals for days. And kill the Tombstone off, yes, but Brame got the Aegis, they got the Roshan, and didn't lose a single soul.
It's like every time I look at 11's build, I'm just like, he doesn't have a BKB. This is so illegal. But he's just in the pit, gets gone on, 4 staffs away. Undying, gets gone on, 4 staffs away. They have how many now?
3?
Like 1 on Bat, 1 on Tiny.
And Viper has the pike.
Yeah, 1 on... Yeah. It's just funny that they're being allowed to do this. And 11 as well, he's going for a Skadi. He just wants to play as this third big core. It kind
Wah,
of
harus ditangkap anjing, klingnya di Doom sih. Paling bener klingnya di Doom. Kalau ada Aegis gini juga susah, cok.
Gone. But if you have a Viper who's also 5-slotted with like damage items as well, it's hard to play with or against. Sorry.
How do you feel about double Skadi? Because it looks like Clinks is buying one as well.
Well, then they can hit 2 different people. So effective.
Fair enough. One hits Chen, one hits DP.
It's a really good stats item, and it.
Sheepo does the Clinks with the DD rune.
I'm scared.
Oh, Nande. I mean, how much damage? He's going to be doing like 600, 700 a click. Avalanche toss. That was miracle. That was your position 1 carry. Yeah, he's dead for a minute.
Yep. Look at the control. Didn't even DD. He still has it, and they can use this for what, high ground push. You have your Aegis. Just please, Brame. I beg of you, just consider how to take the high ground slowly. Just think about the conditions with which you need to take it, and do not walk up with your Undying.
Looks like Nigma are going to find the Tiny though. He swung pretty hard off to that right-hand side of the map. He's got Yule's Blink, but cancelled out by GH's roll. The rest of the Brain are swarming. They're coming in with the lasso, finding the Earth Spirit. Focus him down. The damage is ridiculous. Mind control now going to get burst down as well. The DD on Clinks, 1,300 crits apiece. And now you've got a minute with no Earth Spirit, no Doom. Double catapult wave coming in mid. And a DD rune still on the Clinks for a good 10, 15 seconds.
Well, that is no longer a nice pick off. That is rough. Losing your Doom like that, especially like you saw the last time they went high ground, the Doom was very crucial to how they took this high ground. The Viper doesn't have a shard, so that will make the push slightly slower, but overall, yeah, they've got this deep Tombstone up, and they can just stand here.
Oh, and Miracle has to spin to get away from Gleipnir. Yeah. Tier 3 dropping quickly.
Ini memang tembus BKB ya?
How can they do it?
Enggak anjing.
I mean, Chen's cut waves in behind them, but that's not stopping this push coming in.
They're fine to let 1 Rax go, especially mid. It's not the worst Rax, just because you are able to kind of get to mid so easily from either side lane, right? So, you know, no matter what side of the map you're holding, you can always cut the mid lane. So Megas in mid is not a big issue for them. It's more the side. And now Doom's alive, they have a chance, a way to come back, a way to take a fight. I think what they did earlier, I mean, even though it didn't go well for them, putting the ward on that high ground cliff and trying to get that pick off on Tiny when Brame started to split up, it was a good idea. It's just, it feels like they're struggling just because they don't have the damage to burst someone really quickly and then get out. Like I talked about the supports not having repositioning tools like 4 staffs. It makes it hard to just 4 staff your Doom out, for example, and you know, do the deed, get the kill, get out. Which Brame have just been doing pretty much non-stop for 36 minutes.
I guess once Enigma are in a fight there, they are hard committed. You use Axo, you're committed. Use Doom, you're committed. If mind control jumping in, you need that target to die. But yeah, you're right. It's like Magnetized, Doom. Exo, all extended periods of damage, not that burst that they kind of need.
It honestly might
Nggak
even
cocok
be
anjing
ideal
hero-nya sama
for
gaya mainnya, cok.
Enigma to try and
Aneh.
win a fight outside of the base. Just they have only one buyback, so it's very scary.
Nicely done there by Enigma, though, getting a bunch of neutral items with these Hands of Midas. Making sure they get that guaranteed neutral drop as they all come up. Havoc Hammer, Spell Prism, Flicker. Our Flicker's going to be a big one this game as well. Against Viper back. Undying.
Very nice, yeah. Who's going to take it? DP? No, she went Prism. Doom?
GH has got it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Doom holding the Havoc Hammer.
Yeah.
What about the Dire team? What they got? Telescope, a hammer for themselves. And Telescope here, what, for the bat or so? He's got Quickening Charm right now, though.
Spawn has the most important neutral item. He is by far the strongest person on this map right now with that neutral aim.
Verdurous Gale. Dale.
It's not even that good of an item. The heal is negligible. But the 100 health, baby.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, they've caught him now, though. Is that 100 HP gonna allow him to survive? They drop a sentry for vision, but the 4 staffs get him back down to low ground. GH not landing that roll. And Spartan, that tombstone is in a prime position. He's going to get spun down by Miracle. GH rolling into the back. He's aiming for the Clinks. They'll take down the Undying now as the Gleipnir turnaround. Blowing up
nice.
the Earth Spirit, but the Clinks is doomed up. MC focusing straight in with the help of Sumail to try and catch Nande, but he's on the run. Little Skelly bro, where are you heading? Off to the left-hand side while the Viper turns the fight. Omni Slash bouncing into illusions and creeps, but they get the MC kill. Brame turning on Miracle now. 11 not able to stun him or catch him as they'll use up the Golem. A spin allowing Miracle to TP away.
This is the beauty
Fuck,
of
anjing itu pantatnya bisa digerakin ke kanan anjing babi ya.
Clinks, he ran for his life and died, but you still have other people able to do damage and threaten you.
And Kuro Chen just going to drop quickly in his own jungle. Clear up his army of ancients. Dragon and Golem. Both being picked off by the Viper.
Miracle having this Linkens was nice though. This might be the first fight where he hasn't just got blown up and died, and it's definitely harder now, you know, for Batrider to just simply start and get him, because while they have ways to pop the Linkens, it makes the kind of initiation just a little less clean. Are they up to 4? They're up to 4 staffs now. As well.
Yeah, I'm just watching this Undying back. He goes up high ground, gets forced to low ground, he dies. But then Enigma in such an awkward position where they're trying to go up into the triangle. They're stuck on low ground in the river. MC and Sumail do the best they can. They kill off the Clinks in the end. But then you just left your Miracle Juggernaut here to his own devices to try and Omni Slash save himself and spin TP home. These fights are getting real scrappy and awkward.
It does feel like whenever Enigma take a long fight, they just sort of lose it. But it also feels like they're not good at bursting heroes, so it's really weird. I think they maybe need to get to this position where Mind Control has his refresher, because dooming Clinks, yeah, nice. If they can doom Clinks and Viper, or Clinks and Batrider, you know, any combination really, that would make their fights just beautiful. And then it becomes a game of like, okay, we have to hold our buybacks on Brame, and maybe we win a fight by fighting near a tower or an objective like an outpost, and we can just buy back and keep fighting, and then they don't have double refresher doom, and we can win the fight, and we can keep hunting them down and pressure them.
Mana ada bocil main Juggernaut
play
anjing.
really hard around this Roshan, so we have the Aegis and the second life, and then the refresher doom doesn't mean anything. Kind of goes both ways, that they have to play around it, but this refresher would definitely go a long way to help Enigma and their team fighting.
Where's Nande going? He's death packed it up. What is he doing? 500 a click? Not bad. Rapier's queued up. And bottom lane getting chipped away at, so Enigma the ones, again, that have to react. Come back bottom.
It's so risky. When you're playing into a Doom, which is nearly certain death, that's honestly quite scary. I mean,
It absolutely is.
It would feel better if they had... Oh, he has a Linkens now. I was going to say, it would be nice if someone else also had a Linkens and they could put it on him. And then that way he's kind of safe, right? Even if they break the Linkens, he has his own Linkens, so it's like kind of double Linkens. And then you can just siege with him.
GH up to high ground, gets the ward down. They've got perfect vision now as he rolls back towards the pit. The avalanche toss trying to catch in onto Enigma's backlines. Spartan being spun down, but 11's already picked up the Earth Spirit, forcing him to buy back. And 11, the Omnis Slash is directly onto him, but Spartan actually drags it away and tanks it for him. So 11 can turn and fight. Mind control, being chased around by zombies, as is Kuro. 3 hits, though. That's all it takes for the Clinks to bring him down. They'll turn onto Nande, force stab him away. Lotus Orb up on the Clinks now as well, but Doom starts to crawl inside the Nether Toxin as Nande grabs a double. Nigma losing heroes left and right. DP stuck up on the high ground. Wish will burn down Sumail. And a huge team fight for Brame opens up Roshan for them.
I was watching 11 that entire fight. Man is on the edge. Dude, he is not dying. He is not giving anything. But how did DP get lassoed onto the cliff?
I don't know.
Right, I want my replay. Help me, Observer. I need your assistance.
4 different fights at the same time. Like GH roll in the back. There's Viper fighting with the Jug. Look.
Sumail cok di cliff anjing.
If he gets 4 staff up to high ground, or does he get tossed? Tossed to what?
Does he have the
talent?
Yeah,
he has the talent.
Damn, what a winning fight. Does it get cancelled as well? I see him TPing in the corner of the screen. Nice avalanche.
It's there. I mean, MC comes in. I'll just watch this Viper. 4 staff across, saved, Manta's out, gets another Toxin down, and then Miracle, just no options whatsoever. So we're going to lose every barracks in this Nigma base, and we're going to lose Kuroki as well. Wish just straight up refreshes, so he's got a lasso ready to go. Round 2.
What an abuse of the lack of tools on Nigma. Like, we talk about how these 4-staffs have been so impactful all game.
And they've caught out Doom now. And they'll lose Spartan, but Mind Control dragged inside the Nether Toxin. Destroyed by Nande. And Miracle dipping back into Fountain. Tier 4s, they need to be defended. This Viper and Clinks opening up on them quickly. And Desire. That's an aggressive move. Does get out his Ghost Scepter, and he's got 4 staffs all the way home, pretty much, just drifting away as GH. No buyback for him. All Mind Control means we're in a 4 or 5 versus 3. Clinks, don't forget, does still have the Aegis.
Jelek banget cok mainnya, cok.
Multiple lives for him and Desire. Tossing Sumail around. Miracle will try and spin into the Tiny. Yes, he gets a consolation prize. Maybe a little bit more here. Sumail, BKB TP. The Omni Slash coming into play. Bouncing across illusions, but the Ghost Scepter from Wish keeps him safe and sound. And Miracle. He's got buyback available, but it feels like they're down and out now here in game 2. Brame are going to throw everything they've got at them. They lose the Viper, but buybacks out of the Tiny, and maybe 11 here will shut out this game as the Aegis, it will be claimed, but Nande already on an ultra kill. And Desire looking for another round. Avalanche toss. Where's the Jug gone? He's gone northwards. Nande's hunting for him. They could go for throne, but they want to go for kills. Come on, let me kill off Miracle one more time. No mana for lasso here from Wish, but they'll have the Avalanche toss combo, and down you go. Earth Spirit, the only man standing between. Yeah, well, it's just called GG. Straight out from Kuro. They know it's done. And we're heading to game 3.
What a series this is turning out to be, Gary. I love this game. Just seeing how Brame completely transformed and took just the map by storm. They left no area free for Nigma to ever just relax in. They understand, okay, if Jug, DP, Doom, all these heroes are just allowed to farm with their Midas. They went 2 Midases. If you just let them farm up, they're gonna win the game. Like, their lineup just kind of scales better to that point. But Brame, by taking that super aggressive approach, they delayed every timing. They secured their Roches. I think Nande getting involved in everything was absolutely fantastic play. Obviously, Wish on his Batrider without deaths all the way to the end. These 4 staffs on everyone, allowing them to just like, Nigma
tabrak anjing. Kalah ditabrak, lu bayangin kalau ditabrak anjing, minus go 11 kentot, 14 anjing.
Further out of position and then turn around and punish them.
Real
I
shit.
love that. Nigma, on the other hand, they didn't have these types of items and tools. We saw Sumail get cliff there. That sucks for him. You have no 4-staffs on your team.
Ditabrak lu, cok. Ditabrak lu bayangin aja, ditabrak kalah lawak anjing itu.
And then kicking you down, but that's so hard.
Yeah, I mean, 2 rapiers there at the end as well. Batrider holding one, Clinks had one. and doing tremendous amounts of damage. In the end, that Clink's 55,000 damage. And compare that to Miracle's 36. There's a pretty big gap there. But you're absolutely right. It's a suffocating performance from Brave, just completely closing in on Nigma there in game 2, showing what they're made of, tying things up, and making sure that it's no easy route for Nigma here. And dropping down from the lower bracket here, facing up against some severely challenging opponents in Brave.
Kalau dari draft ya harusnya Nigma yang nabrak anjing.
Outskilling, they're outplaying, they're kind of outdrafting as well. That Clink's last pick was a bit of genius.
Rungkat sih cok. Ya kali nggak rungkat. Dah game 3 winner gue nggak peduli, ngentot all in dah, Nigma habis dah tuh. Dah serah dah. Ngentot. Babi. Kopium pantai ligar. Siapa sih kenapa di subscribe list gue ini nggak ada yang live ya? Gue nggak pernah subscribe ini juga sih. 15 menit anjing starting soon bangsat. Orang ini gila, cok.
That wasn't 10 IQ, that was 500 IQ right there.
500 IQ, of course. We're smart.
You got teleported. Yeah.
Mana Jaki?
I'm smart.
Right, you're smart.
Jaki mana Jaki? Biasanya Jaki di sini, cok.
I'm smarter than you.
Are we gonna do this? Miss 100 IQ?
1 plus 1 equal
5.
C. What the fuck?
I'm right, chat. I'm right? It's 5. 1 plus 1 is 5, right?
Ih, ini laki suaranya enak banget. Kenapa kayak gitu ya? Kamu siapa, Pante? Kenapa suaranya ini anjing, suara ASMR kontol?
This morning stream is probably not going to be too long. It's probably going to be like an hour, maybe 2 hours long.
Kayak penyiar radio anjing.
5, yeah.
No. No, man.
Chat
Sementara ini kayak orang dajal anjing.
What the heck is happening? I don't get it.
I think we need the light ball in order to make that bridge.
Where's the light?
Sumpah. Radio anjing. Suara radio, cok. Kenapa jadi ini, cok? Pasti di situ ada bos Jaki, ada dong. Suara motivator. Iya, suara-suara motivator, suara-suara. Ya itulah. Mengerti lah lo. Nah, ini mah tukang jaga penjara anjing. Gua nggak ngerti game ini, sumpah ya Allah. Gua nggak ngerti game ini anjing. Jadi tukang chat apa sih? Lebih gak ngerti gue game ini. Seru banget kayaknya, cok. Tronet gitu-gitu doang anjing. Bapak di mana ya, Pak? Ya di sini ada perampokan, Pak. Babi. Ada bet Adam itu kalau ngewe mukanya jelek ditutup kresek juga, ceweknya masih sange bangsat. Diembo bangsat.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is. So, do we go up there?
Or we go down there?
We probably go down there, right? That's...
You know, there's one spot that
Suaranya tuh
but I think it's not, there's nothing there. Okay, let's go down there.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Jump. Oh, stuck. Wow. Cool. Oh my gosh.
Cool.
I love the scenery.
It's a really good scenery, yeah.
siapa hulu star yang lain?
Really perfect.
Suara radio anjing, kenapa lu jadi VTuber kentot? Ya bener sih tapi nggak salah sih. Cuma maksudnya malas aja anjing. Coba siapa? Ini anjing. Siapa anjing Holo Star yang lain, Cok? Si penyiar kagak laku, iya kayaknya ya. Ah, ini mah kayak mas-mas kumpul biasa, bangsat. Scam anjing, itu mah kayak mas-mas kumpul biasa, tai. Kayak tongkrongan doang anjing, tongkrongan kami. Bukan tongkrongan pecundang. Oh, ini Axel.
We don't have enough time in the day, man.
Exactly.
Stuff we want to do.
Dude, last time I watched it was like 4 weeks or 3 weeks ago. I watched your episode
Sumpah, ini cuma kayak mas-mas biasa anjing.
8, and I was like, I want to watch this more, but never got to watch it.
By the way, I went all the way down into the water area. I just followed the tube. There were some air pockets, and I found a metal detector.
Ada nih kayak orang-orang biasa anjing, kayak gamer-gamer YouTube biasa anjing, kayak Minecraft YouTuber biasa anjing. Cuma kayak Jepon jokin Sebatun Tukul. Kapan gue jokin Sebatun Tukul anjing? Ini orang doang, ini suaranya enak. Siapa sih Regis?
Hey, so cool.
Look at that, big brain, 200 IQ right now.
Nice, it's nice.
Sumpah dia jadi suara narator anjing. Lu gak bisa main game. Lu narator aja tuh hewan gitu kayak.
I can't. Oh, ちょっと待って. I can't.
I'll make it lower. I'll make it lower for you, cause you're short.
What the heck? What do you mean?
It'll work. See? Look at that. See? It works. I just needed to make sure that you were...
Kayak VO-nya getting over it. Iya anjing. Oh shit, $100 anjing. $1,500. Nggak dibaca lagi, GG.
Yeah, whatever.
It worked.
Yeah, it works.
Okay, so we got all 5 of the...
Menengah asu. Bennett 4D.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet...
Pernah lihat anime Sukubus lagi ngelinting? Asa.
Udah tahu? Makanya nggak ada niatan buat diseduh biar jadi kopi. Kayak mana anjing? Dijual nggak itu kalau jadi 1 selop? Anjing. Gue jadi VTuber jualan tembakau kayak mana anjing? Siapa tahu ya ini rolling tobacco barak taste. Siapa tahu mau ngendorse ya kan? Boleh lah. Tahu lah apa Om Adel?
Kenapa dia?
Om Adel sebelumnya ngelinting yang apa? Ini kebanyakan gak sih guys ya? Kebanyakan gak sih? Kelihatan gak sih? Ih, gelap banget. Bentar aku cari filter lain dah. Ya di neraka gue. Emang di neraka sih gue.
Kenapa komen gue gak masuk anjing?
Yang terang, mana yang terang ya? Ah ini nih kelihatan nih. Better gak sih?
Kenapa komen gue gak masuk, Cok?
Gimana dong? Gelap.
Wah?
Lampunya dinyalain ya?
Gue di hide kah?
Ya lampunya mati, Cok. Nih better gak sih? Tuh sini kebanyakan gak? Is it too much? I don't know.
Gak masuk, Ler. Di hide gue kayaknya.
Karena ada yang masuk. Aku doang nih yang linting nih, parah banget. Kirain tuh kita mau ting bar gitu, nggak ting way gitu. Sedih banget gue ting way anjir.
Kenapa dia nggak masuk anjing?
Kita bikin istilah baru ting bar, ngelinting bareng, ya nggak?
Lihat sama YouTube bisa jadi ya.
1 gram dapat harga berapa sa? Nggak tahu ya, ini 50 gramnya. 50 gramnya kemarin beli 18.000 Cok. Itu nanya 1 gram harga berapa? Apaan anjir yang per 1 gram anjir? What the fuck? Ora Surya, ora Smile ya. Tuh di
kamera,
Twitter mana
linting tembakau. Di
asik
off cam.
Asik
ganja ya.
Bang, kemarin aku mau beli yang kayak alat itu kan Bang.
Ganja
kata
di
abangnya itu
tangan.
lebih susah
lagu
lepasin
itu,
kertasnya.
Mana ya?
Ini aku nggak ngerti harus seberapa lebarnya tuh loh yang susah, Cok.
Gak ada CC anjing sama modnya bangsat.
Wah, dari 2020 nyimak. Hadir Neko Kori, hai, welcome.
Selinting ganja di tangan.
Biasanya kalau ngelinting
aku bisa perlahan-lahan. Itu memang kesukaanku. Itu
memang gaya hidupku.
Apabila
aku mati nanti, kuburanku di ladang ganja.
Kain kafanku dari
Itu
kain
sebat.
levis. Batu
Itu
nisanku
sebat kah?
dari botol whisky.
Ini
kawan.
bakal ditaruh di
Aduh,
CF. What the fuck? Kalian mau banget aku
Aduh,
lintingin apa? Aku
Kamu
jual apa di
sialan.
CF?
Diem lu, Sa.
Di jalan mata
Gila lu.
duitan, mata duitan, kamu sialan. Sesampainya di liang kubur, ditanya sang malaikat, siapa Tuhanmu, siapa nabimu, apa kitabmu, siapa temanmu. Kemudian aku menjawab,
Tuhanku petani ganja,
nabiku pengedar narkoba,
kitabku buku
porno. Apabila
Aduh.
aku besar nanti, pacarku raja ekstasi, minum congyang untuk kesehatan,
Anjing, the best
main
lagu, Cok.
judi untuk ngasah otak, hisap ganja untuk pernafasan.
Gue pernah
main
kasus gara-gara lagu ini ya.
untuk olahraga. Hei kawan,
Aduh, aduh.
di cepo malaria, litil King Kong, onde
Bangsat, anjing, lagu, Cok.
bajingan, harganya ribuan, mungkin ratusan, bahkan gratisan. Bagai embun pagi,
Bangsat ya.
wajahmu oh Dewi, gadis Tanjung Sari, RT.
Cok, oh, cewek sialan judulnya. Ini kayak yang real. Oh iya, ini yang real, Cok. Ah, tapi ini yang Jawa anjing kah? Selinting.
Ganja di tangan.
The best anjing lagu bangsat. Ku hisap perlahan-lahan.
Udahlah, paling bubar. Dari kemarin bubar mulu, Cok. Sedih kali.
Selinting
Aku juga
doang.
intinya manual, alatnya cuma buat tempat lah. Kata abangnya susah ya kemarin ya, Bang Domba ya? Ya. Kelipet kertasnya anjing. Oh no.
Nggak ada, dia nggak ada ini masalahnya, nggak ada.
Nggak sih, yang lengket mana sih?
Nggak ada
Selinting
ini
doang.
anjing,
Enggak
males gue,
lah.
Cok.
Enggak lah, hari ini kita target bikin 5 ya guys ya, buat besok seharian ya.
Dihisap perlahan-lahan nggak?
Pakai filter nggak, Mom? Pakai filter aku.
Tag match
Lebih
3
suka
pun udah
klik
main
atau
belum?
enggak? Lebih suka klik dong.
Ini
Ntar.
memang kesukaanku. Itu memang
enaknya kertasnya
gaya
udah ada lemnya,
hidupku. Apabila aku mati nanti,
Auki, mana Auki?
kuburanku
Sa,
di ladang
kalau intinya ditambahin
ganja.
green tea ku rasanya jadi kayak apa, Sa?
kafan dari
Masalahnya aku udah
kain
bikin kopi,
levis.
Auki.
Batu nisan
kopi
dari
aku.
botol whisky. Hei kawan.
Buat ngelinting berapa? Mau beli soalnya buat ngelinting capek, buat nggak pakai alat. Ini kemarin aku beli 30.000. Cuman kayaknya ini yang bagus sih akriliknya. Kalau yang murah-murah yang ininya plastik itu, setahu aku ada yang jual 10.000 dah. Coba cari yang murah-murah aja, banyak kok.
Selinting
Iya, kalau
rokok di
buat
tangan.
bako aroma dicampur cengkeh rasanya bubar, Sa. Oh.
Sa, nggak ada
Harus yang
ganjanya.
bako biasa nggak sih? Bako tok.
So what we get high, so what we smoke weed. Itu lagu itu anjing. We just having fun. Apa sih itu judulnya? Yang Wild and Free. We don't care who sees. So what we go out. Jai. Kok nggak ada di sini ya dia tadi ya? Oh, ini baru ada nih. Oh, nggak judi ler.
Beli nggak?
Living young and wild and free. Rungkat kayaknya hari ini. So what? I keep it real.
Sagging my pants, not caring what I show. Keep it real.
When my niggas keep it playing for these hoes.
It look clean, don't it? Washed it the other day. Watch how you lean on it. Eat me some 501 jeans on it. Roll joints bigger than
Kurangnya banyak dikasih, kurang banyak dikasih betul.
You a class clown, and if I skip for the damn with your bitch smoking grade A.
So what? We smoke weed. Lama banget. We're just having fun. We don't care who sees. So what? We go out. That's how it's supposed to be. Harusnya Nikma main cepet dari yang game ini, harusnya Nikma main cepet, Cok. Sampai Nikma gak main cepet kalah nih anjing.
You know what? It's like I'm 17 again. Peach fuzz on my face. Looking on the case, trying to find a hella taste. Oh my god, I'm on the chase.
Chevy is getting kinda heavy.
Irrelevant, selling it, dipping away.
10-15, no, looking good. Pernah nyoba sayur bayam tapi diganti ganja. Gak pernah. Situ Bondo gak ada ganja, Cok. Gak bagus tanahnya buat tanam ganja.
So what? We smoke weed. We're just having fun. We don't care who sees. So what? We go out. That's how it's supposed to be.
Tanah kencing.
Young and wild and free. Yeah, roll one, smoke one. When you live like this, you're supposed to party. Roll one, smoke one, and we all just having fun. So we just roll one, smoke one. When you live like this, you're supposed to party. Roll one, smoke one, and we all just having fun. So what? We get drunk. So what? We smoke weed. We're just having fun. We don't care who sees. So what? We go out. That's how it's supposed to be. Living young and wild and free. How we living, dog?
Lama banget anjing.
So what? We smoke weed. We're just having fun.
We don't care who sees.
We don't care who sees.
So what? We go out. That's how it's supposed to be. Living young and wild and free.
Yeah. High school, man. Hey, Wes, I'm gonna get with you in third period tomorrow.
Yupi aja. Gimana? Pencairan prudensial di Bali G. Bentar, prudensial kan asuransi, kan pencairan. Penyerahan klaim meninggal dunia sebesar 300 juta. Mbaknya joget TikToknya nggak apa-apa. Baru mati tuh. Ini suaminya mbaknya sebelahnya yang megang nih mati nih. Don't care bro. Fuck you bro. Ya penting jogetin aja pantai. Mbak juga nyengir lagi babi emang. Spawning Ika. We just roll one, smoke one, and live like this, I'm supposed to party.
Di New York pakai
pemirsa nih awal nih yang spektakuler ya, alhamdulillah atas izin Allah.
Kalau nggak nyengir nggak cair duitnya, oh, bener juga loh.
Wasi.
Iya mau nanya apa?
Tuh.
Kalau yang cewek. Nadina mana?
Mursyid, jangan nonton Mursyid, nggak bagus.
Oh, apa gunanya? Setiap hari sama saja.
Oh, lu tahu ini nggak videonya Kristo anjing, bangsat Kristo lawak banget anjing, gue paling demen anjing. Nih. Oh, ini nih.
Clip podcast be like. Gue bertanya pertanyaan personal supaya ini jadi quotes motivasi. Iya. Di part ini gue cerita gue di masa-masa susah ya. kadang gue selipkan sedikit kata-kata Inggris seperti struggling. Struggling itu bayang banget sih gue. Terus overwhelmed. Aduh, lo kuat sih. Dan anxious sih. Serius lu coy. Sekarang gue cerita gimana gue perlahan bangkit ya. Sambil diiringi musik sedih.
Lucu banget anjing.
Wow. Selesaikan dengan quote bagaimana gue sukses, namun ada yang harus gue relakan atau sedikit kekecewaan atau menerima keadaan. Tepuk tangan kecil.
Slow motion.
Lalu tutup dengan slow mo.
Iya anjing. Terus kalau lu buka, lu cari gitu di TikTok gitu podcast, isinya begini semua anjing. Persis ngentot mang tai emang anjing. Aduh, bangsat emang. Kristo udah mulai. Nih. Gua kemarin nge-like banyak yang lucu anjing. Apa ya? Yang udah lama kan nggak lihat inian ya. Selain yang cakep-cakep ada yang lucu kok, bangsat. Mana ya? Dari mana ya? Inilah.
Hi mate, have you lost a cat?
Yeah.
Black.
Yeah.
I've just seen it.
Whereabouts?
Follow me mate.
Ini lucu banget. Ini ngentot banget anjing. Kesel juga banget.
Right there mate, on that fucking poster.
Ngentot emang. Ntar, gue ada yang ketawa gak berhenti-berhenti yang mana ya? Gue lupa anjing. Oh iya anjing.
Ngentot di air! 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 Ngentot di air!
Ngentot di air!
Ngentot di air!
Ya Allah, ini lucu banget anjing, kenapa ya? Enggak, lu siapa anjing minta air aku? Ngentot di air, ngentot di Lu gak mau dilihat draftnya, oh anjing alcemis. Tapi lucu banget anjing. Ngentot di air. Aduh. Apa lagi ya? Aduh, ada bangsat. Oh ini cosplay.
Tikus kantor yang suka berenang di sungai.
Gila, lomba cosplay nih. Juara anjing.
Tikus berdasi yang suka ingkar janji.
Anjing.
Lalu sembunyi di balik
Wede.
teman sekerja.
Kasih duit anjir. Kelas cok. Kelas. Kelas anjing. Ada jet lagi bangsat. Kenapa ada jet coba bangsat? Aduh.
Okay, close your eyes so you don't see. Close your eyes. Keep your eyes closed, because if you look, that's cheating.
Ini bisa kena ini cok, bisa kena strike, jangan lah.
Yo, I just got this car from Facebook Marketplace, bro. Look what was underneath the fucking boot. Every time you...
Did you wash your ass?
Yo.
JKT semua. Ya yang lewat di VT gue JKT semua anjing. Susah, cok. Yang lewat JKT semua gue mau nge-like apa lagi, cok? Enggak tuh nih ada ini nih. Perpetual Motion, terus ada Trevor Noah juga. Ini mah Christy.
Okay, team, when I kuliah in Aussie,
Australia,
ya, Aussie itu Australia, we talked about organic campaigns dan gue butuh itu untuk campaign kita kali ini. So I need some ideas. Pak, saya ada ide. Jadi video campaign kita ini diambil dari CCTV. Cerita tentang satu orang yang lagi nyari sinyal nih di tengah mall. Terus karena dia meleng, dia masuk ke dalam kolam ikan. Nanti setelah videonya viral, baru kita reveal kalau itu adalah video campaign tentang provider kita yang sinyal bagus banget, nggak kayak yang dia pakai. Gimana? Oh, crikey, that's a good idea. Kita pakai itu aja. Oke, gue setuju. Oke, hear me out. Gimana kalau nanti kamera CCTV-nya kita ngerekamnya pakai, wait for it, Alexa Mini atau kamera profesional lainnya. Biar hasilnya bagus gitu. Nah, jadi ketahuan dong mana ada CCTV sebagus itu gambarnya. Terus gimana kalau yang main jadi orang kepleset itu adalah Raffi Ahmad.
Oh.
Betul banget. Merinding. Lihat, merinding. Tambah ketahuan dong, gimana sih ya? Chris, ini kan ide kampanye udah dari kamu. Ya terima ide yang lain dong, jangan egois kayak gitu. Iya, Pak. Oh, gimana kalau supaya nanti kita bisa atur arah cipratannya, kita pakai airnya di CGI aja. Kita bisa bikin bentuk arti kayak iya, biar arahnya bisa kayak
ngentot ya anjing.
Iya, kayak atau kayak ya gitu kayak ada bisa kayak
nggak ngerti gue anjing. Ya begitu lah bangsat.
Pulang bisa kayak
ini nggak tahu kenapa lewat anjing, tapi bangsat juga nih. Weh. Bangsat bapak aja gitu anjing. Dikasih ikan. Weh, dikasih ikan. Nggak jadi makan ikan. Si bangsat es lagi ngide anjing.
Real gangster.
Yeah.
I'm chilling with the goons, we gon' ride tonight. We gon' hit the block and make a scene. That white coming from Colombia.
Oh, I'm a ticket too.
Bila kita mencintai yang lain.
Ya Allah, kesengin orang anjing.
Halo, mau nanti kalau dari New York. Sabi gue udah rencana juga mau beliin mini.
Sabar enggak? Ini mah itu biasa. Apa lagi ya? Ini apa nih?
Kick your feet out cross your ankles for me. Cross your ankles.
Ini tai anjing, ini baru tadi sih. Apa lagi ya? Gue cuma nanya gitu-gitu doang anjing, kayak nggak banyak juga anjing. Wholesome biasanya gue like, Cok. Kalau nggak yang lawak-lawak tuh kayak misalnya ini gitu.
Here comes the rain again, falling from the stars, drenched in my pain again, becoming
gila. Wake me up when December ends anjing. All I want for September is to end. Wake me up
when September ends.
Bangsat anjing. Kayak anjing yang upload Green Day lagi bangsat, Cok. Gue demen-demen begituan ya, apa lagi ya? Oh ini anjing, ini nih lawak anjing.
Kosong berani, santai bro. Santai bro. Wih, tangan kosong kalau berani.
Tangan kosong kalau berani.
Santai bro.
Di charge mundur anjing.
Kita kawan bre, kita kawan.
Kawan kita bre.
Santai lah. Wih, santai. Udahlah, kawan kita kawan. Aduh, udah kawan kita lah. Berani yo sini maju. Woi, santai bro. Lari aku.
Tai anjing. Dikejar anjing. Jelek banget, Cok.
Kan kos.
Jelek banget, Cok. Tan kosong kalau berani. Apa lagi ya? Itu doang deh yang gua baru-baru ini dah.
Kawan, lu lebih asik kok. Sokin aja nih goodbye. Asal jangan goodbye.
Lu so asik bangsat. Lu siapa?
Saya Budi Setiawan.
Ya begitulah. Ya gitu-gitu doang dari si TikTok gue, itu doang anjing yang gue like, Cok. Wake me up when September ends.
Serahin harta ibu.
Kalau dilihat
Oke orang itu anjing.
Hari ini gue lagi di X.
Poggers.
Dodot lawan
Bang kami. Es podongnya Bapak enak nggak? Kak, bisa pegangin.
Udah. Kuotas TikTok anjing. Kuotas TikTok. Kurang slow-mo iya anjing. Coba kita cari di podcast gitu. Ini anjing.
Untuk teman-teman yang nonton ini pasti rasanya tidak enak, rasanya berat. Tapi kita tuh hidup cuma sekali gitu. Gak mungkin ada 2 kali, jadi cuma sekali.
Gue jadi gak bisa serius aja kalau ngeliat klip-klip podcast gini, Cok.
Berat pasti berat, tapi ketika kamu bisa berhasil melaluinya, kamu akan punya satu kekuatan yang oke, gue bisa ternyata. Jadi ketika ada masalah yang lebih berat lagi, kamu gak akan putus asa, kamu gak akan cepat nyerah gitu.
Gila.
Oh, kamu mau kelarin aku? Oh, kamu mau kelarin aku?
Tuh kan anjing.
Lebih dibanding waktu aku sama kamu gitu.
Wede. Memang.
Kenapa di Jepang itu kok bersih banget?
Nah, kalau ini mah lawak anjing kalau udah Dodit sama Haruka bangsat. Oke. Udah selesai draftnya anjing.
Oh god, my memory is failing me. But I think this actually is not a bad matchup for mid.
Okay.
Even though
Gua nggak tahu pick hero-nya apa, Cok. Ntar.
Like the first thing you think of is, oh, but he uses cold embrace and then Zeus uses electric. But no, I think it's pretty good. I think the range from Wyvern is really nice as well.
You outrange him with Arctic Burn. You kind of counter push the wave with your Splinter Blast.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it for sure. They have a lot of really long range cores on Enigma Galaxy this game, and Brame
Wyvern mid
don't really have the reach to deal with it. They have to be really keen with their vision game, which Zeus helps with for sure. But they need to be getting on
Wyvern mid
these wards.
I think that kind of compounds the fact they don't have that tanky initiation hero as well. If they're not able to break past the front line of a Kuro, Alkan, and GH Earth Spirit to get onto the sniper and get turned around on by a curse or a kickback from the Earth Spirit, things could be difficult for them. But yeah, a weird and wonderful draft from Nigma here. Kuro Alchemist, definitely something that I'm excited to see what he does with.
I'm so turned off by Out 5. It is. I'm just not a fan of this hero. He feels so sad, but I'm not gonna say it's worth it.
Anjing sniper, Cok.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have an acid spray with sniper in lane, potentially against Nigma with the Eidolon, so they've got ways to deal with that. And GH with this Earth Spirit pairing with a DP of Mind Control can have a pretty solid lane themselves against a Clinks and a Shadow Shaman. Yeah. I think Nigma Galaxy have set themselves up really nicely with kind of wonky picks to win out lanes, got a good team fight, scale into that late game as well. But Brame, they have Enigma. And it always feels like he's that, he's that one up, he's the ace in the hole, like, hey, I've got Black Hole, I've got the ability to also just push out waves and force you to react to me over and over again. As Nigma are all smoked up, and they see Nande. The Clinks rolled upon by GH. Lined it up perfectly, but into Invis we go.
God, Invis level 1, that's not gonna feel great. But you do what you must to not get first blooded. Pretty good smoke there, though. To force even that skill is just gonna relieve a little bit of pressure in the off lane. They can maybe get some denies, knowing that there's no like searing arrows. And
yeah,
it's nice.
And compound things a little further. Oh, concoction wound up by Kuro. Doesn't have any high ground vision, so he's gonna get run at here by the tiny Shadow Shaman and the Zeus. GH coming in to save his captain. Bit of zap back from the Zeus, though. Going to bring down Kuro for first blood.
Oh, my boy. He is dead. Very good for Wish. Very, very good for Wish.
Oh, what's
Look
that,
at him. He's
first bottle?
literally about to get his bottle, yeah.
Incredibly close to it. It's a long walk back to lanes, though. Spartans come. He's tried to de-ward. Nothing up there on the high ground. That's going to allow GH and Mind Control to have a good grasp on this first wave at the very least. Miracle having to wander
Kalah,
down bottom as
Cok. 2-1,
well.
Cok.
As 11
Goodbye.
already got that first
Nikmah.
deny out with the
Kontol.
conversion. And Kuroki here just trying to hold the lane for him.
I have to think about this Alk. I liked what you said about...
You do have to, yeah.
I do have
That's
to
your
think
job.
about this Alk. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. The gears are turning a little bit. I think what you're saying is nice, because every time we've seen a sniper play in these pro games, I feel like they really struggle in the mid game, like in terms of damage and not having like safety. How many times have we seen some BKB satanic build just because they're scared of getting gone on and dying, right? So it's made up for by the fact that the lane can be really strong, especially when they get these points in shrapnel. Oh, we're just tossing in the miracle right now, bot.
Yeah, they've got concoction to back him up and a good amount of damage from headshot though. So Desire's gonna get as good as he was giving.
Yeah, but this is the thing. You're playing with a carry. You're playing with a 5 support who has a stun for you, a way to make you hit harder. Like they definitely have kill threat in this lane. Between Alchemist and Sniper, we'll give them a couple levels.
Yeah, and honestly, like we don't think about it that much because Alk is usually a carry, but Berserk Potion as a support spell is actually pretty insane. You put that on the Sniper, he's got 50 attack speed, HP regen, dispels him as well. So a nice bit of safety there from Kuro if he gets to that point. How's that top lane going for them? Waves pushing in towards MC.
There's this annoying hurricane creep.
A curious snipe from the Earth Spirit. Gauntlet thrown. Winter Wyvern gives it to Spartan.
Alright, we're... Spawn getting a little nice kind of half pull off there. Only onto the 2 creeps. It's just going to make this lane go back. I think especially bot, the creep equilibrium is something to look at a lot because with this tiny... Yeah, there's kill threat from Sniper and Alchemist, but if the creeps are on 11's tower, this tiny can get a toss back and the kills are kind of, you know, very scary. Same kind of top. You're playing a Shadow Shaman who has short range. Anytime he walks up to kind of do something, he is at threat of getting rolled on by GH and getting kicked back. And there's not, you know, Nande doesn't really have anything to protect him.
Two Spirit Slice for now as well.
Yeah.
Dust is there on Earth Spirit, so they could actually aim the Clinks if they kind of whittle him down, chip away at him. That's what Mind Control's doing now. You're putting Nande within kill threshold. I do get the shackles back on the DP, but now the turnaround comes, and they are focusing the Clinks. Dust is up. GH and Mind Control make short work of him. And that's just that little move. Like, it doesn't seem like much when it's in the moment. You know, that Spirit Siphon, you chase him for, what, 2 seconds? But that puts him just below that threshold where you know that if we go again 5 seconds later, we get the kill.
Yeah. And on bot they're going as well.
Yeah, tossing around Kuroki. They're under the acid spray now, though. Avalanche there, trying to slow down Miracle's damage. But 11 dying quickly to these headshots. Miracle's actually going to turn with another concoction. They'll get him a double kill. Sniper off to a roaring start.
Scary lane, like you said. This acid spray. Miracle, they go on Miracle. He just walks into the acid spray. He doesn't care. He knows that as long as he's in this safe space, they're doing so much more damage to Brain than they can do back.
So, Sheepa, what are your thoughts on Alk 5?
Yeah, I'm like a massive fan. Like, honestly, it's like one of my favorite things in the entire world.
Apakah ada harapan? Nggak tahu, Cok.
I hate it.
Oh, dari hero
It's good
sebenarnya
in
ada,
lane.
Cok.
It's definitely good in lane. I think my biggest issue with Alk as a support comes more from like this kind of mid game where he starts to like throw up the concoction, but
he's
he
like an ogre
around and like stuns himself, and it just like looks kind of weird.
He's an ogre. No, when he gets shard, he basically has bloodlust. His concoction is just fire blast. Add a bit of minus armor, and it's all good in the world.
Or just compare it to like Shadow Shaman, who has this instant hex, this channeled spell that is, you know, you can get it out and it does a lot. Alk has to sit there channeling like a goof, and just stare them down and hope they don't BKB or react or anything. You have to kind of hide and like use vision to your advantage. Whether it's that, like, this is the kind of style that I'm not a fan of, but I'm not saying it's bad. Again, I'm not saying it's bad. I just it can definitely work, and we've seen it win games, and it's already winning this bot lane, which is definitely everything you could ask for.
Yeah, winning. I need some more kills on this 11 Enigma. I'm gonna try and go for it again. Inside the acid spray, taking a lot of headshot damage, and one more peep. will take him down. GH also arriving to save up Miracle here and find another double kill potentially.
Nice!
Conviction comes, and there it is. Miracle 4-0-0 to start this game. I was about to start talking
How
about
the
CS
fuck
looking
does that
a
even
little
work?
Sad. He's down at the bottom of all the cores, but now more than ready to catch up.
Kuroki playing in the trees, just coming from behind.
I mean, they've shown GH bottom. Look at mind control. He's level 5, and he's just diving onto tier 1. Spartan, and trying to get in on top of the DP, but his catapult starting to chip away at that tower.
Yeah. Right now, I think they maybe need to bring someone top to kind of punish this. It looks like Zeus is the one that's going to make the move, which I like. You know, just going to secure the damage needed to kill mind control. You don't have a TP on Earth Spirit to respond to this.
And they'll find him. Gets off a Spirit Siphon. Zeus is here, though, with level 3 Arc Lightning. Thunder God's Wrath
Gak bakal mati,
as well,
anjing.
but mind control is very far, and he's not even going to have to use it with level 3 Siphon. Just drains all the life back into himself.
Alright, isn't enough damage, guys. I've totally overestimated the damage.
And this push on bottom lane just keeps on going. Like Miracle is plinking away at this tier 1. Malefice used on an Earth Spirit Illusion while GH lurks on that right-hand side in the shadows. Tower not in deny range. So Braim's still going to try and defend it, but this backstab could be huge. 11 having already died twice. Enigma has been shut down tremendously by Enigma already. Kuroki gets walked into by 11. Yeah, found danger. The Thunder God's Wrath will kill off the Alchemist.
5-0
You've
Miracle.
lost your Enigma a third time in this lane. Shackles up at top on mind control, but yet again, he doesn't really seem to mind too much. Phase boots, ring of protection, fairy fire. Yeah.
It's obviously not ideal when your support leaves because he's not able to just freely lane the way he was before, but now they're TPing back the Spirit.
Oh, not quite landing the roll. They're going to finish off Spartan, though, with a crit swarm and another couple of touches from mind control that earns on him, but the fairy fire there from Shadow Shaman keeps him alive. And Desire, this time his rotation saves him in the raindrops. Oh, it's enough for Spartan to stay alive.
Spartan God. Yeah, good rotation. This is the kind of rotations and ideas I was thinking about for Braim. Like they brought Wish top, but they just don't have the control really to keep mind control in place long enough to kill him. Just having Tiny TPing and reacting, getting that little return kill. I think they don't want to give them this tower for free.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going on the clinks now. Concoction from range. Nande into invis as Kuroki places a sentry under the tower, hoping to give chase. Samael did move up here. And Kuro winding up another concoction. I don't know if he can land it on the Tiny in time. It will, because he's launched it on himself. Self-stun, Desire slowed by the Arctic Burn, and mind control. He's got these Exo Ghosts and more than enough damage to bring the Tiny down. So not only do they get the tier 1 bottom thanks to the sniper, they're now going to get tier 1 top, and this is just Enigma really just executing this game plan to perfection.
It's starting to look a little bad.
The clinks! It's just dead to the Alchemist! Kuroki just wanders up there, finds the clinks. Half HP, bursts him down. Now they're TPing bottom because the shackles are onto Miracle. Sniper throws out a shrapnel. Another bit of lightning from Rich does zap him down. They get that vision, and they see Miracle on the retreat as Enigma trying to react to this. Oh, Kuro, though, self-stunned. He tried to channel it and TP down and Wish he's got a double. Make it a triple. No, not quite. But they do bring down all 3 members of Enigma in that bottom lane.
Okay.
Habis dapat kill banyak di atas, TP ke bawah ngefit anjing ya.
Yeah.
Bad things happened.
I was thinking good things about them in my head. Okay, so that move top, great. The dive's great. Mind control has been exerting so much pressure top that Braim have been just TPing and trying to respond to it and bringing heroes, and you have to respond to it. And he's still getting what he wants. He's getting kills. He's doing a good job. He's forcing clinks off the lane. He's really suffering in his net worth, and this is by far a much different picture than last game. However, TPing bot like that, 1 by 1, when your sniper's already dead, you need to have a situation bot where, you know, Miracle at least has some health, and you can use the shrapnel together, you know, combine your spells, big as team, you know, and just the TPs are taking longer and longer due to, you know, one after the other, and suddenly no one's there to save each other. It's kind of just
chain
save your buddy syndrome, yeah. And that just gives Enigma that farm that he was struggling with. You know, his lane went so badly. It's those kinds of kills that gives you the XP and gold to make it back in this game. And we're seeing the build that Saberlight, you know, brought in Stockholm. This Urn just being able to not have to go blink. And look at him go now with the damage.
Yeah, just black hole Kuroki. Winter's Curse is there though to turn it back around on the Enigma and the Clinks. They're just down here alone. There's no support to back them up because they're trying to gank up top. Mind Control gets the 2-man silence and the Spirit Siphons out. Toss up into the Serpent Walls. He's trapped now. Wish and Spartan trying to bring him down, but Mind Control is just far too
Oh, nice. Good rocket, bro.
One charges, raindrops,
Roll.
everything to save it. Desire now. Nigma just snapping into action quickly to get Sumail a triple kill.
Bro. Relax dulu, bro.
Kills one bot, TP's
Relax dulu, bro.
Couple.
Yeah, he's starting to make his rotations now as well. Getting involved, feeling strong. He'll have that Witchblade now, and it's a lot of damage. I think Nande is feeling quite stressed. He's not
Masih ada EXO, anjing.
free
Tower
places
mid
to
lah.
farm because they are struggling. They can't take the objectives. They still have mid and bot tower up on the side of Radiant. You know, usually Enigma wants to take that tower and start to farm the enemy jungle, and then that gives your carry the space to rotate between triangle and the bottom camps. But yeah, they're all just standing together in this jungle, and it definitely feels bad for them. At least their mid tower is still standing.
Yeah, it's being pinged out though. EXO is ready. Mind Control could make that move in towards mid, but you look at what Brame are doing. Spirit Vessel charges, 3 of them up on 11. Yeah. And they're angling in towards mid. Sumail's went to Wyvern. He's got Curse ready in just a couple of seconds, and they've scanned over on the dire side of the river, so they know there's people there. That's why Sumail's playing so defensively now, actually backing up to his own triangle and popping the invis.
It's a shame that didn't work for them. But, you know, Enigma are just gonna keep it safe, keep it... They have a Spirit standing in front of Miracle in that triangle for them. Like, they see that there's no heroes on the map, and they understand, okay, we have to break this smoke. So now, you know, realizing that Miracle's not in danger, Mage will leave the nest and go bot.
I mean, this is pretty fearless from Mind Control. Every time I look up, there's heroes swarming around him, but he gets the silence off and the TP home. No way.
Huh?
And in the meantime, GH is killing off Desire.
And they're looking at Nande right now. Do they have vision on him? No, but...
GH sees the stacks. He wants people to come and clear them. Dire Vision does see Sumail coming up into this area. And they're TPing into mid. Wish trying to join in, defend that mid tier 1. Enigma in position though, and they're eyeing up this fight. Now Spartan not able to get the angle. And in comes Sumail. Aiming for Wish. GH will find the silence. Catch onto Spartan.
Nice.
Mind Control breaks out of the shackles as 11.
Nggak nyampe.
Not quite landing. Close from Kuro though. And now EXO towards the tier 1.
They're keeping up pressure really well. This this Alchemist, he's so good, bro. He's so good. 5 Alch. Pick it now.
Yeah.
Stop rising.
Have you tried being sincere?
No.
No?
But seriously though, I think he's playing insane this game. I think his laning was fantastic. His use of the fog and vision was great at getting kills on that bot lane. He moved and rotated.
And Brame looking to fight back.
Mati semua ini.
They cleared the ranges.
Wipe ini mah.
Overwhelming damage from Sumail with this Witchblade. Gets a double kill. TP out successful from the last remaining member
bro,
of Brame there.
But you lost 2 cores.
You did indeed.
Not looking good. How do they find their way back into this game? They're quite a ways off from the tiny blink. Enigma also, he went for that vessel, which is pretty typical. I don't think it's wrong to have not rushed a blink, especially when you're playing into a Wyvern. We saw bot how easy it was to cancel that black hole. But he's definitely finding it really hard to get into these fights, especially with Enigma Galaxy's like catch with this roll. The DP Mind Control is so brave. He's just walking in without a single care.
It's just kind of wild how different this is. You know, we've seen a couple of Enigma Galaxy series now. This is the second one where it's gone to 3 games. And in the prior 5 games, we've been like, yeah, Enigma, they look okay. They're winning some here and there. Not looking awful, but this seems like TI Enigma. This seems like the Enigma that desperately wants to get to TI. They're fighting, brawling, getting on top of Tiny. Pops down the Verdurous Dale, but Caesar Serenity will not save you there, and Kuro has the stun, catching out Spartan with his concoction. Similar to what we saw in game 2 from Brame, you know, it's suffocating. They're all over the map. They're down bottom killing 2, and they're immediately smoking across.
Yeah, it is very similar to last game. Go to bot, run top. Maybe we'll see them go bot again. They're just chasing Nande down, keeping him out of his ancients. I mean, that's one of the big ways that Clinks gets farmed is just by hitting ancients,
Dapat
getting
ini roll.
stacks, and they're not giving him that space to breathe.
Oh, hampir.
Oh, GH so close to getting the latch on him. And focus the Tiny instead. Earn charge placed, roll back in, kill off Desire.
Ini baru GH main anjing.
Wish TPing
di game 1, game 2 kagak main sama sekali ngentot.
To back away.
Ngeroll mati.
I don't know if they'll do it right now, but Mind Control was pinging it, standing in there. They might just try pushing out top first and sweeping through this jungle, or they're just going to walk right into Roche and not care at all.
Yeah, level 4 acid spray, a level 3 acid spray. And give them that minus armor.
If they don't have Blink from Enigma, there's not really any easy way for them to contest this pit. They need the vision first of all, but Wish might need to ult. Just to scout everyone's positions to start this fight, but who's starting your fight? It's
exactly.
So hard.
That was my big issue with their draft, is like Tiny, but then he needs Blink, so he needs time, he needs farm. And when your other cores are behind and getting picked off, you need them to be farming, so Tiny's not going to get that priority.
Yeah, and the smoke is a good idea. I think they were looking around top because sometimes when, I mean, did they even know there was a Roche going on? I have no idea. The smoke made me think so, or maybe they just, I don't know. They're looking for another fight.
So bold and fearless. Magnetizes the Tiny. Does get tossed around here as they shackle over on the DP. Spirit Siphons and one charges. Not going to keep him alive because he's burnt down by the Zeus. The rest of Enigma now on the retreat. So Brame, a little bit of positioning there to hold the high ground under their Observer Ward. Gave them the vision that they needed. And fighting into Aegis. Brave of them.
Yeah, great 2 pickoffs for Brame. Getting that DP kill, especially, who's proven so hard to take down all game, having to expend the snakes to do it. But you can be pretty happy with that. That smoke around gave them the really good positioning to take that fight at least.
Sumail gets the hit on Nande. Kuro has sentries.
Yes. They have sentries.
They will get the reveal. The avalanche. Oh, just enough to hold them back. So far, Sumail having a perfect game. 7-0-6 on this Wyvern. Boots of Travels, Witchblade. And already on his way to Aghanim Scepter as he TP's top. Helped out by GH, who lands another perfect roll onto Spartan. And look at the damage coming in from the Wyvern. Blows up the Shadow Shaman. And they're not relinquishing control either. Like, 3 heroes are still stood in the Dire Ancients, making sure the Clinks can't be farming there. And going back in on the Tiny. Concoction, Acid Spray. Bit of damage from the Sniper and the DP. Finish off Desire in the trees.
Enigma playing very aggressively with their wards. They've had this one up in the cliff for quite some time now on the triangle for Brame. It's the one place where Clinks wants to be, and on top of that, it's very difficult because sometimes when the map moves like this, the carry will just go to the enemy triangle, but they're not even giving space for that. Like, having your mid tower up, having your top tower up, it makes entering that triangle so hard.
Hey, look at Spartan. He's going, I want to de-ward, I want to get some vision down. And Kuroki shuts it down completely.
Nice.
GH.
Jangan kasih space. Jangan kasih napas. Terus dah giniin.
Aggressive play.
That's the problem you pointed out in the draft, right? Shadow Shaman, quite a slow, sluggish hero if he's ever just slightly out of position. GH is going to find him.
I definitely like the damage and stuff that came out from the Zeus and Shaman pick, but playing into an Earth Spirit, you're definitely seeing the problems with both squishy heroes and how fast they can just be ran at.
Yeah, 5k lead being built up by Enigma. And Zeus still farming decently. Clinks not too far behind.
Roll.
His opponent.
GH roll!
And a good jump from Wish. Gets away from the roll. Second round from GH, missing this time as well. And 11, it looks like he's looking for the black hole. Catches out the Winter Wyvern, but look at...
Gak masalah, bro. Sniper free hit.
11, they'll find him. Wish
Sniper free hit.
And taken down by the sniper from long range. Kuro's Alchemist.
Shit, gak jadi. Balik.
The rest of Brame. But Wish, his kill streak picked up by Miracles. Even more money into the hands of Sniper.
They got very brave there. Not brave, sorry. They got very aggro. Like, Earthspirit used every single rock he had just to keep chasing that Zeus with Rolling Boulder, which meant he didn't have a rock to silence the Enigma black hole. And they just, not like they really needed it. This Wyvern, oh god, Desire is running for his life right now.
Oh man, I mean, what's left of it? Unstoppable.
Wow, solo kill.
Miracle Sniper coming out here to play. And even though Brame got 3 kills there, it just didn't feel like a victory because you're spending Black Hole, you're spending Thunder God's Wrath, and you're not getting an overwhelming victory.
I think you're kind of happy with 3 pickoffs when, not pickoffs, but 3 kills, especially when you're behind and playing into an Aegis.
Oh, but look at GH!
Gila.
Down this. Rolls into the trees, then rolls away.
Ronaldinho nih.
Sumail in mind control, thinking about the dive under tower. Exploiting that Enigma pre-BKB, and while the Black Hole's on cooldown.
What I do really like is Wish went for an E-Blade first item. Originally, I think when the game was a little bit more even, he was queuing up that Kaya, you know, wanting to go for a item build like that, you know, tank up a bit first, get some stats, get a little bit of that, and then Q. I think he wanted something else, not E-Blade. It was like...
Beda Black Hole, cok, tower 2 lah, guys.
I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, he built that Kaya into an E-Blade. He's not very tanky at all, very, very squishy. If they catch him, he dies. But if he gets the go... He gets, he did so much damage. Like, he nearly killed Sumail straight up with that combo.
Oh, Spartan. He's been saved by the E-Blade for now, and they've got some good damage onto Mind Control and Sumail, but they're so tanky, they withstand it with the Spirit Siphons, and Miracle just left to open up. So much damage from Winter's Curse. Catches the 2 remaining
shit,
members.
boys!
Back on Tiny, but Nande...
Sepak ber! Gila! Double stun! Miracle tembak!
Picking up a triple. Like now. Desire, he's going to get caught as well, it looks like. They've got the vision. Assassinate into Concoction. Kuroki just keeps giving chase, allowing them to find another kill. Die back, Tiny.
Bang Pon, aku mau nanya kok jadi 1-1, nggak tahu, tapi 2-1. Ini baru Nick main gua kenal anjing, bukan yang tadi di rundown anjing.
Friends or something? Oh no, I don't know if this team likes each other or hates each other because we had that duel at the start as well on the Spartan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't know.
I don't know. Miracles is next to the base.
Bro!
Killing Spartan again.
Goodness gracious me.
This is quickly spiraling out of control. And if Brame wants to win, they need
ini
to
bukan
kind of
NGX
find a
Palung
way to
Mariana,
handle
bukan.
it. Enigma has a blink, so there is a chance that
Tadi ngebet apa
Enigma
ya?
bunch up and they get a good black hole. Especially they need to get it onto this Wyvern, and then you know maybe the fight goes really well.
Anjing
They
gua all
need
in
to
game winner,
find
cok.
space for Tiny to finish his blink. He was close, but then he died back. And that's quite unfortunate too. You have the damage. Zeus with an E-Blade, and there's no BKBs currently, other than DP. I think Sumail and Miracle can very much so die to this burst. But it's hard. You have Gleipnir too on Clinks. He's definitely not like poverty mode. He's got 1 item, he's going for more.
Portnya 1,1 juta, iya tahu bos.
For that Daedalus straight up. He's just gonna get
Real
a
shit,
Dragon
cok.
Lance and then go for that BKB.
Yeah,
You could try and play a pickoff game, maybe here.
Yeah, because we've seen them execute these very difficult, kind of nuanced team fights with weird initiations where they had that Shadow Fiend, Rubik, Pudge, dragging people into Requiem.
Ada yang jual nggak di market? Ada tuh.
Maybe this time around they can do it with this Blink Black Hole out of 11.
Yeah, 11 playing this tree line is pretty much kind of ideal. It might be good to ward it as well.
That lane ward saw him, yeah. Yeah, they pinged it. They know 11's hiding in the trees. Sumail, half health from one burst of Zeus,
langsung.
and then Zeus dies.
Yeah.
Skididit,
This is the body
Gila.
issue you talked about, isn't it? You can't... A Zeus breaking the vision like that
Yeah.
and walking into 4 heroes, he'll just pretty much die instantly.
Yeah, who starts?
Pengen ngeburst, ketahuan keciduk. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi innalillahi.
It's all falling apart now.
That was a very impactful lane mode, yeah. As soon as you
Loh,
pointed
loh,
out...
solo kill lagi. Loh, Bapak TNI Indonesia, solo kill lagi.
But yeah, they just started playing south side of the tree line, and that made it impossible. Like, Zeus is coming out, he's like, come on, let's go. And he's like, well, I'm in the trees, and they're not playing near the trees. I can't black hole this.
24,000 damage in a 24-minute game. He's done 1,000 damage a minute, this sniper has.
He has, yeah.
Bloody ridiculous.
Well, they have Blink on Tiny now. Maybe they can do some toss-back plays. Otherwise, the kind of game plan for Enigma is very straightforward. You just keep your farm up. You keep applying this pressure. The next Roche is available. Oh no, it is available in 1 minute's time. So as long as they keep this top side, secure.
Oh man, GH.
I mean, oh, they're looking for
He's,
kills
yeah,
instead.
he's baiting. They've all TP down here. They want to fight in this triangle.
Not for too long. Their vision is top and roast is top, so they should definitely keep playing. If they hold a smoke, then they have this ward bot, so if someone shows on it, they have the option, to either go roast or just smoke right back into them.
Spartan.
Ih, takut lu ya. Ih, takut lu ya.
Now he quickly realizes it's time to turn and run. Yeah, he's dead. GH will keep tabs on him. And there comes Sumail with his freshly purchased Aghanim Scepter.
Nice.
Allowing Mind Control to get the kill. So they remove the vision. Now they stampede up towards the Ancients. 20 seconds for Roshan to spawn.
11 will die immediately soon.
Oh yeah, and he really needs this money for BKB. And Sumail can just solo
Iya
kill him here, it feels
lo,
like.
iya lo, iya lo. Mau begal, nggak bisa bos. Pukulin pelan-pelan. Iya, iya. Mau lari kemana? Iya. Mau kemana? Iya. Meninggal. Iya. Digituin doang anjing mati lu babi ya.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all it takes to bring down Desire's Tiny. Sumail to get
Lo. Mau di solo kill. Orai Sole. Lo. Waduh nge-kill Sumail. Bubar tapi le. Bubar. Apa yang dibalikin, Gar?
That big hit there for a miracle. As Nande will TP back down towards the bottom lane.
Lu dapat Sumail nge-trade 3 anjing.
Enigma and the Zeus for it.
Miracle's very strong. Their Tiny getting down by him is pretty rough. It's like they're rushing to try and save and help their heroes, but Enigma just connecting from the south, and they're running into each other, and they're definitely weaker on Braim at this point. They need to just keep playing for these single pickups. Like Sniper's showing bot right now. This could be potentially huge. You have your Shaman here, you have your Clinks here. They have probably enough damage to kill him, but
do they have the confidence?
TP's gonna TP too.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
Neutral him.
GH? Where are you off to?
Sabar Ler, gue juga pengen Dota Ler. Pengen bantai-bantai orang kayak Miracle.
Not too far off.
They did have that ward. I think they saw him go invis, so we just guessed. But he doubled back for the neutral AM, so he lived. It's actually a pretty good guess otherwise.
Yeah, fortunate move for Nande.
Yeah.
But now they are being hemmed back in their base. The bunker must be created.
Yeah, Rosan.
Everyone's respawned now, but is it smoke to Roche time? Is this your black hole moment?
They can't get the Roche, I don't think, but they can hold their high ground. The biggest thing they have going for them is that they haven't gotten full usefulness out of this tiny blink yet. There's... Early on in this game, especially when you're playing Sniper and you have a build like Silver Edge Hurricane Pike, you're not the tankiest hero in the world. There is a land where they throw him back into tier 4s and he does die twice. The main thing is just Enigma probably gonna follow it up with a Wyvern ult.
There it is on the Clinks. Lo mau nahan high ground, ora sido nahan high ground lek ngene le. Astagfirullah.
And Enigma, are they getting ready to go high ground?
Sniper for sure.
Sniper, one of the better heroes to do this.
Yeah. Last game, one of the things that Enigma tried to make an effort to do, even while losing to Braim, like overwhelming them, was they tried to make sure they dewarded the areas every time Braim left them. It's something that Braim's not doing here in response to Enigma.
Iya. Mau tossback. Iya. Mau tossback ke siapa, Le? Nggak ada yang di tossback. Ojung sekarang goblok.
Damage with
that. Ojung mati goblok.
Ghost Scepter to assassinate, and GH, a sharpshooter, lands it with the kick.
Gila lo.
That was one of your conditions. I guess
GH cosplay
maybe a
Messi
second
ler.
condition for defense is they all group up as 5 and you get a black hole?
Yeah, I mean, one way to do that is to, send Spartan out on a recon mission, hope the enemy dogpiles onto the Shadow Shaman, then you come in with a big black hole.
Yeah. Guys, commit 5 heroes to kill the Shaman. Isn't he juicy? Isn't he beautiful?
He's got 10 deaths already.
It's not great.
Hang on. 10 out of 43 is a quarter of the deaths. 14 deaths of Desire. Oh my god, Tiny.
Yep.
Sad story.
He's had to put himself out there a fair amount to try and farm his Blink Dagger. Miracle's really just been preying on supports super hard this game. They're so weak, and he's level 21. He's got his items.
Yeah, he's even got his Axe Shard now as well. It'll disengage out the concussive grenade.
Yeah. And 11's been doing his best all game to try and push out this top lane and just force any heroes to respond and give his team like a little bit of wiggle room, hiding in those trees. Ooh.
Smoke's gonna break. TP out. Oh, it's gonna be close. Sumail. Oh, by the skin of his teeth, that Enigma gets out of there. Wasting a bit of time on his Aegis though. 2.5 minutes remain. Enigma.
Jancuk, Miracle mulai ini Jancuk mulai Jancuk mulai.
He's seen Spartan, hasn't he? He just blinks forward. Oh yeah.
Gua kira anjing mau ini cok ngetro anjing habis itu lawak.
Gorgeous performance out of Miracle here.
This is not the big game 3 I was kind of hoping for, given the first 2 games. But if they come back, it would be very exciting, or at least give them one, real good run for their money. Nande's got his BKB now at least, so that makes things a little bit better. And Miracle, opting for that blink and Hurricane Pike, it's not like he's got a Daedalus worth of damage. There's chance.
Yeah, I mean they try and pick off Kuro top. Chemical Rage not making him tanky enough. And Klinx is... No, Enigma we talked about is one of these kind of, trump cards where you've got that black hole, the big team fight capabilities. I think also Klinx is... Oh, wow, GH. Just continuing to use these high ground Tinker wards to spot out the tree line play from 11. But I think Klinx is also one of these surprise factors where you're not quite sure what's coming your way as they toss back Miracle. Still holding Aegis, and he gets a concussive grenade out to jump back away, and... Mind Control aiming for Desire, but not wanting to dive too deep. Now caught by the shackles under the tower, almost dying to the Serpent Ward, and he will be finished off. GH needs the assistance of this Winter's Curse to bring down Spartan with a bit more damage from Sumail. They'll get it. Aegis claimed up as Cold Embrace required again to keep Sumail topped up. Enigma maybe biting off a little more than they could chew there, pushing towards the enemy base.
Yeah, they showed bot, right? So Brain just quickly go top for that Kuroki pick off. I mean, you have to take what you can get. As soon as someone shows somewhere, you have to go where best you can make impact and get these little kills just to have a hope of staying in the game. Good little punish. For Nigma, I do think that they are, still incredibly strong. And as long as Miracle is not out of position, it should be relatively simple for them to just wait for next Roche and then, use that Aegis to end the game. I think they're very much respecting Brame. I think that's the biggest thing you can say here, because another team might have just plonked themselves outside the base and just started sieging with Shrapnel plus Miracle, but they really don't want to be in this position where Tiny is tossing you back or overcommitting and he buys backs and there's a black hole and there's so many little factors, little comeback factors on Brame that they're just making sure that they're fully ahead and they're fully happy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, just don't forget the context of this. It's game 3 in a series in the lower bracket on your road to TI. Enigma, one of the teams that kind of expected to make it there, so a lot resting on their shoulders to prove, not just the fans, but the haters, that they can still perform. And Brame, it feels like at this, at this juncture, they're probably a little freer, right, in terms of mentality. Like, okay, they're behind 21k deficit, they're being pushed back in their base, but it's it's all on the line. Just go for it. And Spartan is one of the kings of building up his team. He's the master of morale. Just a few screams from him and your team can pull up team fights out of the hat that you've never seen before.
The nice thing is, I don't think Brame are doing that terribly in terms of making their comeback work. They are holding their high ground. I think their vision game has been pretty decent too. I mean, their wards are expiring now, but they previously had 3 wards covering the bottom side of the map. They did eventually bring their Shaman bot. Yeah, he died, but he got that D ward on the cliff, which means that it's just easier for Brame to play bot. This constant push from 11 on top lane has meant that, yeah, Nigma are running, up, down, up, down, up, down, but they're not finding the kills at the speed that they used to, and it's mostly on supports.
And Nande, he sees Kuro, launches out a few projectiles, but just chip damage.
With that ward, they lost all their vision, like through it. 2 expired and 1 dewarded. Now it's dark for them, and it is a little scary. Nigma, wary of the fact that Roche isn't going to respawn for a while, so they're happy to play bot and cut these waves. I would like to see them just poke a little bit. I think like you can run these Brame heroes up and down the base by just poking a bot, then they all run bot and stand bot, getting ready for that push. Then you're playing in the fog. They don't know where. You could maybe poke a top.
And you can tell how focused these players are. No one's dropped a chat wheel line in like 10 minutes. As GA just rolls straight across the front of them. Silences the Enigma. BKB required from 11. MC, Black Hole. They got the Golden Brace on GH, though, keeping him alive while Wish jumps in. He's aggressively moved forward. The Winter's Curse now on the Clinks, though. And MC, he's healing back up through the Spirit Siphons. Spartan in the back has caught GH, but
ada yang free hit.
Ada
yang free hit.
Taking them
ada yang
down
free hit.
right. 3 buybacks
Oops,
from
ada yang free hit.
They need to defend their base desperately. The burning barrage nearly killing off Kuro. They will finish him off in the end.
Die back itu. Ulti.
Enigma resetting. They've spent all of their team fight ultis now. And Brain with a triple buyback. Everything resets and calms down. As we wait to see the timer on that Roshan.
And a minute and a half.
Roshan lama banget ngentot.
I mean, that's enough time for Black Hole to come up. So we could see a defense there.
Yeah, and a little swing towards Brain. About 1,000 gold going back their way. So chipping away at the net worth lead that Enigma have built up these 36 minutes. A kill off Desire. Easy one for Miracle.
Miracle's playing savagely. He's out for blood constantly.
A bit of a
Ayo lo, sniper datang lo.
Control, but with plate mail up, he's incredibly tanky, and the physical resist almost let him survive. And that,
what a team!
That assassinate nearly.
Yeah.
Nearly in there.
Just in time, getting what they can. The support's dying so fast to Sniper. Do you think they'll both hit 16 deaths by the end of this?
Probably.
Sad.
I might get up to 20 at this rate.
You know, Brame have a lot of ideas about how to defend. I mean, I'm talking about them a lot, but it's when you're in a position like this, it's so hard, and lots of teams approach it differently. Like some just turtle for their life, but I think Brame they've been really trying to leave the base, and that's kind of how you retain some level of stability in the game. Because even though they're 26k ahead, look at where all that net worth is, and Clinks is still sitting like kind of comfortably there at second. And because they have that, because he's been able to get out, because he managed to get these little kills where he can, even if Shaman's dying for it, it means he's still in the game, he's still scaling, he's still getting items, and this could be what allows him to make that comeback fight.
Yeah, it still feels like he is that surprise factor. You're not quite sure how to play against him, not quite sure how much damage he does. And if you are able to get one of these big black holes, which we haven't had the opportunity for 11 to really land yet, but you apply a burning barrage into the middle of that and people just disappear. Enigma, though, getting the Roshan. Aghanim Scepter going to be handed over to someone here.
And realistically speaking, this game is very wildly in Enigma's favor.
Yes.
I think the win percentage is like super high on Duo Plus. The net worth is 33k now. Like, by all means, they should win this game. But there's always hope for the Black Hole.
Yeah, it feels like an inevitability, but it also, at the same time, doesn't feel like it's an inevitable loss just because the black hole is there.
No, I mean, Samael just needs to make sure his positioning is good. The Enigma doesn't have a Lincolns. So
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Samael's pretty much always going to be able to cancel it as long as he is not getting super out of position. I know that top fight went semi-okay. They got that nice black hole just because Samael was like a little bit far out and wasn't able to connect in time to use the curse. But if you're sieging, you're laying out a plan of how you want to siege. Okay, this hero hits the tower, this hero stay behind me. Make sure that this hero is canceling this spell, and this hero is killing this hero. You know, if you see this hero jump, right? All these little things you're talking about as a team.
The process of operations.
Yeah, and it goes the other way as well. Bramer probably talking too. Hey, if this hero walks up on the high ground, toss them back. Or, you know, we have buyback on this hero. Can you bait in with your body, and then we get a black hole, and then we just buy back with you and keep fighting and chase down? Like, you gotta be just thinking about what they can do. I mean, sadly they don't. Speaking of buybacks, they only have one on Enigma.
Oh.
And if he uses black hole, he's not much of a use of a buyback anyway. I think he sold his vessel as well, just to try and get this refresher.
Yeah, looks like it. Every little bit counts.
I think the worst case scenario for Brame is probably just that Enigma goes high ground or something, and someone Spartan walks out of position for like 1 second and just gets blown up by Miracle, who doing a lot. A lot of damage.
Yeah, swift blink here as well. He was just sitting in Silver Edge, hiding away, waiting for someone to show. Brame, very disciplined. Stay in their base. But now you've got 3 lanes trending towards the dire side. And tier 4 items starting to drop as well. Or finishing to drop. There's a timeless relic for Earth Spirit grabbed up at the very end of them.
Tifa kalau sekarang
They use
itu
the first
efek
half of the Aegis to farm
BP.
Dire.
Allahu Akbar. Wah?
Nanda's looking
Anjing,
for
gue
some
kira
right now.
ngapa, Cok?
But he's doing it under vision of Nigma, I think. Yeah, they spot him going top. They might be a little bit more bold here.
Yeah, they can finish off this tier 3. Mind Control blinks straight up there.
Yeah, they saw Klink's top.
Yeah, why not go for it? Assassinate thrown onto Desire, stopping any kind of blink toss initiation. Well done by Miracle. And that's a lane for Nigma, carving their way through the dire base. As Brame, they look for the defense in the mid lane, but Nigma have already started TPing and filtering back, pushing out top lane, coming back to high ground to hold, not giving any chances here.
Quick sweep. Make sure there's no Klinks here. If they get a Klinks, you know, good for them. And Klinks is going out on his own as well. He's just itemizing for this damage. Nigma are not really giving him the chance for pick off. Something like a sheepstick is not that good for him. You know, looking for someone being alone and killing them. This game is so hard for them that he just can only really try and get that Daedalus and just do as much damage as he can. And he is the key. If he dies, like, the game is so... I mean, he has buyback right now. I wonder if he would buy out if he had enough money for Daedalus, kind of like Ride or Die it.
Yeah, one last chance. Because they're just losing buildings at a drastic rate now. If they don't make a move, if they don't smoke and make a play, they'll just lose another lane of barracks.
They're playing this very patiently. They're not giving Brame the tiny toss target. Because he has to toss to something too. He's not level 20. He doesn't have the no target. And maybe Mind Control could get picked up here.
Yeah, good bit of damage. No, they chips away at him a little bit. Range racks down, melee still up. And you're right, Nigma absolutely
Miracle curang, bukan curang, anjing pinter, goblok.
Brame have here in their high ground defense. And Miracle.
They understand. It's all tiny.
20 seconds on that Aegis. And that could be what they're waiting for. Just wait out the Aegis and then make a go. 11, he's hiding
mau
away in the
kode bilang
trees,
kode apaan, bos?
to see if he can make a jump.
Oh,
Nigma, they come in, they
pukul ya?
clear out.
Yeah.
Abis ini, bos, sabar.
I can just imagine how hard it is for Desire to make these decisions to...
Ini lagi main, dia udah main.
Put yourself so out of position to try and toss back, and it's not even guaranteed to work. He has a BKB.
Biarin aja, anjing, sabar.
He has a
Abis ini,
Hurricane Pipe.
orang lagi dukung Nigma, babi. Lebih penting daripada main MMR, anjing, sabar.
Cancel it.
Yeah.
They have this refresher, but you're probably all gonna die within that Winter's Curse, or off the back of the end of it. The amount of counter initiation from Nigma, just because of how far ahead they are, it makes this whole process so difficult.
And they've seen the Klinks again. They know he's farmed the Ancients and he's gone down bottom. So Nigma gather up top. Their entire arsenal available at their disposal to throw at these buildings. There's the glyph from Brame and a smoke as 5. This has to work for them or it is lights out. Mind Control frontlining. A long wraparound from Spartan. He's making sure he's not out of position. He's so
mau ngelempar orang, Mas. Mau ngelempar siapa, Mas? Ya elah, lempar badan sendiri ya, goblok.
Spartan wrapping in from the back. Gets Serpent Wars down as he hunts for Sumail. There's the Thunder God's Wrath, so no blink in aggressively as Miracle shreds through 11. There's no black hole, there's no refresher, there's no anything. Brame just gets slaughtered. They walk into the meat grinder, get turned into sausage as Nigma demolish them, and they hunt for more diving tier 4s. The Wish Zeus caught out by the Assassinate, and Mind Control's there with the silence and the jump. They've secured themselves a victory now. Miracle has gone deep fountain diving as Nande. Oh, a bit of damage. Quickly turned around by the Winter's Curse. Well played is called. Brame held out to that bitter end. But Nigma, they move forward.
Yeah, the first 2 games were extremely hype of this series, but this was definitely a flex by Nigma on just what they're capable of.
Nggak mau dari game 1 ya mainnya gitu ya. Bikin panik ngentot mainnya babi. Bikin panik ngentot mainnya tuh kayak kontol anjing, nggak bener anjing, kayak bikin panik babi. Joget kemenangan nggak ada, belum. Baru satu match anjing, sabar kontol ya.
Like low, and the vision from Nigma.
Tidak apa-apa, aku tidak merugi. Ya, gue rugi 2 sih.
Meant that they always kind of saw them, were able to pick them off. This sniper was utilized to the fullest, and GH with those catches all game long. I mean, they just played really well.
Well, this is the kind of
minus 2 anjing babi.
The drafting bait and switch we've come to know and love, and Nigma
aman.
At the exact moment they needed to. Kuro going on the 5 Alk, bringing out the mind control DP.
Yes.
Miracle Sniper 29, 1 and 4.
Bawa sampai VC
Stellar.
Man, VC 7 hari lagi man. 7 hari laginya pembuktian apakah NGX lolos atau enggak man. Bangsat ya.
They did have struggles breaking vision and finding those initiations
besok lawan siapa,
to open the fight for the Zeus.
Besok lawan siapa, sabar lihat dulu, Cok.
Yeah, congratulations to Nigma moving on into that lower bracket round 2 to face up against DGG.
Jam 9, besok jam 9 lah.
That is the end of the story here for their TI-11 qualifier.
Lawan DGG
I think we take a look at the bracket and the schedule for today.
Ya Allah, please, ya Allah, Nigma, please mainnya kayak hari ini, Cok. Ya Allah, please mainnya kayak hari ini.
2 more series.
Pada mainnya kayak hari, mainnya kayak game 3, please, mainnya kayak game 3. Lu main kayak game 3 gue 2-0 ya.
We should be having into the breach against Waterrune and Joyers.
Guys, dengan ditutupnya Nigma itu dan gue bet menang dah, nggak peduli gue. Nigma Laut gimana nasibnya? Udah pulang ya, udah bubar. Bye babi ya. Besok jangan lupa jam 9 ya. Lagi-lagi Nigma Galaxy jam 9. Let's go Nigma. Dah.